Yo, yo. Motherfuck. The rest, two of the best from the west side. I'ma make you famous. Something, something. What's up, Jay Will? I'ma make you famous. Picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture. Bought my hoochies with precision. My intention's to get richer. With the S and double OP. He's something on the mic, show enough. I got my hand on the gun. Cops on the run. Something, something. East, West Coast shit is whack. Nah, that's a dope song though. Danny, what's up? What's up, Papi? What's up, Papa? Hardest working man in content creation. You might have a point. You might have a point. They just dropped a video yesterday. Or was it 2 days ago? Yesterday, I believe. We'll do another one today. Matter of fact. Let me see which one I should do. That's the question. Which one should I do today? I'm either going to do a recap of Italma and Dillian White or Aaron Pryor video. Or John Tate, the Barrera, Kennedy McKinney I just did. Barrera, McKinney I just did. Man, I don't even know. Cotto versus Judah, I'm thinking. Kevin Kelly versus Derek Gainer. But I gotta watch the whole thing. I only went 7 rounds. So I gotta do the whole 7 rounds of that one. That was a crazy fight, Kelly and Gainer. I might have to do that one. I remember watching Kelly and Gainer. Derek Gainer is a Pensacola dude, right? One of Roy Jones's boys. And Kevin Kelly at the time was pound for pound great. He was a pound for pound top 10 dude at the time. And he was getting pieced up throughout 7 and then just took Gainer out. Took him out like the prom. Wasn't good. Took him out like dinner in a movie. Yep. Yep. Where's everybody? It's fucking noon. People still sleeping? And tomorrow's a holiday. So, I'll no work for me. Actually, there is work for me. There's work for me every day. Till I sell this shit. Where's everybody at? I know I posted on the Discord. It seems like nobody cares. Let's see. Let me go to the Discord. These guys are wilding out on the Discord. These guys are arguing on the Discord. And guess who? Alberto and I believe CJ. I just looked at it briefly. Lobo, what up? This is Lobo, the fighter from TBV. Is that who this is? Confirm your identity, my man. Because their picture is Crawford and Canelo. Is this Lobo from TBV? Zooted. I know you're from TBV. What's up? Well, Lil Zooted, mass selling a club doesn't work. That doesn't work that way. Dispensary takes. I don't even smoke weed, so like I don't want to do something I don't know about. But even if I did, I have friends who do. That shit takes like 2 or 3 years to even get approved to be a distributor. So, oh, not that level. All right. Well, either way, bet. Appreciate you being back. Tone, what up, Tone? Hey man, I told him I'm live. I just went and said I'm live. But I am Lobo the Fighter fan. I bet. Lobo, where you from? And are you Hispanic? Because I feel like Lobo, maybe because there was this Mexican restaurant in Brooklyn I used to go to called Lobo. So I just assumed Lobo is Hispanic. But the Lobo who's a fighter, he's a black dude. So I don't know. You could be anything. I don't know. Little zooted. Started dispensary. Yeah, I don't know what mass sell the club means, but yeah, Alberto, I just saw that you guys are going crazy. I don't know what's happening, but you guys are going crazy. Lobotomy. Damn. That's rude. Doesn't have a lobotomy. If there's a lobotomy, he wouldn't be able to type. You know what I'm saying? Alberto. Jump in. Tell me what's going on. What are you guys talking about? I just briefly checked it, saw some shit about you're a grown man and you're on here and something. You guys are just shitting on each other. I will say, though, CJ does react. It's, still your fault for antagonizing. You're poking the bear. That's on you. But he doesn't have to react to that much. No, my Discord. I have my own Discord. I will drop it right now, sir. Thank you for prompting it. And my Discord, boom, right there. You got dudes fighting right now, going crazy. You got dudes fighting, going nuts. You gave him too much power when he blocked me off Super Chat. He's a cancer. You warned me. Damn. Well, fuck. Carolina and this bitch. What up, Talib? Talib? Is it Talib or Talib? I believe it's Talib. Can you phonetically spell it out for me? Oh shit. Big Lobo popping off the first super chat. Extra crispy 10-piece with ranch and barbecue sauce. From California Bay. I listen to you in TBV. And Lobo the Boxers are cool. All right, bet. Yo, Lobo. Oh, last question. Are you Hispanic? Are you a black dude? What are you? We got mad Bay people in this community. Like, I feel like dudes from the Bay love my channel for some reason. Which is cool. I'm just not from there, so. But I'll take it. Give a fuck where you. And I'll say one thing, no disrespect to Alberto, but most dudes from the Northern California seem to be cooler than Southern, to me. I'm just saying. They seem to be a little more down to earth from the North. That's all I'm saying. What happened? Raza? I don't know if he's a Raza. We're waiting to see. Marco, oh, Jesus. Talib. Oh, it's Talib? Not Talib? Talib. Okay, got it. Talib. What up, Marco? Let's talk. Been working since 2 p.m. What do you do? Why the fuck you working so long? Let him. Oh, he's Mexican. Okay, that's what I figured. Bet. Mexican payday. You know that. Yo, I love when Canelo curses at people in English. That shit is so funny. You ever see that thing he did with cursing with Canelo? And it's with the big boy, the California radio personality, Big Boy. And him and Canelo start cursing. Canelo's fucking funny. He's like, so what's your favorite curse, Canelo? He goes, "Ang, dumb bitch." I'm gonna pull it up. Big Boy Canelo cursing. I don't think I'll get flagged. If I do, I'll just remove it. I'm gonna pull it up. That shit is funny. Yeah, here we go. This shit is funny. It's only a minute long. All right. All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up right now. This is one of the funniest. Canelo's fucking mad funny to me. All right, here we go.
So this is what I want to do.
Motherfucker, son of a bitch. Motherfucker, son of a bitch.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you fucking kidding me, motherfucker, dumb bitch.
Yes. I love it. So this is what I want to do. I want to do cursing with Canelo, man. What was your favorite motherfucking fight?
A lot of shit.
A lot of shit. You have a lot of great fucking fights.
A lot of great fucking fights.
Yes,
so my great fucking fight, one of my great fucking fight with Miguel Angel Cotto.
What you fucking have for breakfast today?
Yeah. I fucking need a shake.
Oh, a motherfucking shake.
Yeah.
Vanilla or motherfucking chocolate? Strawberry?
Banana.
Oh, I love motherfucking banana
Motherfucking
too.
banana.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. What's your favorite curse word?
I don't know.
Let me show you. Bitch. That's good.
Dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch. Let me show you. Now you say motherfucker for me.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Now let me show you how we would say it. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
There it
And
is.
sometimes I say, hey, you motherfucker.
Yo, come on. Tell me that's not funny. You go, dumb bitch. Oh, shit. Yo. Your Mexican compadre is funny. Funny, Mo. You saw that? That was funny. Motherfucker. Oh, he's funny. He is funny. Whew.
What's going on, Marco?
What's up? You saw that thing with Canelo just now? That was hilarious.
I didn't. No, I have no idea. I literally just hopped in, so I have no idea.
I just played Cursing with Canelo. And I might have to just pull it up again. And it's
Yeah. Okay. I think I've seen it though. Fuck shit.
with
Fuck
Big
you
Boy.
up.
Big Boy from is Big Boy the Bay or is he Southern California?
I think he's from Southern California.
The radio host, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's from like LA.
What is this one? Well, what is this one? Hold on, I'm gonna play this one. I don't think I played this one before. Same, it's Big Boy and Canelo, but it looks like it's a different. Let's play it. Looks like it's a different interview. All right.
This is new?
No.
You curse a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And the people love it. I don't know why, but
You know why? Because you curse, like I said the last time, you curse well. So it's only
with
right.
my heart, right?
You know what? Yes, you curse with your heart. And when you curse, man, there is a thing that people feel like this motherfucker's serious.
Yeah.
You know, did you eat breakfast today?
Yeah.
What did you have for breakfast?
Shake.
What kind of shake?
Protein.
Nah,
A motherfucker protein.
So the last time you had a
friend.
motherfucking protein
Yeah,
shake.
you're right. I'm a motherfucker.
Yes, man. So Saturday night, do you predict a motherfucking
A
knockout?
fucking motherfucker knockout.
What
win.
fucking round?
No more than motherfucking 8 rounds.
No more than motherfucking
Fucking
8 rounds. Not the motherfucking 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Wait, hold on. Let me play the other one from Mo. Is this it? Yeah, here it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you motherfucker, son of a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, you fucking kidding me, motherfucker, dumb bitch.
Yes. I love it. So this is what I want to do. I want to do cursing with Canelo, man. What was your favorite motherfucking fight?
A lot of shit.
A lot of shit. You have a lot of great fucking fights.
A lot of great fucking fights.
Yes,
so my great fucking fight, one of my great fucking fight with Miguel Angel Cotto.
What you fucking have for breakfast today?
Yeah. I fucking need a shake.
Oh, a motherfucking shake?
Yeah.
Vanilla or motherfucking chocolate? Strawberry?
Banana.
Oh, I love motherfucking banana too.
Motherfucking banana.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. What's your favorite curse word?
I don't know.
Let me show you. Bitch. That's good.
Dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Now you say motherfucker for me.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. And let me show you how we would say it. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
All right, that was it. This fucking
See,
guy.
how can people hate that guy? Really?
He's hilarious. And he was, when I met him, I'll tell you one thing that stood out. I thought you had nice teeth, Mo. His teeth were, he must have just had them done. They were like gleaming, like super white and like veneered. His might have been veneers. I don't know. Yours are real?
Mine are definitely real, but his are probably.
Do you have braces?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I did when I was young. When I was a kid.
Yeah, that was not. Those of you who don't know, in person, most teeth are too straight. They're definitely like movie star straight. Yeah, Canelo's were super white, like super white. But yeah, he was cool though. He was cool. Little hands. Yeah. I have little hands, and he had little hands to me.
Yeah. Hey, Alberto, don't try that toothy shit with me. You hear that? Can't try that toothy shit with me. My shit's gleaming. Superstar teeth. No, but yeah, Canelo definitely got some $1 million veneers. No, he's had plenty of people with their hands in his motherfucking mouth. Got them chiclet teeth.
Yeah. That's funny. Him cursing to me is hilarious. I mean, it started when he did that whole payday. Yo, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's when it started with Boo Boo.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, he got him out of character. That was funny, yeah.
It was hilarious. That's when I feel like that's when his English also transitioned into like fluent. Because remember, when he first came, he didn't really speak English. He slowly picked it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more likely. It's more likely that the way people responded probably made him more confident, and he was like, "Oh, that people wouldn't make fun of him because he speaks with an accent." Instead, it was like, I mean, it was the same thing like with Triple G, right? People thought it was endearing to hear him speak English and stuff.
And that's why, like, I always got annoyed at dudes like Chavez and Trinidad. Like, they just never gave a fuck to learn. Like, you know what I mean? Cotto learned English. Cotto didn't speak English at first. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo and Cotto learned English. Like, some of these other Hispanic stars who are like superstars in America didn't learn English, which, whatever. I guess you don't have to, but I respect.
That makes you mad.
What's that?
That makes you mad.
No, it doesn't make me mad. It's just for them. I think it's smarter for them to learn it because it builds their marketability and builds their reach.
That shit makes me mad. I hate that shit. That shit pisses me off. Like, the fuck, you in America, you trying to become a superstar. Learn fucking English so we can understand what the fuck you saying.
We know.
Well, that's the thing, though. CT, like, I don't think those guys.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think those guys wanted to become superstars. I don't think Chavez set out to become a superstar in America. He came to fucking make money.
Because I feel like Spanish is probably the most similar language to English, so it's the easiest to transition to. I believe one of the easiest is Spanish.
Like, okay, you say a press conference, y'all talking. And everything, it's no disrespect, but I'm just saying everything is in Spanish. I want to know what the hell y'all talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I get mad at. I'd be like, what the?
So like even Usyk. Usyk learned. Russian is very different. Or Usyk, Bivol, all these guys. It's broken English, but they fucking speak it. Enough for you to understand what they're saying. Yeah. If it's a source of like, if that's where you're fighting and that's where you're being marketed primarily, you probably should learn it. But look,
Marco, why the hell you ain't tell us? Well, me, you met Tom Brady, bruh.
Because I don't like football. I didn't give a fuck about Tom Brady.
Bruh, the way he was right. Like, when celebrities, like, he brushed you off, like, real, like cornballish. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say that? He didn't brush me off.
Nah, because like, okay, y'all was not side by side, but Shaq was next to you, and Shaq had to introduce you. It's like he sees you over there, like, why not just say, hey, how you doing?
No. That's not what happened. That's maybe what it looked like. Tom came in, he walked over to me and Shaq, and we got introduced. Yeah, he wasn't. Okay. He was cool.
I was about to say, I was like, yo, Tom was acting like a little cornball right now. I was like, what the fuck?
The second all of them, look, if I wasn't with Shaq, who knows if they would have been cool with me, but I was, so. But Brady was real awkward, like, he seemed very uptight, just like I think somebody made a joke and he just had like no sense of humor. He was just like kind of like real awkward. That's one thing.
Yeah, because after he shook your hand, I don't know, because maybe it's because it's cold up there, but it was like cold, he wasn't having a good time, or he just didn't want to be bothered. I don't know, just the way
it Yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't me. He was like that in general. He was super awkward,
Well-
very uptight. Yeah, and it was cold. We were at the top of the Rockefeller Center, and it was in March, beginning of March. It was actually Shaq's birthday that day, which I didn't realize till later. But
Right.
it was cold as fuck. You know, it was real windy. We're up like whatever 40 stories, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. I recognize who he was barely because I
Right.
don't watch football, but I didn't give a fuck. But yeah, a lot of people like you were like, "Yo, you met Tom Brady." I'm like, eh.
I'm gonna say this too. If you a Jets
I was
fan,
more
you
excited
definitely
when
like,
Bud
Tom
knew who
Brady.
I was. But go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I was more when Bud met me and was like, "Yo, I know you." You know, like he knew who I was. That to me was like, oh, you know, when the number one
Yeah,
top five fighter in the world knows who you are in your space, that's dope. Like that means
yeah,
something's going right.
yeah. I was like, I saw the video. I was like, okay, Marco, big time.
I'm getting there.
Hey, Marco, not to toot my own horn, Marco, but it wouldn't surprise me if him or somebody else was watching you, because literally 2 days after I said that thing about what Bud should have said, what he should have said, he fucking came out and put that thing on the ring and it said it. When I
What?
said he should come out and be like, I said he should come out and say, yeah, he better fucking be sparring him. He better be ready. And then 2 days later, what the fuck did Bud do? He came out and said the exact same shit to clean up
I
the
mean,
fucking dumb shit Bernie said.
he might be. Yeah, he might be. Yeah, and what were you gonna say?
Oh, it was some football. I said because you said if you did like football, you would be a Jets fan, right?
No, Giants.
Oh, Giants. Oh well, fuck it.
No, we do
Tom Brady,
Giants.
he used to
I grew up.
terrorize
I grew up. All my friends like the Giants, so like I just by default would have like Jets or more like my man Fred. People from like outside of like probably CT. You a Jets fan?
Yeah, I'm a Jets fan.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say all like the suburbs outside of New York City are usually Jet fans, and where he grew up is like kind of like a suburb outside of New York City. So yeah.
Yeah, because my grandmother, she loved the Jets. She's from Queens.
Yeah, but most people in the city are Giants fans.
Yeah,
they suck, but yeah.
I mean,
that's okay. That's all right.
So was Tom Brady like? Would you say he's bigger than Shaq? No, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh man, that's tough, man.
That's close,
Yeah,
right?
I'll have to say it.
It's
Yeah,
very
Maybe
close, but
achievement wise.
achievement
And by the
wise,
way,
but as
guys,
far as visibility and
you guys probably
superstardom, I mean, Tom Brady's a superstar, but it's just like it's different when you when people see Shaq, it's just different. It hits
and you guys
different.
know
Yeah.
this, right? But like I wrote all the questions that Shaq asked them. If you guys saw the
Okay.
actual interview, I wrote all of them for him.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's
Yeah,
why
I don't think you ever told us, Marco. I remember you telling Ness on TVV, but I don't remember you divulging
I
that to
think
us when it
my
happened.
wife, because my wife was like, "Don't say anything, just in case." Like Shaq did, and Shaq never told me don't say anything. I think my wife told me keep it quiet, just in case, like Shaq doesn't want people to think he's like. So that's why I didn't. But yeah, I wrote word for word every question that he asked.
That's what's up. It's crazy how I stumbled on the video because I was up late last night just watching old fights, and I was like, let me get ready for this Bud and Canelo fight. Let me start doing behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
And I watched and I saw that, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's Marco. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, babe, look, this the dude I be talking to. She always wonder who the fuck you be talking to in the afternoon. Like, what the yeah.
Hey, CT, I had the exact same reaction, bro. I remember waking up, getting ready to go to work, and I'm just fucking off, waiting for my coffee. And I'm looking at Bud's Instagram story, and I was like, wait, who the fuck is that little white boy in the back? I was like, oh shit, it's Marco. What the fuck, Marco? And I was like, damn, okay, I gotta fucking harass this dude when he goes live. Be like, bro, what the fuck? You didn't tell us you're hanging out with Bud?
I wouldn't say I'm little. I'm little compared to those fucking giants, but but yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool, but yeah, that's why I didn't.
Real shit. Do Shaq this? Is gonna sound crazy. Do Shaq tower over you?
No. I'm 7'1" as well.
No, I'm just because it's like
he towers over everyone.
No,
he's Shaq.
I ain't never seen nobody that tall.
Yeah, Shaq looked like a fucking giant.
One of my closest friends is
was probably like 6'6".
One of my closest friends is 6'7". I'm gonna pull up the picture now, but Shaq is obviously way bigger. Let me try and get that.
Yeah, that's a big motherfucker right there.
Anyway, he kind of like he's a little older, so he probably not as tall as.
So I'm a little under 6 feet right there. So he's 7'1". So yeah.
Hands like catcher's mitts. Jesus.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a big dude. That's a big dude. But
You ever seen him grab the water bottle?
Disappears in his fucking hand.
Yeah, no, that's a big dude. I mean, like I said, my man Dave, who's 6'7", same shit. Like when he grabs he makes all those like he'll grab a normal beer cup and it'll look like one of those little Dixie cups that you like and throw out. You know what I mean? But yeah, now that
Is Shaq is he as a cool person, like, you know, in person?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He was mad cool. Mad like yeah, nah, he was real cool. Yeah, for sure. Good dude. He hit me up the other day. He was at that dirty boxing event. You know what I'm talking about?
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, it just came out. Let me see. He sent me. Yeah, so look, he sent me this video where he's watching it. He's like, "Oh, I'm at this dirty boxing event." See? He sent me that because we were talking about something. He's like, "Oh, what's that?"
I said, "Anybody know where it was at?" Like,
I don't know.
I think it was in Atlanta or Florida, one of the two.
Well, he lives in Atlanta, so that makes sense.
Does he?
So I guess Shaq is going to the Canelo fight now.
I don't know. I asked him. He said he's not sure. The thing with him is he works. No, I think he might go because he's involved in it. But
that's what I'm saying. There's no way he doesn't go.
Yeah, but there is a way because he has so many different things that he does. Maybe he's just wrapped up with something bigger.
Bro, it's like every 5 minutes, I swear, I see this dude with a commercial.
You know what's funny? I used to actually hate on him at first. I used to be like, "How?" Because I'm just jealous. I'm like, "How much money do you need?" Because I'm fucking. And then, but when I met him, because my wife always makes fun of me, she's like, "Oh, I thought he's annoying." I'm like, "Nah, he's," because when after I met him and I'm chilling with him, she's like, I'm saying how cool he is, and she's like, "Oh, really? I thought he was annoying." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! I didn't know him." Because he's in every commercial.
That's wild. Yeah, Shaq is like one of them superstars that's like humble in a way. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's cool. He's really
he's accessible.
He's cool. He's really a good guy. Down to earth. Real. Yeah, nah. He reached out to me. Yo, you know who just reached out to me? I think I told you. MC Light.
I thought you said. I was gonna say Rosie.
CT, you might give a shit about this one. MC Light. I thought that was dope.
Oh yeah. I love MC Light.
She was cool. Yeah, I have a lot of, because of this boxing shit, I have a lot of random people reach out.
You ever had like Spike Lee?
Never Spike Lee. No.
I heard he was an asshole.
Fat Joe, I've had comment and like multitude of my videos.
He probably didn't like that. He probably didn't like that Belinga video, huh?
He always comments on like the Puerto Rican, like the Trinidad ones, the one, yeah, like that. Those are the main ones he comments on, like my Trinidad ones or anything that's like highlighting Puerto Rican fighters. He always comments on that. Yeah.
Hey, you said you went to the Kevin Kelly Prince fight, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I watched that fight the other night. How crazy! Because on TV, it looked like the garden was crazy that night.
It looked, that's exactly. So my man Fred, who comes in here, me and him went together.
Okay.
It was actually his girl, or I shouldn't say girl, a girl that he's messing with. Fred was a pimp. Fred was a player, like you don't even know. But she got tickets for his birthday, and she didn't like boxing, so she's like, "Here, take Marco." So we went. So we were on the floor, right? We were on the floor, so it was good seats. Literally right next to us was Prince Nassim's brother. He has like 7 brothers, so it was one of his actual brothers. So it was crazy, and here's why. Half of the garden was like NYC dudes, Queens dudes for Kelly. The other half were Brits.
Are you from New York?
Yeah, he's from Queens. I used to go to a gym, and he's from Flushing, the Flushing Flash. That's where my father grew up, so that's kind of like my second home. But and the second half were Brits who flew out from England. A lot of Middle Eastern Brits, but just Brits in general. So if you guys remember that fight, each dude went down maybe 2 or 3 times a piece.
Yeah.
Every
that
time
fight was crazy.
Kevin Kelly goes down, all the New Yorkers sit down, all the Brits stand up. Right? Nas goes down, all the New Yorkers stand up, all the Brits sit down. It was like, doosh, doosh. Literally half of the fucking. You ever see Harlem Nights?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember the scene when in that movie when the black dude goes down and all the white people get up or whatever?
Yeah.
It was just like
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
it was
crazy.
crazy. That was probably the craziest energy I've ever been around in boxing. The second craziest energy probably was when Wilder fought Ortiz because he was almost out. And then the next round he comes back and just lands one shot and puts Ortiz out. That energy, that was at the Barclays Center. That one was crazy. But number one is Prince versus Kelly for sure. Sure. And I've been to I was at Holyfield more. I was at Roy Jones versus James Toney, but nothing matched. Yeah, man. You could see me and Macaulay Culkin in the front row of Holyfield versus Moore. If you pull it up,
No, the Roy fight. Come on,
I was at the Roy fight too. I was with Shane's, actually his other brother, is the one who's an actor now. Kieran, his name is. Me and Kieran went to that one.
How old was you when they fought?
Roy fight, I was probably around 19 or 20. And then Michael Moore, I was 17. And then the Kevin Kelly fight, I was like 20, 21 maybe.
Was that the first Moore Holyfield or the second?
First. That was when Moore became the first ever Southpaw heavyweight champion. And I was going from, I hated Holyfield. I don't know why. I've always wanted Holyfield to lose. And he almost never did. So I was always disappointed.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, he's low-key kind of a goody two-shoes. At least that's persona.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a fight where I wasn't watching the broadcast, so I didn't know until later where Teddy Atlas was screaming, like, you're going to fucking cry tomorrow. I didn't hear all that.
That's crazy you say that because I wasn't a big Holyfield fan either. But a lot of my friends growing up were. So when because everybody knew I was a big Lennox fan. So when Lennox beat Holyfield after, the first fight, I was because the first fight I was mad as fuck. I was like, yo, what the fuck? That first fight was bullshit.
Here, look, this is a still. So there's Holyfield Moore, there's me. Look at that, 17 years old.
Wow.
That's crazy, right? That's how close I was. Look at the kind of fucking seats we had. I was going wild. I was going nuts in this fight. I was like, yeah. This is a screenshot
Mora, knock him the
from
fuck
the
out.
HBO broadcast. Yeah, that was dope. You can't see me in the Roy fight because those seats weren't that good. They were good, but they weren't captured on film good.
Yeah, with your experience in boxing, your knowledge, it shouldn't be no question or no the shit that you have. Yeah.
But he doesn't have a box rec. What the fuck do you mean? He doesn't even have a box rec. Come on.
And the thing is, I get that. If I didn't have video footage, I get people saying that. I do, because people can lie. People lie all the time. But the fact that I have video footage and that people still say that is so fucking stupid.
It's like the common lie now. Like, people would be like, "Oh, did you box?" They'd be like, "Yeah." Amateur, pro, they'd be like amateur, but they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't got no footage."
Yeah, well,
so, people be lying.
You have to understand too. When I fought, it is a little more common because the only way you could record is if you had one of these shits that go on your shoulder. It was in the 90s. You didn't have, the hand cam started coming out late 90s. You didn't even have the little ones then. So, I made sure I got only, what do I have? I have one sparring session recorded when I was 20 as an amateur. I have one amateur fight recorded around the same time when I was an amateur. And then my pro fight happened to be on TV on a major network in New York called Metro Channel at the time. It doesn't exist anymore, but so I got lucky. I was on major television for my fight. And then I have some, you guys saw the old bag work. I have a couple random, my father's house, he passed, but there's a footage of me in Queens in his old place throwing punches. And I want to get that. His fucking wife does not respond to fucking text messages, and he's dead. So I don't know how am I get that, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Marco, people shit on Troy, and that dude was literally fighting pro when he was in that community, calling in. People still shit on him. What do you mean?
Yeah, look at your eye. That's why you got your pack bust. So shut up. Yeah, no, totally. And Troy has videos. Yeah, it's
for every. I don't think fans understand that for every bud, there's a million guys like Troy who were good fighters and shit, but they threw out their back, or they fucked up their knee, or they fucked up their eye, or something, and they don't make it all the way.
Yeah, that's it's like that with every sport. Like, you know how many basketball players there's out there in the world? Like, do you know how hard it is to be in the NBA? I don't think people realize how hard it is to be a professional athlete.
Well,
like, that shit is crazy.
For boxing, depending on the state you're in, anybody could turn pro. When I turned pro, though, New York State Athletic Commission specifically, because again, we know how this works. There's no rules. Just each state athletic commission has some minor rules, whatever they're enforcing at the time. So when I turned pro, weirdly enough, the guy who just became the commissioner used to train me, so I knew him. So it was easy for me to turn pro. But then you had to have amateur experience, and they had to have known who you were to let you turn pro back then. They weren't just letting any quote unquote bum turn pro back then. Right. But some states don't give a fuck. Anybody, as long as you pass the medicals, you could turn pro.
So you could turn pro in boxing, but what's the percentage of all the people that's pro that's going to be a Miguel Cotto or Felix Trinidad? You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And that's why I want to do a league, because like in basketball, what's the percentage of people who even make the league is tiny, and then the percentage of those people who become superstars is even tinier. You know what I mean?
You think about this too. I think it's around like 25,000 boxers today. It's only been 5,000 NBA players ever.
Wow.
So that just goes to show, that's like,
crazy. Yeah. And then, but if you look up how many all-time great boxers, it's probably way less than that.
Yeah, exactly.
How many street fights one-on-one did I have? I had a lot of street fights up until around middle school. After middle school, I had almost none when I started boxing. I haven't had a street fight since I'm probably like 15, since I started boxing. I started boxing at 13. I had a couple, and then I stopped. But I had a lot before that. A lot. Like, that's why, like, and almost all of them were in school, you know, because I wasn't really walking the streets that much. I mean, I was a little at 8 or 9, but that's why, like, my kids now, like, you get one fight, it's like the biggest deal. I'm like, yo, we were getting mad fights. It would just be like, break it up, and that's it. No,
for real.
Called, no nothing.
I stopped getting into fights after my senior year in high school. I think all the way from first grade, I was getting into something, bro. It was like, yo.
You fought a lot?
Every fucking, fighting or getting into something. Like, getting into something, bro. There's always something, like, goodness.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know how your parents were, but if they're anything like our generation's parents in general, didn't give a fuck. They weren't either around or they just didn't care. Like, you do whatever you want to do.
All right.
So yeah, so that's how it was. But now you got these helicopter parents, so it's a little different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, now I used to get a lot of. I was like, the second I felt a feeling of if somebody tried to embarrass me, if somebody tried to piss me off, if somebody tried to I'd fight. Like the second I remember that the embarrassing one was a big one. If somebody tried to play me out, I would get really mad. And I would just fight when I was younger.
I think a lot of kids don't fight now because it come with consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember fighting this kid. I remember this kid was talking shit. I'm probably like 11 or whatever it was, 12. And he's talking shit. And he would always say he knew karate. So he starts talking shit to me, right? And I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of my face, whatever. Then one of his friends are like, be careful, he knows karate. I'm like, get the fuck. I remember just going over, and this is before I learned how to box. I was actually pretty strong, believe it or not. When I was younger, I was a bigger kid. And then I stopped. Like, I kind of peaked early. Like, I got bigger and taller early. So I was always a little bigger, stronger than most kids. And then I evened out. But I remember just going over to him, and he got in his karate stance. And I was like, I picked him up and I fucking body slammed him and started playing. I remember thinking, like, I knew something about me.
You did a riser before he did it.
Well, that karate was, but this kid was trying to fight me. You know, he squared up on me. It was different. Like, I would never attack somebody who didn't square up on me. I would never. I remember a couple of times before I fought, I would be like, put your hands up. Like, I wanted to be. I'm not trying to do that. Nope. That's bitch shit. I literally, as I said, put your hands up on at least 3 to 5 occasions just to make sure. I don't want anybody saying, oh, he sucker punched him. But yeah, I remember slamming them because I was like, that karate, like, you know, somebody, you guys know, you meet somebody that talks and you know they're just full of shit. Like, I knew this kid didn't know fucking karate.
Yeah.
But it's, so it was that kind of thing because you could smell it when somebody's full of shit. Holiday tomorrow. You're not working? Nobody?
Nope. First time in a long time.
Nice. Boxing pro is different than another pro. It's all about money. Anyone can turn pro. Yeah, that's true. Almost anyone, depending what state you're in. That's absolutely true. That's why we need a league. Marco about that action. I used to be, not now.
Is it just me or the font different on StreamYard?
Is what?
The font, like when you pull up the comments. Or
Is the font different where?
Like when you pull up the comments on the screen, or you just don't notice.
Is it different than? Oh yes, because that's through StreamYard. So I'm doing this through StreamYard, so it's giving it a different font than what it comes out initially on YouTube. Yes. What the fuck's going on in Discord with Alberto and CJ?
Yo, I had to mute the Discord because I'm like, yo, these.
What were they doing? It was just them two going at it. I didn't really read it.
I didn't even look.
Those fucking guys.
Good entertainment, though.
You saw it, CT?
Yeah, I saw it.
What are they doing? It's just them two going at it. That's it.
Yeah, just talking shit.
So one of them dudes, I hate like getting my sleep interrupted. If I hear that fucking sound, like the Discord sound every 2 seconds, I'm upset.
I mean, I turn my phone completely off when I go to sleep.
No, I can't. I need my alarm.
Well, I don't turn off. Let me rephrase. I put the. I don't have any. Yeah. So the alarm is the only thing that can come through, and I guess it's set like emergency. If the same number calls you 3 times in a row, then it goes through. Yeah. Like I got that.
It's called D&D, do not disturb.
Yeah, so I do that because. And I have kids, so I shouldn't. Like sometimes if I'll take a nap when they're in school, I'll turn it off. But my wife always has her phone on. So with the young kids, you got to be reachable. But I work another double shift tomorrow. Damn, what are you guys doing? Double shift doing time and a half? Must be some union shit, right? Isn't that union?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not eating it. I don't know.
I think time and a half is union shit. Joaquin, what up? What up? What's that?
Let's ask Brother Mo.
Mo is silent. I don't think Mo's in the union, or is he? Mo, you in the union? Maybe he is.
I thought he was.
He might be. You're not, Yayan?
Not yet.
You're in the union, right, CT? I guess not. That's his way of saying nope. What's up, Bam? Where you been at, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. I thought everyone pieced it out. Pieced what out?
I thought so too. She talking about Alberto and CJ.
Oh, yeah, they did. No, well, Alberto came in yesterday and said something about, made a comment like he would fight CJ in Border Wars. Something like that. And then CJ, that set him off.
The fuck? Oh.
He just said something like, "Oh, you should do Border War. We should do."
Oh no! I was looking at something.
Oh.
Somebody sent a picture of a girl in chat.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in a union. I just got bumped off. Why the hell that shit be always happening to me?
I figure. Yeah, you do jump in and out a lot. Yeah, I figured you'd be in.
It just be popping off.
You on your phone?
Huh?
You on your phone?
Yeah.
It be doing that to me too.
Not me. Thank God.
Yeah, well, I'm on my computer right now, but it does that when it's on my phone.
Yeah, I almost started using this on a laptop instead of on my phone.
I'm going to see a movie tonight called Caught Stealing. Anybody seen it?
I don't know when the last time I've been to the movies. Or the last movie I seen in the theaters was Jurassic Park.
Jesus, so you don't go to the movies, do you?
No, that just came out like within the last year. I'm pretty sure.
Bro, it's like my family, my wife, she's real particular about what movie she wants to see. Me, I'm a movie buff, so I'll watch. I mean, I won't say I watch anything, but anything that looks good, I'll go see. But her, it's like it gotta be like it has to be real something interesting that she loves.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. Like if I like the little summary of If it don't sound interesting, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, she's real picky when it comes to movie. Oh, I'm not wasting my money to see some bullshit that's not good.
Mm. Yeah, no, we don't. We'll see anything. That's what we used to do. We used to go to the movies a lot, but since times got a little rougher, we cut back because we'd have to get a babysitter. Then you go to the movie. Then you get something to eat. Shit ends up being super expensive, so we kind of chilled on it. But we used to go to the movies like once a week.
Last movie I saw, I think it was the Super Mario movie. With my little brother. It was actually decent.
Super Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I think it came out 2 years ago.
Super Mario movie?
Yeah.
Did I see it? I might have seen that.
It's like an animated movie
with Chris Pratt. Yeah,
it was actually pretty good.
Okay, I just saw Weapons, which I thought was good, and then the other one was really good.
I want to see it, but it don't. I'm not.
What was that? The movie with the vampires and the black in the South.
Well, Michael B. Jordan, I forgot.
What was it called?
Sinners.
That one, yeah, that one was really good too. I just saw that one. The few movies I've seen recently have actually been pretty good.
Yeah, Sinners I wanted to see in the movie theater, but I didn't get a chance. So I was so freaking busy. So.
Marco, it said I just looked in Discord. It said 255 messages since 1:30 a.m.
Jesus.
Is it all them?
It's not all of them, but it's mostly. I see TJ and Alberto and vlogs mixed in here and there.
Yeah, they're still going at it, huh?
Oh my goodness, are they still going at it? Alberto came in here for a second. Wow.
It stopped. Let me see.
Yes, CJ gets very what's the word?
He's very reactionary.
Excitable, or what's the word when somebody can be like poked and they react?
Reactionary.
Yeah, very, very much. But to his credit, he doesn't start it, but sometimes he can't, like this is like this is a computer screen. Like they're not gonna fight. It's just not gonna happen. Ever. So
yeah, hell no. Alberto wouldn't. No disrespect, Alberto. If you hear this, you wouldn't.
No, he's not right. He wouldn't ever show up to a fight either. But even if he would, they're nowhere near each other. So it doesn't make. You know what I mean? Like really.
Marco,
what's up?
I want to ask you a question real quick before I forget. So I was watching Ali documentary last night. So do you know much about the Sonny Liston second fight? Because they were saying that obviously the Phantom Punch, whatever, but also they were saying that the Muslim people threatened Sonny Liston, whatever, to take a dive. Is any of that true?
Well, I didn't hear Muslim. I heard the mob.
Oh yeah, the mob. My bad, the mob.
Yeah, I heard the mob threaten. Not threaten, just because he used to be the rumor was Liston used to be an enforcer for the mob before, he used to go around just fucking breaking people's knuckles, collecting money. So the rumor is the mob wanted to put money on the fight, so they made him throw it so they can make money. That's the rumor. Is it true? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Like Jack Johnson claimed to throw his last loss, or one of his biggest loss. He claimed to throw that as well. Nobody knows if it's true. Liston never claimed. Liston never talked. Like that's why he probably was, because he just like never said anything. He never revealed anything. Where Jack Johnson,
I seen a video of him when they said Liston, he just like died mysteriously.
He did. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So was he?
There was a rumor that Hagler threw that fight too against Leonard.
Oh man, get out of here, man.
Nah, chill.
Was he? Was Liston from New York?
No. I think he's a Southern boy. I don't know from where.
How he getting a mob and he from the South?
Huh? I don't know.
It's a fucking big ass, buff ass black dude. What you mean?
Exactly.
He was an enforcer, bro.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Arkansas. Yep. Arkansas. Sonny Liston was born sharecropping family. Wow, like real country. In a plantation near Johnson Township, Arkansas. Later, when he was in his mid 40s, he moved to Mississippi. Yeah, so he's a Southern dude to the core. There's no official record of his birth. That's another thing. They think he was a good 5-10 years older than he said he was.
Wow, that's crazy. George Foreman said in the doc, he said, Yeah, Sonny Liston, the only dude that wasn't scared of me.
Sonny Liston? Well, they never fought.
No, not far. I think he said he sparred him or something. I think, yeah.
They say, but Liston can be found on in the 1930 census. In the 1940 census, he was listed as 10. So that means he's born in 1930. So that's what they go by. But that's, but it's been suggested that Liston himself may have not known what year he was born, as he was not precise matter. Liston believed his date of birth to be May 8th, 1932, which he used 32. But here they have him listed as born in 1930 because of the census. So that means when he fought Ali in 64, he would have been 34, which was old for back then, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
So Marco, why would a fighter do such a thing? Like, why would a fighter falsify their age? How would that benefit a fighter in that era? Like, how would that benefit their career?
To make him be, if he's younger, he's still looked at as more of a threat. See, back then, once you pass 30, you'd be 3-point shot in the garbage can. You'd be like, you're over the hill. So people thinking he was still young would get him more fights. That's why. Age was. That's why I tell you guys, like when people say, "Oh, Roy got knocked out at like 35." That was old then, and especially old in the 60s. Like that was the 90s, and it was still 30 was like the number where all athletes started going over them, not just boxing, football, basketball, all of them, baseball. So yeah, that's why people would almost be like, 34-year-old heavyweight champion. What a joke,
baseball.
Huh?
I don't know about baseball. Dudes be playing today, damn near 50.
Oh, yeah, okay, I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, so that's why it would extend his career. It's just like girls lying about their age in acting. You know what I mean? Like in acting, you have to look the certain part true. But if they know, but in acting, it does say so and so, and then it lists the age range you can play. But people still look at the fucking birth date. And boxing is the same thing. Like your age range matters on what roles / fights you're eligible for, you're marketable for, you can get. And he might have started boxing late, so maybe he had less mileage. I don't know. People thought he was damn near 40 when he lost to Ali. He looked older, but you couldn't really tell.
But we still don't know how old Ortiz is.
He's in his 40s. Yeah, I mean, I wonder how many fighters lied about their age. Sugar Ray Robinson's name is, I believe, because he lied about his age. He went to an amateur tournament. Sugar Ray Robinson's real name was Walker Smith Jr., but he lied about his age. He went to an amateur tournament, and I think he was too young. And they're like, "Oh, are you sure? Are you Ray Robinson?" Because there was another guy, and the guy didn't show up. He's like, "Yeah, that's me," and it just stuck. That's why his name was Ray Robinson, because he took some other dude's name in the tournament that day who didn't show up because he couldn't make it. I think it's because he was too young. I could be wrong about that, but he definitely took the dude's name and it stuck. Because Walker Smith is a cool name. It's not Ray Robinson. So
I think weird, the same is true for Hagler. Hagler did the same thing. He did falsify his age.
Did he?
To get in some, like, I think because the AAUs back then, you had to be 18. So I think they lied to get him in.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck Benitez was able to be a champion at 17. Wasn't that illegal?
Puerto Rico.
It's America. What's up?
You ever met Sugar Ray Leonard?
No, I know his son though, Ray Leonard Jr. I know him. No, I never met Ray. I wanted to. Tried to get an interview with him through his son. His son's like, "Sorry, my dad only does interviews if he gets paid." And and he's rich. So, but some people are like that. I'm like, I
should give him $20 so you cash out him.
Yeah. I'll be like, I should send him $1. Like, there you go, he's paid. Come on.
How much did he want?
I didn't even ask. I'm not like, I don't know. That kind of turns me off. Like, dudes want to get paid for it. Like, especially the level I'm at. If I'm like a huge channel or a huge platform, I get it, but I'm not. So, and this was before I was even as big as I am now, and I'm not huge now, let alone back then. So, yeah, I was like, nah, fuck that. Most fighters don't want to get paid, but some do. Most of them are just happy to, like, the smaller names or the forgotten names. They're just happy to be remembered and what's the word? Remembered and like highlighted, memorialized, whatever.
I want to ask you this. I don't know how to word it per se, but like, who's like them like? Because we know all the big names, right? You know, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. Like, what's a fighter that you met that would like a boxing, like a hardcore boxing fan would know?
A fighter that was a hardcore boxing fan?
No. Like somebody that like only we would know, basically.
A fighter that only you would know. I'm confused. What are you asking me?
I don't see. I don't know how to exit. Like, I don't know. Never mind.
No, I think I know. You talking about a fighter that's not like a superstar or what? A star?
Yeah, but like I don't know. It's like it's basically only we know him. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of those, though.
A lot of them. I mean, you guys know. I mean, you might know less, Yang, because you don't know a lot of the older fighters. But I don't know, man. I've met all kinds of fucking dudes.
Well, Marco, didn't you used to have a co-host who was a fighter? What was his name?
What?
Didn't you used to have a co-host who was
yeah.
a fighter?
Jeremy Williams, yeah. I met the only dude to ever beat Aaron Pryor. I've trained with him when I first started fighting. He was training in my gym, and the gym was like right by Times Square. His name was Bobby Joe Young. The only guy to beat Pryor. Now, granted, Pryor was literally smoking crack that fight, like literally smoked crack, like in the locker room. But whatever, he's still
That's
the only
crazy.
guy to beat him.
That's
Ohio. He is from Ohio. I guess he was living in New York training. And my dad recognized him. My dad's like, "Oh, that's a Bobby Joe Young." I'm like, "Okay." So that's kind of an obscure, cool one. It was at that gym too, randomly. Give him props. Alec Baldwin. I met him there. Alec Baldwin what came to that gym. Came to that fucking gym. The Times Square gym in 1988, which was fucking gutter. And he was fucking just working out with the normal people. It was pretty cool. And he was pretty famous at that point. That was after Beetlejuice and whatever else he did. It was pretty cool.
Hey, Marco.
What up?
What's up?
What's going on,
Hey,
man?
I had a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think Canelo Moulton can beat Jamel Herring right now?
Wow. You got somebody who's a little too green, and you got somebody who's a little too old. Good question.
Because if Lamont Rhodes won't fight him, then he should just fight Jamel Herring, the person that beat him.
That's a good question.
I think he could.
I'm
Jamel
not really
Herring,
sold on Moten just yet. I think he needs a little more seasoning.
if he beat Jamel Herring with that boosted up to you.
Well, that would, of course, it would add. I mean, Carmel Moten has 0 names on his resume of consequence, and I'm not saying I'm just saying because he's still building. I'm not shitting on him. So, like, yeah, it'll help. Could he beat Herring? I don't. You know what? I don't think so. He struggled against a couple like of the nobodies, right? Moten,
I didn't see him struggle quite yet, but he just haven't been like stopping everybody like
right?
first or second
Maybe
round.
not struggle's not the right word, but yeah, he wasn't shining in the fights where he should be shining.
So would you say that Jamel Herring is one of Shakur's best wins?
Yeah.
So if Moulton step up to Jamel Herring, you got Jamel Herring winning by decision.
Well, also don't forget, Jamel Herring was Shakur's best win 3-4 years ago. Whenever they fought, a lot of shit has changed since then. But yeah, I think Herring might beat him with experience and size. Herring's pretty tall for what are they, featherweights? What are they? Featherweights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tall for a featherweight. So yeah, I would lean towards Herring at this point. But
Okay.
because everybody talks great about Moten, but you know, you got to show and prove, right?
So, do you think Abdullah Mason can beat Herring?
Yes.
So you feel like Abdullah Mason is better than Mo?
Yes. Yes. Abdullah Mason is to me the best prospect in boxing.
Even
Mason is just way more developed.
I think his skills are better. Just the eyeball test. I watch him. I'm like the size, the speed, the power, the angles. He just looks better.
Even though his chin is kind of,
I'm reserving the right to stamp him with that rubber stamp just yet because it was one fight. Sometimes it happens. And now if we see it again, then we talk. I don't like taking one fight. Sometimes you're just in front of somebody who has your number, or you had a bad day, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like people try to say Crawford is chinny because Gamboa rocked him, or Mean Machine hit him. I know he went down, but that wasn't a real knockdown in my opinion. So it happens every now and then. You're going to get hit. I don't label people chinny from one fight or maybe even two fights over a long career.
Okay, so would you say that Keyshawn Davis' best win is Pedraza?
Maybe Limon?
No, I think his last one.
Lemos, yeah.
Dennis?
Yep.
Barichik?
Yep.
Or
maybe
Lemos?
that one. Or Limos, maybe.
Stomped the champion in 4 rounds.
Yeah. Maybe.
So if Camille was to step up and fight Pedraza right now, you think that'd be a good test for him?
Yeah. Anybody that's a name that we recognize for Camille, I think it's time. Like, how many fights has he had? 12?
8.
15? 8. Okay, that's not that much. It's hard to tell. Because then you go too quick, then you have like, well, he was rushed. He was Fernando Vargas. He was David Reeded.
He calling Lamont Roach out right now, man. I think that's a good fight.
Nah, he needs to chill. Lamont Roach has too much experience. He needs to chill.
Yeah, it's all cloud chasing, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, he needs to
chill right now.
If Tank can't even put a dent in that vibranium chin, Carmel Moten is not doing it either. Nah, chill.
He can't go for knock him out.
Say that again, Mo. You're chopping out.
I think knock Moten out.
You can't really hear something about
Roach knocked Moten out.
Oh.
Hey, Marco.
Maybe. What's up?
So when you're a historian, right?
Yes.
So when Michael Spinks was coming up, he fought Muhammad Ali. Didn't he have like 7 fights?
He did. He was a gold medalist though, but he did.
Okay, so he had 7 fights. So why we can't get Camille Moten versus Lamont Roach?
Well, the exception isn't the rule. So you're gonna find situations in everything where things happen that usually don't happen. Just because one person or two people did it in history doesn't mean it's the right approach to take to really develop a career. So like Loma. Loma had his second fight was a title fight. Now he ended up losing, but Loma also had 400 amateur fights. So it's all about the background. You know what I mean? Moten, he doesn't look ready yet.
And I think he gassed up off that because Floyd said that he should. I think, and I got Moten beating him. If I make the fight happen, I put my own money up.
Right. Now there was a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys who David Reed's career was ruined, arguably because he was fighting. He fought Trinidad in his like 15th fight or some crazy shit, and then he got.
So Marco, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you think Moten can beat Dennis Barichik, the guy that Keyshawn just beat for the belt?
I don't know.
No,
probably not.
Hey, give him Cambo. I think he'd be Cambosis.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Everybody think Cambosis is cool.
Hey, Marco, can I ask you a random question?
Go ahead.
Did Teddy Atlas ever fight, or he was just a trainer?
Nope.
If he did,
nope.
What's his record?
He might have been an amateur, maybe, but not a pro for sure. I don't even think he was an amateur. He might have.
Yeah,
he probably.
Teddy was an amateur.
He was an
Yeah,
amateur.
Teddy was an amateur with Cuss. Yeah, Cuss had him. That's how he got in with Cuss.
Not a pro though, for sure. Yeah, and I think that's okay. I think it's to be a successful trainer, as long as you've had some fights. I think it's very important. I know there's, again, like we talked about, exceptions to the rules. I know there's a couple, Joe Goosen, a couple dudes who were good trainers who never fought, but for the most part, I feel like you had to have been in there a little bit at least to know what it's like. Because how are you going to give? Would you guys take instruction from in any other, like, the guy comes over to fix your plumbing, but he's never been a plumber before? He just watched. Like,
Yeah,
would you
I think that's different. I think that's different.
It's not. It's
I
not.
think it is because you can sit. It's a game.
You don't
at the
know
end of the day.
what it's like mentally until you've been in there.
That's a good point. That's an aspect.
That's the biggest part of boxing is mental. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
just don't. So, it is. I really believe it. It means a
So
lot.
I'm gonna say this: Do you think it varies by sport, or no?
I think every sport the dudes should have played or participated to some extent, because you can never get a full experience unless you actually fucking do it. Even if you're sparring in boxing, even if the guys who are coaches were sparred a lot, that's good enough too. Even it's not at the same level of being, with actual patrons watching and the lights on you and all that. I think you should experience that too, but at least have sparred a lot. Know what it's like to dig deep when you can't even breathe to throw a punch. Or
Well, what about isn't like Peter Garcia? Has he ever sparred, or Lomachenko's dad? Like, do we know anything about him? Like,
I don't know if
kind of genius.
Lomachenko's dad sparred. Yeah, I mean, they might have not. But again, there's exceptions to the rule. Like, I don't think Teofimo's dad ever fucking fought, or Benavidez' dad ever fought. But when you deal with dads, it's a
Or
little
like
different.
Bill Haney or anything like that. Yeah.
Right. But when you deal with dads, it's a little different. Like, for some reason, the dads tend to. But the dads almost always have a fucking, there's like Batman and Robin. They always have a Robin, a real trainer sidekick that are helping them. Very few of them have.
Yeah, Marco. I think those are the three very poor examples. I don't think very much of those three guys as coaches. To be honest with you.
But they're still coaches, is my point. So and their
I just think they're bad
their
coaches,
sons
though.
their sons are still world
Well,
champions.
Vasili's got Usyk though too.
No,
Vasili's dad has Usyk.
it's not a bad example because they're world champions. So that's why I brought it up. Dudes who never fought who are training. World
But I think those are
champions.
my contention would be that they're world champions despite their fathers, not because of their fathers.
Whatever. The point is, you really can't sit there and argue that they're bad coaches when their sons, at least one or two of them are undefeated and are champions. That's my point. So sometimes fathers can be successful to a certain point.
I don't think Danny Garcia's dad ever fought, right?
I don't think so.
Hey,
No.
Clarissa said, "What do you think about male boxers having female coaches?"
Women have no place in boxing. I'm just kidding, Chris.
Oh,
I'm just playing. Well, that's only
Clarissa's
happened.
coming after you for that one, Marco.
Yeah, right. Now that's only happened with Ann Wolf, I believe. When else have we seen that?
She was a trainer.
She trained. What's his face? What's his dude's name? Kirkland.
James Kirkland.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
When else have we seen that besides her? I don't think we've seen it before. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
even like the NBA, you never seen a female head coach.
Well, but Ann Wolf's an excellent coach. She's a former champion. Like, she's fits the criteria. She's fought before at the highest level. You know what I mean? Her arms are bigger than my legs. She's good to go.
What did you say about the NBA? I didn't hear that.
I'm saying it's never been a female head coach, so it's not common.
There's never been a female head coach, really? I didn't know that. Well, there has been in the WNBA, right? Just not the NBA.
Absolutely, but I think they got male coaches. Some of them.
Yeah, I don't know, but I
like the assistant coach of female.
I do think that it's very helpful to have experienced the sport at the highest level if you're going to be a trainer or a coach. It's not a necessity, obviously, but it's extremely helpful.
I would like for a woman to give me a massage and a man.
Say that again?
I would rather a woman give me a massage than a man.
Okay, that's interesting.
Hey Marco,
What's up?
bro, we need these squabbles, man. We need Camille Moulton versus Lamont Roach. He only look if he take an L right now, he can bounce back.
They
But
say
when he's
I
Roach
beating
got to
disagree,
fight.
dude.
They say
I
Roach
think
got
if
to fight
Moten took
already.
an L right now, everyone's gonna throw him into the garbage if he lost right now.
He's a
nah,
Floyd Mayweather protege. You think he's gonna risk taking an L?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I'm
bro, but
I'm with
saying,
you. Like I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I don't think his management would ever do that.
bro, we can't
I
be in the
agree with
Floyd Mayweather
Marco.
era
I'm with
again.
you. I'm with
These
you. I
little
don't like it.
guys, we need Camille Moulton versus Schofield. Then give us Schofield.
Schofield's isn't he a champion now or no?
No. He finna fight
No,
for the belt.
he has
No.
like international title or something like that. He has
Oh,
like
Hey,
a
Mo,
Mickey Mouse belt.
what do you think about Ray Martin versus Schofield if that happens?
I got Schofield beat.
I
I got
think,
Schofield.
I
yeah,
got Schofield too. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't. I have him
I'll be right
retire.
back.
In fact, I don't think that fight will ever happen because I don't think Schofield could make the IBF weight limit.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm not too big on either one of them, but I'm definitely not big on Martin. He's not good at all. Too.
I'm not either, and I think that's why he fights in the IBF to put a clamp down on those guys who want to test their luck. So if Schofield did take that fight, he'd probably look horrendous because he's going to be super drained.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Have you got?
Who do y'all think Roach is fighting next? Because they saying Roach already has a fight signed. Who do y'all
Flores.
think that is? Who?
Probably Flores,
Flores.
Gabriel Flores.
How y'all feel about that fight?
I got Camille beating him, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
Oh my
I mean,
No,
god.
hey,
he's too.
Wait, you said Cormel or Roach?
So Roach is fighting Flores.
Okay. Was Flores ever in the picture with Tank after that? Like, where did he come from?
He got like 3 L's, bro. 3 losses already.
Where did that fight come from?
So Roach wants a tune-up because he's been waiting for so long for Tank. So he wants to tune up so he can stay ready in case Tank comes back.
Okay, let Camille do the tune-up then. Floyd ain't put the money up.
Man, he ain't putting no money up. What do you mean? You kidding me? If he was going to put the money up, he would have done it. They'd have been signed. What do you mean?
Roach declined it.
Hey, do you
Get the
got
fuck out of
Evan Box?
Roach is gonna slide back into obscurity, I think.
I
He
agree.
needs to stop waiting for Tank, bro. It's gonna be his downfall, bro.
Right, but who the fuck's he gonna fight instead? Like,
Well, Shakur did
Shakur.
promise. He
He
did
should fight
say.
Shakur.
well, Shakur's
He
tied
did
up with
say
Theo, it appears.
Yeah, he said if he don't fight Theo, that's next, and then if he beats Theo, that's next.
I don't believe
He can
anything
fight
that
Albert
comes out of
Bell.
T.O.'s fucking mouth, bro. T.O.'s a cat king, bro. He's a cat king. He's been talking about fighting everybody for like 2 years.
I mean, that's a good
He can
point.
fight Albert Bell, bro. He can fight Albert Bell.
Uh-oh.
Lamont Roach versus Albert Bell.
Nobody's paying
Ohio?
for that fight.
You from Ohio?
No, I'm from North Carolina. But I'm just saying though, who paid for the
Okay.
Flores fight?
Where at North Carolina?
I'm from
What do
Gastonia,
y'all
man.
think? What do y'all think about Roach versus Albright?
Oh, you from the Charlotte area?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in Winston Salem.
Okay, 336.
You got it.
Albright, who?
Albright.
Not here.
The
He
dude, remember
gave
the
Keyshawn a hell of a fight, and then he just beat Keyshawn's brother.
Mm.
Not
And
here,
you want
I don't think-
Albright to fight who? Moten,
he
you said?
would he would beat
Roach.
Yeah.
Oh, Roach.
Oh, Roach. That's not a bad.
Good challenge. Good
I
challenge.
think he's
Yeah.
too big for Roach, but I think he's moving to 140. I think that's his move.
They fought at 140 last time. Him and Keyshawn brother
Wasn't
fought at
Roach
140.
talking about fighting at 142? Everyone's
Yep.
trying to talk about 140 right now.
Yep. He did say that.
Roach said he's fighting at 140.
Roach is a little guy too, man. Like, remember he was a champ at 130.
Well, he said he was way bigger than Tank on the night of the fight.
It didn't look
heavier,
that way.
Yeah, but I mean, height wise, that was one of the only dudes we've seen look Tank eye to eye, right? In a while. Height wise,
But
they were about the same.
I'm just like boxing. I ain't gonna say it's dead, but it's just like it's getting like I was a real boxing fan when Keith Thurman and Sean Porter was fighting each other, and Denny Garcia, and I think it was like 2018, 19.
Fights were
But for the
being
past,
made. Yeah, the fights were being
it,
made back then.
yeah, but now it just seemed like
It's politics, bro.
everybody cherry picking, bro.
Politics and social media, man.
Well, I
Everyone's
mean,
scared to lose their zero because of what, like, look what happened with Ryan and Devin. Like, everyone, social media is brutal. Like, all of these, like, y'all were just saying, like, all of these people, like, these are real warriors in there, but they have to deal with all of these people who never even stepped a foot on the block of the same boxing ring. They just talk and type and say the most vicious stuff that they can say because they're too scared to get into the ring. But that seems to have an effect on these fighters because they're all talking about like depression and anxiety and all of this stuff, and it has to
that's a
deal with social media for
that's
real.
a good point. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, man. I mean, Turkey is. I mean, maybe we're a little spoiled right now. Look at all the fights we just got over the last year or 2 years with Turkey, and
Yeah,
look what's coming up in 2 weeks.
yeah, it's some good fights, but it just like taking too long, bro. Like
Well, yeah,
we ain't had no
yeah.
fights
It's
in
just
a
because we
month,
don't have a lot of good fights. It's just because we're waiting for the really good fights.
right?
But there's a lot of good fights that are happening. They're just not. They're not talked about as much. We don't. It's like we don't cherish the really good fights amongst the no name fighters. Everyone wants to just watch the big name fights. It's
I
also
agree.
us too.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the smaller fights. Like none of the channels are talking about the upcoming fights and amateur. Like so, it's us too. Because like how long no one's talking about the unknowns.
Hey,
Clarissa.
hey, look at what the WBC was doing with the Grand Prix, having guys at Moans level all fight each other like our buddies talking about, and nobody cares. Look at the underdog series that they're gonna start in 2 weeks. Nobody cares about that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
everyone's hating
Clarissa,
on that,
I
and
have
we're about to
talked
get it for
about
free.
right. I've talked about this, Clarissa, and if he pulls out, we're gonna suffer a boxing uh, stock market collapse or a Great Depression. And something is not going to be good if he pulls out. It's not going to be good. Um, I like though that he bought because you guys realize who Turkey is, right? He is the chairman of the Saudi Arabian Entertainment Association.
In
So
the
he's the
financing,
chairman. So Saudi Arabia, he's basically an employee of the government,
right?
and they give him a budget, and he does all the entertainment events, not just boxing, all of it. He's bringing comedians out there, he's doing football, whatever. So if he gets fired, there goes his $35 billion budget per year. So that's a big problem. And the new guy who takes his place, if there is a new one, they could just dissolve that role. You guys know how that kind of shit works. He might not like boxing, and there it goes. But the one thing Turkey did, which was very smart, he bought the Ring magazine with his own money. So it's his, not the Saudi Arabian government's. So
Yeah,
he'll always and I think he's a very wealthy man in general. So even if he didn't have 35 billion, I mean, actually, I don't even know if he'd have enough money on his own to keep going and doing the fights that he does. He probably wouldn't. I don't
Also,
know.
Marco. Also, I think Turkey. I think during the Ring buyout, I think he also had a big buy-in to DAZN. So I think he's like a major shareholder in
Personally,
DAZN as
or
well. Yeah,
personally,
personally.
okay. So
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's great. So maybe he has secured his position in boxing. But if he decides to step away, like let's say he's not fired, because that was my first thing, was like he loves boxing, he's not going anywhere. But all of us could lose our jobs, possibly, right? So could he. So I'm like, well, what if he does? We're fucked. But then I realized, like Mo just said, not only Ring Magazine, he owns a piece of DAZN. He has a lot of pieces of the mainframe structure of boxing right now. So we should be okay. But how much money does he have at his disposal if he no longer has access to that $35 billion pool?
Look at it this way, also, Marco. If they're talking about making that like the Ring membership package or whatever on DAZN, hey, and now that's DAZN's problem. Now he's got DAZN's budget too to work with because they got to
I never,
put on those
I never,
shows.
I never heard of that package.
Well, that was the talk when he was saying like, oh, all the Ring cards, quote unquote, are going to be free What he meant was like free with the subscription to the Zone or something like that. So it would be like the same way how with like Amazon Prime, you pay $5 and you get all of the HBO shows or whatever. That was what he envisioned, but for the Zone. So you pay on top of your the Zone, you pay like $5 or whatever, and you get all the ring cards or whatever.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope. We're gonna see. But
and Marco, who you think Abdullah's Mason's best win is so far?
He hasn't beaten anybody we know.
So it's Nakatilia.
Okay. Yeah, that one, I guess.
But you know he got dropped by that prospect twice, right?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. That dude could punch, though.
Didn't Schofield get dropped too by a prospect?
He did.
He might have. See, when you're dealing with dudes who go toe to toe, like they're ballroom dancing, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get caught. It's
I
just
don't see Camille. I don't see Camille getting dropped by either one of those guys. That's what I'm saying, though.
I think I attribute those knockdowns of Mason and Schofield to more the weight cut and the way that they drain themselves to make that weight. Whereas opposed to a guy like Moten, he's built up to that weight. He's muscled up. Like, understand that, like, you look at their frames, Mason is like a skinny, lean, gangly kind of guy. If you look at Moten, this dude is like, look at his freaking forearms, dude. He's like way too muscled up, in my opinion. Which is, I'm guessing that's why Floyd seeks these kind of like short, stout, thick guys to promote, because he understands that they're gonna have better chins.
What's up, Ascended? Yeah, he's gonna suffer from the Yayan's about to get excited here, but the Broner or Andre Berto curse, where these guys are just too like diesel for their own good, and then as they get bigger in weight, their height disadvantage is going to be a problem, because these guys are all stocky, but they can cut the weight initially and fight. Like Broner was superb at like 135, but then when he got to his actual weight, because he's such a stocky little bulldog kind of dudes were just too big for him, almost like height wise. So unless you're Mike Tyson style, where you're utilizing your height disadvantage as an advantage, it's harder to start getting wins, because dudes are just keeping you at the end of their punches.
So you don't think Moten can beat Broner right now?
Huh?
You don't think Moten can beat Broner?
Prime for prime, or like right now?
Right now. Moten, he ain't hit his prime yet. It's not right now.
That'd be a great fight. One guy is too green, the other guy's too old. Maybe he could, yeah.
This guy's a big Moten fan, I see.
Yeah, he likes Moten.
Yeah, that's my number one prospect, bro.
No, he's a great.
But
I have his number.
On paper, Moten should be fighting Broner. He's right on paper. Like, that's the formula. He's an old ex-champion. He's washed.
Hey, CJ, man, what's going on? I heard you're fucking fighting with Alberto on the Discord. Guys, join the Discord, by the way. I'll tell you right now, my man. It is in the chat. So just click on that, join the Discord. We get it popping 24 hours a day. Those of you who are in different countries, different time zones, we could always do the boxing stuff whenever you feel like it, whenever your heart is content to do it. And also we are raffling off these Grant gloves. I didn't push that yet. As you guys know, 1998. These are original issue Grant gloves. First model ever released by Grant, right around the inception of the company. 1998. These are never used 8-ounce pro fight gloves. We got the laces. Those are being raffled. I got them from a sponsor, but they've never been used. If you want to enter the raffle for them, you send $10 to either this PayPal address, marcoko@gmail, or this Cash App, Marco Boxing, and just put your name and say Grant Gloves, so I know what the Cash App is for. Yeah. We will draw those probably within a couple weeks, depending how many more raffle entries I get. But yeah. Anyway, back to it. Broner's gonna break Moten's jaw. Oh shit.
He ain't got no power.
I mean, yeah, Broner's done.
Broner ain't got no power.
Not anymore. He did.
When?
When he was fucking knocking everybody out and getting titles in like what 3 or 4 different weight classes.
See, I didn't see Broner until he started fighting
That's the
like
most
Sean
respect
Porter.
you ever gave my boy.
Well, it's true. The motherfucker wasn't stopping people and was winning. You know, he was doing, but he was fighting nobodies, but he was still doing great. Won belts. I don't know. It's true. It's true. Like, you know, he doesn't have any big. The first big step up, he got pounded into the ground like a fucking New York City scaffolding. But you know.
Hey, Marco, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think, let's say the Austrian stuff didn't matter, do you think the results still have been the same against Devin and Ryan?
I do.
It's hard to tell because if the Austrian made the punches be faster and harder, then of course it matters. But if they didn't, then it doesn't matter. It didn't seem to me like we've seen Ryan fight before, and unless he's on Austrian every fight, he seemed pretty much how he's always looked, right?
Right.
So it seemed like it wouldn't have mattered, but it's so hard to tell. You know, all we know is that the shit's illegal. It was in a system, regardless of if it was intentional or not. So the fight can't count. But
see, Marco's a nice guy, and he's very responsible with how he uses his platform. I'm none of those things, so I'll say that Ryan Garcia was the youngest, strongest, tallest, longest fighter that Devin ever faced. So Austrian or no, he probably would have whipped his ass. Maybe not won, but he definitely probably would have whipped his ass anyways. I mean, and he didn't win, right? Or he shouldn't have anyway.
Ryan looked like shit that fight, except for like the 5 times he put his foot on the gas. He was just doing his Victorville roll and not doing shit. He didn't look good in that fight.
No.
And more to my point, Marco. More to my point. Look at how crude of a fighter that Ryan was in that match.
Mm-hmm.
But just because he was taller, longer, younger, and as strong as Haney was enough for him to be competitive.
Did you guys see his interview with Najee?
Yeah.
So that was telling me a lot. So he was just being like,
he was disrespecting Shakur Stevenson.
Well, I just that he was talking about the Rolly fight, how his mind wasn't in it. He was hurt. So it's like his mind didn't look in it for the Devin fight either. Like, is his mind? I don't know if his mind's ever going to be in it again. You know what I mean?
It's
I really don't.
He's fighting just for the money, Marco. I think that's pretty clear for me.
It seems that way.
I think Ryan fight for like more like legacy, bro, because he just fought 2 of the 4 kings. He's the only person that fought 2 of the 4 kings.
Well, yeah,
okay,
because that's how he could justify getting the $20 million or however much they paid him. Like,
I agree with Curtis a little. I think when he fought Tank, it was legacy, but since then, I think his mind is definitely somewhere else.
These people like Tio next, and Shakur. That's everybody.
Well, that's a big assumption. He has no fights lined up. He's just sitting, doing nothing.
He don't. Yeah.
Where I went to
Ryan
Oscar Duarte fight in Houston, and he looked like shit, but he still knocked Duarte out. I swear.
The great thing with Ryan is if Ryan beats either Haney in a rematch or Teofimo or Shakur, he is instantly going to be the best fighter of the generation of those like former 4 horsemen.
I agree.
That's crazy.
No, but he would be because he's the only one to have beaten 2 out of the 4. But
and he'll be the least accomplished.
Right.
He'll be the least accomplished because he doesn't have any belts.
He never. Well, if he beats Tio Shakur, he would.
Yeah, if he beats Tio Shakur, he gets a belt. Yeah.
It's like more like the 4 donkeys, more like.
That's not going to happen, bro. Ryan is not
fucking me.
I agree.
Like it. So I just want to. I'm going to come in and go out quite quick, but
I'll tell you, Shakur is all them better than Ricky Burns, though.
Shut up, Island. So
I'll just go play it, man.
I don't know who Ricky Burns is. I don't know who he is, bro.
You're about to find out. You're about to find out. Just listen.
He's the guy that's probably been in and fixed your sink and your toilet and your taps when they're leaking a wee bit, yeah. So, I just wanted to add about the Austrian thing, right? So
okay.
Me and Mo agree on this that the NYSC should have banned them properly and went in about it and said it was a paid field, rather than supplements and things like that. But now recently, all these cases for Austrian fails are going to the Court of Arbitration of Sport. and it's been proven that Ostarine can be passed on by touch and kiss. So they're starting to overturn these bans that people got.
Wait, Ostarine can be passed on by what?
Like touching, holding hands, and kissing.
Touching and kissing?
Honestly,
Ostarine?
they've overturned
HIV?
cases recently.
Damn,
For
Ostarine's
Ostarine.
I did
HIV.
not know that. Wow, that's crazy, Mick.
You sure, Mick? You full of shit, Mick?
Nah, come on, I always bring the truth. Like, even when I told you last night that Kovalev killed a man in the ring, but people didn't believe me.
No, I know he did. I heard that.
But it's not that true with that Ostarine thing, yeah?
I gotta look this up. Let's go keep talking.
Marco, I definitely think that there are like salves and creams that you can put on that are like androgenic. So it wouldn't shock me if that's the case as well.
It can pass with sweat and things like that.
Yeah, Ostarine can be passed through kissing and possible through skin contact. Several doping cases have confirmed the substance can be transferred through saliva and absorbed by the partner. So Ryan was making out with a fucking juice head?
Probably making it
Ryan
with
was banging some muscle
That
head?
does not help Ryan's case.
Shout out to Memo
That does not
Radio.
help Ryan's case.
Ryan was in bed with some greasy ass muscle head?
I mean, like, Devin should have knew, because, like, Ryan was kissing Bill and Devin was holding Bill's hand to cross the road because he's not allowed to.
So that makes it so hard. Like, you could literally just be holding somebody's hand who had Ostarine and then it could be passed to you.
So, like, everything's getting overturned with it, but, like, they didn't actually know. Like,
Wow.
same Amir Khan failed one for, like, 0.00001% of it, and it could have been in the system for 10 years. It's the same, they tried to ban Povetkin's results recently, the IBA, or
Right.
whoever they are. Povetkin's been retired for 4 years, but they're like, oh, I failed for an Ostarine thing in 2014. They're like trying to get all his results overturned. That's a big thing against Russians, but with that, with the Ostarine, it's crazy. It's like one call. I'm sure the other one, John Jones came, and it was like, I can't remember what it was called, the UFC fighter.
A picogram, yes.
Wow.
But it pulsed. It didn't. Like, it could show up in some tests and not show up in others, and they don't know. Like they were saying.
Yes. So the issue, Mick, is that
was it Nandrolone? Was that what that was? I can't remember.
I forget, but the point being is that the issue, the discrepancy, why there's so much suspicion around it, is that because a fighter can cycle on outside of training camp, and then during the training camp, that's when they cycle off, right? And the issue is that these sports scientists are calling like pulsing, which basically means that when they're cutting weight, the remnants of those PEDs in their fat cells in their body will pulse, meaning they'll become reactivated, reintroduced into their system because they were like dormant in their body fat. And then they show up on tests. They can show up on tests as quote unquote picograms or a millionth of a whatever, like they said with Ryan. And then so it's difficult to say that, oh, it's just a picogram or it's a trace of them cycling outside of camp.
Ostarine, guys, you heard it here first on Marco Boxing. Ostarine is you can get it. It's like fucking COVID. It's like COVID.
That doesn't exonerate Ryan for what it
sure the fuck can provide reasonable doubt and exonerate him for sure. How can it not? I was reading it, and it was like one dude wore hamstring covers that are like whatever, like those
fencing.
Right.
I think one was fencing, Olympic athlete.
It was hamstring covers that another dude wore. He let him borrow them. He wore them, and he showed up with Ostarine in his system because the hamstring covers, the owner was taking it. So you got to fucking watch everything.
Right. See where it can't go back for Ryan though, because
like
Ryan says Ryan proved that he got it in a supplement. Yeah,
he didn't prove that.
Tried to prove it goes in a supplement.
That's right. He tried to prove it, and his bottle had it, but the lot didn't.
No, that's what he got banned for, because he didn't actually get banned for page. He got banned for
an unlisted supplement.
Right,
yeah.
Unlisted supplement.
Yeah.
But
so he managed to change that. Yeah.
But the fact that it was in his can, his opened container, and not in the lot number makes it seem like that was probably placed there.
See,
They
See,
did
the issue
find
that
it
me
in.
and Mick have, Marco, is that NISAC should have done the responsible thing and made
Yeah.
the bold decision to ban him for the PED
Yes.
use instead of making this half measure. So that way we can all just agree he got banned for
Yeah.
the PED. But what we think that the reason why they didn't is for political reasons, obviously, and also because of what Mick just said, that like, oh,
I don't
what if
think it's
what if they
political.
exonerate him? You know?
So let me say one thing. Who the fuck cares except for HLD? Why he got
No,
banned? We all know that it was triggered by the Ostarine. And yeah, there is probable cause. There is reasonable doubt. That's why they can't do it, because there is reasonable doubt, clear reasonable doubt that he took the Ostarine on purpose. There's clear reasonable doubt. It could have been accidental. That's why they
True,
did it. But who the
see,
fuck
like,
cares? It was in the system. That's all that matters.
but
That's
it's
what
like
yeah, but people still debate it. Like, look
they should
at
have
your
said
show,
he's
bro.
banned because it was detected in the system. Then they could put
People
a
go back
Just
and
ban
check,
him
yeah.
instead of
Then they
doing all
could
this
put a
rigmarole.
subparagraph. Well, we're
So,
not sure of intent, but it was found. So as per the rules, here's his ban. Like
so
simple.
Exactly.
this is the issue with VADA testing, though, yeah.
Say what?
Because like VADA testing isn't the same as a national body, yeah.
Right.
So VADA testing doesn't use WADA a test. So the WADA code isn't actually a testing. It doesn't test anybody. They just approve laboratories that can test, yeah. And that's what the guidelines are for any kind of drug use or whatever. But
That's
VADA could just use any laboratory to test it.
Yeah.
Usually,
That's crazy.
Hey
Basically,
Marco,
what's
and
up?
it's no, and it
Go ahead.
do you
isn't. Sorry.
sorry? Do
There you go.
you think if you was a boxer, right? If you was
Sure.
gonna cheat, would you cheat against Tank or Haney? If you was gonna cheat,
I'm not cheating.
Thank you.
That's
if you
I can't
were
answer that.
no no
I
no.
can't.
Okay, so my question is this: why would Ryan Garcia cheat against Haney
Why? Why
and
Here's
did
what
not
I
you?
Tank?
think. Here's what I
So
think.
my
Here's
answer to that is
let me answer this quick, Mick. Then you can go
go
after.
on, you go.
Here's what
Why
I
do you
think.
have on your new shirt?
I think that
Do not be wearing your clothes. That's for school. You ain't doing nothing but sitting around.
I just muted him. He has kids. I think that the Ostarine, if it was used purposely, it was used to help cut weight because he was having problems cutting weight. So I don't think he was using it to get stronger. I think he was using it to cut weight and still retain his muscle. So that's why it wasn't about cheating. Well, that's still cheating, but it's not cheating like, let me be stronger because this guy's more of a threat. It's more like, fuck, I can't make this weight, because when he fought Tank, it was like 4 years earlier or whatever. He was younger. So
It was
that's
a,
why.
it was a it was a year and a half earlier. But here's the thing: Tank brought him down to 136, where he really couldn't make that weight at all. They fought
I
You
at
didn't.
probably
140.
saw that's probably why, Curtis, because in the Tank fight, he got knocked out. He was tired. He's like, let me do what I can in this fight so I don't feel drained, so I don't lose again. That's
So
what I'm
for
thinking.
for that, you can probably go back and check when did Memo Heredia join the Ryan Garcia camp? Yeah,
I don't know who
because
the hell that is.
he's the person that sold. He was he like done a documentary saying that he can beat all these tests. Yeah, and it ended up being in with Brandon Rios and Juan Manuel Marquez back in the day. But he was basically Victor Conti's drug dealer.
Well,
So he was part of the Balco one, but he was like the person that was going and selling the stuff to the athletes. And
right.
he was part of Ryan Garcia's camp, as well as Brandon Rios and all these kind of guys, yeah.
Okay.
But he
Damn.
he if anybody's going to pass the test, he's your man, yeah.
Yeah.
And to Homeboy's question, that doesn't mean that Ryan didn't cheat in the Tank fight. It just means he didn't get caught, right? Because it's like, well, now we don't know because he failed one test. Like maybe he's been doing it and he just was lucky and he passed. Who knows?
I'm just surprised that in light of this information, that it's transferable through skin contact, like skin contact. That to me, I'm surprised that that test even held up. Like, how could they enforce that test? How could they enforce that finding? I mean, when you could literally kiss somebody or touch them and get it.
That
Want to
means
know
you can get
why?
it in. You can get it in sparring from like someone from a whole different camp.
Absolutely.
Someone using your gear,
Yep.
So want to know
sweating all over
what
your fucking gloves and shit.
Yep.
want to know why he probably didn't go that route? because he deliberately taken it and he was looking to blame a supplement. That's why he didn't go down the court arbitration and
Well, he
things like
probably
that.
didn't know about
He
that.
got caught.
Yeah, like when did this
Exactly.
come out? This information that it's transferable like that.
They've always started basically turning them out. Maybe the last year or so, couple of years maybe. But one of them was for like 2017 that they managed to overturn. So
yeah, the fact that he only his container had it, to me makes me seem like they put a little in there to be like, boom, this is what it was.
Where do you get
makes me think that too.
Yeah.
Where do you get it from? Then? And on top of that, wasn't he super tested like right before that? And it was only that test that popped.
I don't know.
Well, remember what we said though, right? Is that the weight cuts can bring
the weight cuts,
supplement or like PEDs that are like laying dormant in your fat and stuff. Yeah,
that's
and
right.
it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they call quote unquote pulsing.
Does that happen a lot? Like how often does that happen? How often does that happen as far as
what?
Them catching people. Like how often is that the thing? Is that usually when people get caught when they're doing the weight? Like as far as camps, is that usually when people get caught?
I think so, yes, because they're able to cycle on and off outside of camp, right? And then when their fights are signed and agreed to, that's when that testing tends to begin, right? So, and then that's that quote unquote pulsing, you know. And there's always like these underlying accusations to fighters like Spence and Crawford that's why they only fight once a year, because when they're not fighting, they're cycling on and off PEDs, you know. So like when people criticize Bud for like, oh, he only fights once a year or whatever, that's what they mean. He only fights once a year because he's cycling on and off PEDs, and
But
et cetera,
Crawford wasn't always with Snack. So like what about that? And then was Earl with Snack? I don't even remember Earl being with Snack.
I mean, I think the Snack part of it is like a totally different.
I don't really
like if Conte is part of the okay, whatever, I'll call it like the round table of testers, right? But we know him to be dirty. How does that even happen then? Like, okay, I get it. Like hackers, okay, the FBI gets hackers because they're the best guys to get, right? So I get, is it like that? Like flip the best guys and then use them to, like, how do we even know what's what? Because they're saying they're the guys to catch him, but he literally said, like, I'm the guy who knows how to beat it. Well, we know how to beat it. So if he's a bunch of them and he's working with all of them, like, how do we trust anything?
I don't really subscribe to the whole thing that like just because you're with Snack, you're a drug user. Like I don't.
No, I'm just using Snack. I'm just using I mean, because Conte's in there. I'm just saying, but he literally said he knows how to beat it, but he's on the round table with the people who test people.
Right.
So like, how many of those other people are people who can beat it?
Conte is not an official member of VADA. He's not an official member of WADA or whatever, USADA, whatever you call him. He's not with any
but he does give evidence at them, yeah.
But he doesn't work for them
at all. Consultant.
But he's a key component to what they do, though, right?
He's a consult. So you guys ever see the movie Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah,
I was fake as well.
Okay, so that dude was it was a movie. Those of you who haven't seen it, it's a movie about a guy back in the day. It's a true story. He was able to write fraudulent checks, and he got super good at it. This is in like the 60s, I believe.
But he really is Braveheart.
Super good at it. So he ended up over $1 million worth of fraudulent checks he had cashed over his 5 years, 10 years. Then he ended up getting caught, going to jail. And do you know what the fucking CIA did? They hired him as a consultant to catch dudes who do what he does. So,
that movie's
so just because Conte is as a consultant doesn't mean that he's helping them cheat. He's just helping them catch people who cheat. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean that he has privy to the test results.
But he said he literally has his own specific programs for specific fighters with their body types and how it works. So if you're the scientist, I'm not saying that Crawford's my favorite fighter. I do actually have a favorite fighter, but I like boxing over a favorite fighter. So I don't think Crawford's a cheater. But what if he? What if he didn't know? Like, what if they don't?
Why would
I
you
don't.
even
Don't know
associate
what.
with a
Yeah,
guy
He
like
doesn't
that?
know
like you
what.
associate, like associating with Conte, right? Is
Aye,
Uh-huh.
just
that's mad.
it's just
I don't
kind
get
of
that.
dirty. It's just kind of dirty work. It's just kind of dirty work. Like
I
it's
think
just like that name just sticks on you because we know what you're. We okay, so we know what he's known, what he's like known for, but we don't really know what he's known for to them. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like
Yeah, like
we on the outside,
there's a million sports scientists and endocrinologists and chefs in the world, and you have to find the one guy who's like behind a fucking steroid scandal. I get what you're saying. Like they couldn't find that. They couldn't find like an endocrinologist from Harvard or whatever, some like straight laced nerd that nobody knows about. They have to find the guy who's
yeah, like why,
who's from
like,
Balco.
and my thing is, why let this guy? I don't. I'm just wondering, like, how do these type of guys operate freely, moving around if we know what they specify in, and he knows how to beat it? So it's not like you're really. How do we even know that you're
So I get it.
really like?
I get the
You
fact
get
that
what I'm saying?
if you're working with him, you could very well be getting that golden information of how to beat tests. I get that. That's possible.
I'm saying
But
like
my
we were talking about Ryan. You could pop like Ryan. You wouldn't know when you would pop because you're working with someone like that.
right.
Is basically
But
what I'm
I
trying to get
still
at.
don't believe like when Conte came out saying Ryan only tested 1 billionth of a gram. There is no evidence or proof that he has privy to the test results. Like there's none. There's none.
no, he
And
does have the test results
how do you know?
because
He posted
he goes part
screenshots.
of the case. He goes
Huh?
Yeah,
part of the case. The cases get posted online. They get the bank gets
There's
posted the full case
Well,
gets
he said
posted.
according to the promoters.
no, yeah. There's no there's no nobody ever released the actual results. They didn't
I
Yeah.
say
know that
boom.
go to WADA field test, and
And to go
they
even
will
further,
tell
Mick,
you.
we don't know if their testing just indicates it's detected or if it gets into how much. Some tests are just is it there or is it not?
No, it
We don't
won't
even,
because
and
they get they,
I don't think they
it,
test for how much because I think it's
it
banned
does.
at any amount.
No, it does. They have a threshold, yeah. They have
They
a
have a what?
threshold where there's a threshold where it can have like maybe
Where
say for
where have you seen this proven? I know that's what you assume,
where have I
but where
seen
has
it?
this been
No,
proven?
go into WADA.com or wherever you want. Go into USADA.
And
They
it says
actually post it.
Ostarine, there's a threshold. No, I'm
it.
saying
It tells you
where
exactly how much,
where
and
has
then it tells you the
Brian's
whole
result
case.
been posted
It'll be posted
showing
on there when it was
exactly how much?
banned.
It hasn't.
It will,
There's
because
nowhere official that
right,
says Brian
2
tested for
seconds I'll find
point
that.
whatever. Just Victor Conti has been quoted saying that. Vada,
Right.
USADA, whoever the fuck tested him, never posted exactly how much was in there.
Oh, it
Right.
So
will
we're
be.
assuming that Victor knows because he's a consultant. But that's a big assumption.
Right. Right. See, that's what I'm saying.
So give
Because
me
it's
two
all it
seconds.
like it leaves us out here to basically just point. It almost makes us point fingers at everybody because
yeah.
it's
It
like
opens it to
we just
speculation. I
don't
hear what you're
know
saying.
who to trust anymore. Like, how can you be someone that we're supposed to trust and you got this great product, but your name means like distrust? It means deceit. So how do we even go? And then they're letting you run around and do this. And then there's fighters like who are supposed to be clean fighters. I don't think Crawford's a dirty fighter, but I'm just like in my head, why would you even go to him, bro? Like, why would you associate with this person?
Because in a way, it's like going to Michael Jordan to teach you how to shoot a jumper. Like Victor Conte was the best at what he did, so why not go to him to learn about it? Like you get what I'm saying? We
Because it
don't.
didn't come out that Jordan was cheating. It came out that Jordan was up 5 in the morning,
That's true. That's
dribbling through
true.
chairs.
That's true.
He
But
wasn't
Conte
up
is
there
being.
shooting his ass.
But Conte. So right, and if you're going to him for cheating, yes. But you could also, since he was the best at it, you could be going in for the other things he did great, because he did a lot of things legal and great. Just the cheating was obviously the part that. So we don't know what they're going to him
But
for.
that's my point, Marco. If you go to this guy, how do you know that he's not pumping you full of the crap that he says he can
You're
beat?
absolutely right. No, you're right. You're right. You're
That's
absolutely
my
right.
like,
But
you know,
again,
as a fighter, Marco, would you associate with Conte?
yeah, Yeah, because I know I don't cheat. I know that I want, like, I know me. It's just like, I know who I am. It's just like we have a
But it's
conversation
guilty
here.
by association. Even though I believe that you wouldn't cheat, Marco. I
I
honestly believe it.
we have this
But
conversation here where we say, would you wear? We've had this in this channel. Would you wear a dress in a movie? And some guys like, hell no, I would never want to be associated. I'm like, I know who I am. I know I'm not a fruitcake. I'll take $10 million to wear a dress. So this is the same concept. I know who I am. So you could think what you want. I know I'm not cheating. I want to get the knowledge that he can give me, in terms of not non-cheating, the other shit that he can help me with. I don't give a fuck. You have to know who you are.
okay. I see the moral conflict, but it really is a moral conflict because you're saying, am I going to wear a dress? Am I going to become a woman for $5 million?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so that's really, so again, that goes to like, am I going to compromise who I'm supposed to be to get this belt or the fame or the notoriety? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Crawford's already that big, it's just like
To
a
me,
lot of
it's
these
like,
big guys are somewhat connected to like Reynoso.
I get
Reynoso's
it.
camp has had how many guys pop? And it's like it's this and it's this. And he's like, oh, well, they had their own trainers. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what?
I
They're
get
in
it.
camp with you and you got 19 guys and they're 17 pop, but oh, I didn't know. Like, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but
Hey, Marco, that's true because they don't give Reynoso the same sort of grace that they give Conti. It's very strange goings on there. I find that very weird that they don't do that. But with Victor, I don't know.
And all of Canelo's top guys popped in their biggest fights.
It's true.
So
Even
like,
Canelo.
how did you not know, bro? How did you not stop it with Canelo? If he's your biggest, you would have stopped it at the albuterol. How did it get to Valdez and Navarrete and all of it? Like,
yeah. I mean,
no,
I don't.
Bam's never tested, but like, I'm just
That is
Munguia.
saying, like,
weird that
there
Reynoso
you
has all
go.
these dudes tested. I mean, and that's different. That's a different scenario. That's just like that's super just suspicious. But somebody like Conti can easily have turned over, just like Catch Me If You Can. He could have turned over a new leaf, and he could be working and using his knowledge now for good. That is, people do that.
Now the
Do you
question is though,
believe
Marco,
that?
is
Do
that
you
you
believe?
you
I'm
can't have
sorry.
it both
This is gonna be my
ways.
last question. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna ask the whole chat, the whole panel. What Marco just said. Yes, everyone can change. Yes, but let's be honest. We're all men here. Not trying to be sexist. Have we changed? Did he
I've changed
change
in a lot of
for the
ways.
better? No, I'm
Yeah,
just saying. Did Conte change for the better, saying that, hey,
we
I know how
we
to
don't know
beat
him.
this, and I get. That's what I'm saying. So
I
it
don't
was.
know him. Yeah, I don't know. If I met him, I could maybe tell you he comes off like I've never met him, so I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I hear you.
But uh, I, I get it. I think the Reynoso thing is weirder than anything. Like, why how many fighters did he have that popped?
At
Three,
least
four,
7.
He had six.
No,
seven,
It was
it's gotta be
six.
like 6, 7. It's
six?
gotta be yes,
Good
bro.
lord. See, that's
If
and
Canelo is your main fighter and you don't know, like okay, let's say Alvarez, let's say one of the lower guys who are still good guys. You know what I mean? Like Munguia, he just said you don't know that Alvarez, you don't know what
I
Alvarez
had
is
a
doing.
I went to the
You
Cookos,
don't know you don't know what Canelo is
the
consuming
spot.
and doing during camp.
I just came back from there. I was
Like
there for the
that's
suit was
crazy.
suit.
I just had to mute him. Talking about his cook off. Yeah. And we heard you before, Blind Fate, talking to your kid. Like, that's for school.
Oh yeah, bro. I just spent a whole bunch of money and this girl's wearing it before, bro.
How old is
Anyway,
she?
17.
Oh, I thought she was young. All right, well, fuck it. Yeah,
No,
I do that.
no,
My
no.
daughter's 8.
Look, bro. You know how kids try to be fresh, bro. I just spent the look. I just told you I've been at work since 2 o'clock p.m. I'm about to go back to work in a couple hours and do this double
Uh-huh.
shift. This is what I deal with, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, I mean, my
This
daughter
is my
too.
breath of fresh air talking to boxing because I deal with
Anytime,
this.
man. You're always welcome. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I don't know. The Reynoso thing is strange. It's very strange. I don't know what his response. I think he didn't they press him on it and he had some kind of response to it. I forgot what it was though.
He said he's gonna be more in control of that, but like how? If you couldn't do that with Canelo, then what? How, bro? You are Reynoso and Canelo.
I
Like
mean,
you are peanut butter and jelly. If
do
you
we
didn't know what
believe
Canelo,
do we believe that Canelo actually took steroids for a competitive advantage?
yes, look at his back, look at the redness on him. Absolutely.
What about the rest of you? Oh, wait, anybody?
Canelo started boxing when he was 16 years old, bro. You telling me
15.
that
15.
15 years old? So
No,
you
he
telling me
turned pro
that
at 15, Curtis, but he started
right?
boxing earlier. But go ahead.
Right. So you telling me that he took steroids for competitive advantage, and he was already nice as hell before he fought Floyd, and Floyd tested him as well. So
Mm-hmm.
from there, his competition level, of course, was still pretty good with Triple G and all that. So therefore, I don't think most of these boxers are doing it just to get by or anything like that. I think it's just the nutrients and the vitamins and things like that they probably not aware they're taking.
So you don't think either. What about the rest of you guys? I don't think Canelo did it on purpose, personally, but what about the rest of you guys? Mo?
Of course he did.
Okay. Mo, what you think?
I think it's possible that he didn't, but I would lean towards. Damn, man. See, it's tough because I kind of do believe that whole contaminated meat shit.
I mean,
Like
you're Mexican. Is
to
that a thing?
Americans, they don't get it, but it's
Is
like
that a
if
thing in
you're
Mexico?
what's up?
Anybody else pop?
Is that a thing in
Anybody else
Mexico?
pop? Yeah. There you
Yes,
go, Mark.
yeah. I mean, look, let's be real. Health standards in Mexico are not the same as they are here. It's like Marco, you know, your family, your mother was from a fucking third world country. You know how it is. That there's country as
Definitely.
fuck,
Definitely.
and there's parts of Mexico the same way. Like, but I would lean towards Yayan that he probably did it. It's just I have reasonable doubt.
Yeah,
Eggs, tea, meat. What was the meat? Which meat? Was it pollo? Was it cow? Was it fish? How do you test the meat if the meat is dead and you already eaten it? How did you get cleared? If you eaten meat, you didn't save the meat for a test. So how did you get cleared?
Mm. And I would think cooking that shit would kill all that, burn all that out of there, but I guess it doesn't. There was
Oh,
like, you know how it
so
kills
albuterol is like is like it's like Ryan's drug where you touch where one cow touches another cow.
Oh yeah.
I'm supposed to be eating Jamal for lunch. Okay.
Like that doesn't make sense. Like if you say you got the tainted meat, right? Where did you find the specimen in the tainted meat if you ate it?
Hmm. Man, I don't know. I don't know.
Because
This was
you cooked that cow. You didn't cut half of the cow and be like, all right, we're just gonna take the half of the cow. Like, no, you killed the cow.
oh
Whoever else had
oh.
clenbuterol in them, right?
What do you think about this? This is another Mexican American community member. He said the whole soccer team popped for the meat.
Well, then they're all dirty.
So you don't think it's possible that they just ate the meat? You think they all just did it on purpose?
So one whole team all ordered the same steak. That's crazy, bro.
I mean, when you put it that way, that does sound a little weird, but maybe.
That's crazy. A whole team.
It's like
We ordered the whole cow and we all got clenbuterol.
No, it's like you ever see the movie Airplane? Everybody who ordered the fish got sick, and that's all they had. So it happens.
But they were broke, and that's a movie. This is real life with rich people who protect their freaking priorities, which is the players and the fighters. I don't know. It just sounds a little fishy. All I'm saying, it just sounds.
Hey
It sounds
Marco,
fishy.
What up?
did you ever hear about that situation with Devin Haney getting this zero bought
Yes.
out?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
No, but I don't know enough about Mexico, and does that happen? Because it's all about precedent. Has anybody ever done that before in Mexico?
Hey, Marco, I have a question. I have a question for you, Marco. And this isn't a one-for-one comparison. Have you ever been pulled over? Have you ever been cited? Like you got a ticket for something?
Nope.
What about anybody on the panel? Have you ever got a
No.
speeding ticket?
One time I was going the wrong way down the street, and then the cop saw me, but he let me go. I was just like, he saw it was a mistake. I wasn't drunk, but yeah. So what about it?
Yeah, so in Mexico, if a cop pulls you over for speeding, you can just throw $100 bill at him and tell him to fuck off, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, thank you, have a good day." So So you know what I'm saying? And those are the cops.
That reminds me of Meet the Millers. You ever see that?
That's
$100
No,
what
I've never
plane
have,
though.
but
Millers. Yeah.
The guy wanted him to suck his dick. Instead, the cop was like, "All right, suck my dick." He's like, what?
Gotta do it.
He tried to like give him money. Yeah, that was funny. It was and it was Julio Guzman, who was fucking Puerto Rican from my neck of the woods, but he played a Mexican. But anyway, so what's your point though, Mo? You pay the cops. So what's the point?
Yeah.
You're saying
my point is that the authorities over there are notoriously corrupt, like in all places in the government. So it wouldn't shock me if you could offer some money to an official, some sort of commission official, and change things. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you know, the Mexican government is notoriously corrupt. They had a one-party government basically for like 80 years. So,
okay.
Or did you beat him behind the rock?
So are you saying Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. resume is
Might be.
tainted?
I mean, could be,
My boy.
but not even just
He
him.
had 90
It
fights
could be
over there.
Canelo's.
I mean, but
Canelo's could be too. I don't fucking know.
Canelo's main fights were here though. Regardless if he was 15 or whatever, his main fights were here. We saw them. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm playing on what you're saying. I'm just being kind of funny.
Floyd
But
got
It cuts
busted.
both ways.
Floyd got busted for illegal IVs and doesn't get the same scrutiny as others that popped. Double standards.
Yeah, Floyd popped and Roy Jones popped.
that is fact. That is a fact.
Well, I've
Roy
talked
Jones
to Roy.
popped too.
I talked to Roy about his, and he claims, total accident.
Everybody's is, right?
I believe him, but I'm a little biased, but I do believe him.
I believe
do
Ryan. I
Because
believe Ryan too.
his was a contamination, Roy's, and at the time there was shit on the GNC shelves. Now you could say, well, he should have known better, and it's on him. But the intent to me matters. Was he trying to get an edge, or did he really just not know? So that to me matters. That's why I like to give people one chance, like especially when it comes to the PDs, because you can easily supplements are not FDA tested, none of them. So it is possible. Now, if it happens more than once, there's no excuse.
I've mistakenly bought a tainted supplement before. If anybody's on here has ever heard of Jack 3D, that pre-workout like 7 years ago,
word,
I was scarfing that shit down, and then they
What
came
was
out. There was some. It was like some, basically like some amphetamine.
Oh,
I remember
shit.
that.
So like
Some like fat burning energetic amphetamine,
Damn,
some
you were-
derivative of.
You were smoking
That's
dust?
happened to quite a few supplement companies actually.
Yeah.
That's like upcoming. That's happened quite a bit. So yeah, all right. Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, you're right.
It happens. That's why it's like, how do we know? You never know. You never know if it's
But
intentional.
that's why I say, why would you associate with anyone who's got that dirty name like Contact? Why would you do that then? Because you're guilty by association. And if you're all about legacy, that automatically taints like your legacy.
So wait, Mo, why'd you get tested for amphetamines? Or for like a job or something?
Oh, I didn't get tested, but the FDA, there was like a huge recall for that supplement.
I thought you made it seem like you got popped. Like your job was like, all right, you filthy little meth user, get out of here. And you were like, no.
But no. But that's the thing is that supplement was notoriously was like super big because everybody was like, damn, this shit's good. It was very popular because of how well it worked, right? But just normal people, fucking anybody, you just pick that shit up off the shelf. Nobody, you don't know.
Right. I don't know. So Pac was so scared of needles, he didn't want to test for millions. Didn't he get shots growing up for school?
Deliberately
I
never
mean,
fought.
I don't know if they do those over there.
That's crazy, Clarissa. That's crazy. See, the points are coming out. We're just speculating because we're on his side. So everything's always going to look like this.
Nah, but like, see, when you were as good as him, right, and your peak career 2003 to 2010, and you didn't fight for the world titles, kind of feel like all the years, I just no doing it, like winning like a silver title for ages. Why did they do that? To avoid testing. To
I
avoid
didn't
testing.
really understand that fully, but who avoided testing for Regis? What?
So Pacquiao, yeah.
I
mean, all the years fighting for some international WBC international title.
Right.
deliberately, so he wasn't fighting for a world title. He fought He didn't fight Marquez in that
Oh,
world
so you're
title
saying
fight.
Pacquiao fought non-major sanctioning bodies, so he didn't have to get tested?
Aye, there was a huge part of Pacquiao's career where he wasn't a world champion,
Well,
even though he was fighting the best fighters, yeah.
so
And
you
that's
think
why.
he's been using the whole time?
But why would you know fight for a world title when you were as good as him?
I mean, I don't remember him not fighting for world titles when he was.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't that this whole thing?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Well, he was usually winning them and then vacating them, and
No.
his strategy was fighting names as opposed to fighting for titles themselves. Like he never unified. Like he's right. Like Mick is right. That motherfucker never unified. Did Floyd ever unify?
Floyd unified a few times.
To me,
Wait,
that
holy
doesn't matter.
Manny never unified?
Manny never unified. He's actually got less title
Floyd
defenses than
never
Ricky Burns.
undisputed, but he's arguably the greatest fighter who ever lived. So it's like, why do we put
Yeah,
so much?
Floyd was never undisputed.
He got
Pacquiao was never undisputed either.
No. And mind you, guys, before all this bullshit,
undisputed?
every fighter was undisputed. Up until the 70s, there was only one belt. So this didn't even come up. But now it does. Like, it's so stupid. The whole unification to me is dumb. It's who you
If
fight.
it's only one belt, that makes you undisputed.
That makes you undisputed, right? Right, and you don't talk
So
about
Marco,
this. And
Marco, who had a better career, Marco, to you? Like legitly, Floyd or Pacquiao? The way that they did their forget the money and everything. Just the people that they fought.
Floyd.
So,
Floyd.
like,
easy.
I can settle this debate easily. Like, people say, oh, Manny Pacquiao went up all these weights. Aye, he did. But he was fighting super flyweights, all up the weights. Barrera, Marquez, all guys that started at super flyweight as well. So it was like all folk going up 3-4 weights as well. It wasn't just him jumping up the weights to fight a natural welterweight. It just didn't happen, yeah. It never happened once.
Oh.
Probably Tim Bradley was probably the only one that he done.
Yeah, no, I think Floyd's career. I mean, I place big onus on dominance when I look at careers, and you can't get more dominant. I mean, I thought Floyd lost to Castillo, but other than that, you know, Pacquiao. The first one. Yeah, second one was even close. And on top of that, Floyd beat Pacquiao, so like comparing them to me is no comparison.
Do you think Castillo won the second one?
No, he got destroyed.
Okay.
Beat the shit out of him. You know, and I believe Floyd might have been injured in that first one because he, you know, but I thought he lost, just like I thought Triple G beat Canelo the first time. I thought Andre Ward lost to Kovalev the first time. You know, these are a bunch of losses.
Forget resumes for a second. Let's just talk about just pure fighting ability and skill. You think Floyd is just a better fighter than Pacquiao, just overall?
Yeah.
Forget resumes and everything.
He didn't have Pacquiao had dominance in angles, and he had dominance in speed, and he had dominance in bulk. He had more bulk than Costco. You know how many shots he was just delivering. But those were the three areas where Pacquiao reigned supreme over Floyd. But in every other area, and as a whole, Floyd was a better fighter.
So basically,
I disagree.
How dare you? Why?
Because all of the big names that Floyd fought, as Money May, he all fought guys that were stylistically similar to each other. They were same, and they complemented his style better. So name me all the boxers that he fought. Name me all the rangy outside fighters that he fought. You can't because he didn't fight them.
Let me ask
For
you
instance,
this.
but Manny, in my opinion, in the later half of his career, was the more complete fighter because he could do more. Money Mayweather couldn't. He couldn't fight. He couldn't slug. He couldn't punch. He wasn't a come forward fighter. If anything, it was the exact opposite. He was great when guys came forward at him because they highlighted his technical abilities out of the Philly show. The same with Shakur.
You might have a point, right? You have a point when you say.
So to me, completeness as a fighter is more important than all the shit that you said.
See, to me,
what do you mean by complete? What does he mean by
complete fighter is one who wins. So Floyd
managed to
win, and the winning is the goal. Just like in basketball, the goal is to fucking get the ball in the hoop and win. Floyd
complete-
managed to win.
The
Just
complete
because
fighter.
Yeah, but who did he win against? You just said that. Who did he beat? You just said it was a matter about who
So
they beat.
let me
Yeah,
ask
but who
you
did he
a
win
question.
against?
everybody in his era. Floyd?
Let me ask more question. Who
Shoot.
at that time when he was Money Mayweather, who at that time was a boxer that he wasn't fighting?
He fought everybody. Literally everybody.
Who
He didn't
is
avoid.
these boxers that he's not
What?
fighting?
Marco,
What
sorry.
style did either Manny or Floyd not fight? I feel like they fought every style. Like,
Yep.
forget the names. Like,
Well,
I'm talking about a
didn't
fight.
fight
We're talking about
everybody.
fight.
Which one of them
Yes, the
fought?
names matter.
Who fought a moving boxer? Which one of them fought a dude like a Muhammad Ali type? Bop, bop, bop. You know.
Floyd fought
The
Zab.
Yeah.
Floyd
The
fought
best man
Shane.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was
Floyd,
just saying
Floyd
Money.
fought Augustus.
I was just saying
Mayweather.
Money Mayweather. I was specifically talking about Money Mayweather.
Floyd
But Floyd fought
Mayweather shouted
Augustus.
from
I
Amir
mean, Money
Khan.
fought everybody. His style had changed because of age and brittle hands.
Fought
But he fought
Amir
everybody.
Khan.
Floyd was 20 and he beat Apaka and then stopped him with a body shot.
And
He was
still
the
didn't
reigning
fight Amir
champ.
Khan.
He was the reigning champ.
Like, it's embarrassing.
Pacquiao was way more exciting to watch.
It's
but not a better
embarrassing for
fighter.
Floyd and Manny.
I disagree.
Do you not
I
think
don't
it's
know,
embar-
Marco. I don't
You
know,
think
Marco.
Floyd's more exciting? No. Add Money.
Manny won a title at 40.
Money
Did
Mayweather?
Floyd win a title at 40? Did Floyd win a title at 40? No.
Manny Pacquiao, Ricky Burns won the world title at
Because he
40.
retired.
Manny Pacquiao
What
didn't
did
win
you
the
just
world
say?
title at 40.
There you go.
What
Retired. Couldn't
world
hack it.
titles did Manny Pacquiao win at
If you don't
140?
stop with Ricky Burns, I'm gonna throw up.
No,
Nick.
wait,
I'm literally
Manny,
gonna throw up.
But
Floyd
he's
beat
right.
Zab at 40,
Marco.
didn't he? Didn't Floyd beat Zab at 40?
Who did Manny Pacquiao
It wasn't
beat?
40, but he was close. Floyd
Oh, I
retired.
meant at
Manny
40 years
Pacquiao-
old. 40 years
that?
old.
Go and let me speak.
Talk
What
about
world
Ricky Burns,
title?
but okay, go ahead.
What world title did Manny Pacquiao win at 140?
Say that
I
again.
have no idea.
He didn't. He
Okay.
didn't win a world
What?
title.
Okay.
Hey, Marco.
Man,
He won in 8 different divisions. You're bringing up the one that he didn't?
no, he won in
He
there.
won
but
in
he didn't
8.
win a world title.
That's a world record. You're bringing up the one that he skipped.
He was not a world champion in 8 divisions. It is a lie.
That's a lie?
It is a lie. Go and tell me the 8 divisions. Go on.
Well, where did Manny start?
He started at
116?
108 pounds. I don't know. I don't think he won a belt at
108.
108. That's where he started.
108.
But I don't think
Right,
he won a
go.
belt at 108. I believe
He won his
he
belt at the second weight he fought at, right? Not his
I
first weight.
believe.
The second
We
weight.
can go on box rec. I don't even want to look it up because I highly doubt that it's not true because everybody says it. It's always talked about. So that probably would have been cross-checked.
What's
and
after
debunked
108?
a long time ago.
112, right? After 108 is 112, correct?
112,
Yeah.
then 115, then 118.
He didn't. He jumped day 2. Well, he jumped 3, I think. Yeah.
122, 126, 130.
Didn't win a world title at 126.
Yo, Marco.
Either.
What's up?
Who had a closer fight versus Cotto and De La Hoya?
Mick might have a point.
Who had
I am right here.
He never
Mick might
won in
have a
8
point,
divisions,
bro.
so this is a bullshit narrative.
He never
No,
won a
he's
world
saying he
title in
won,
8
but
divisions.
he's saying eight division champ.
He's not an 8
Yeah.
division champ.
He won belts in 8 different weight divisions.
No, he
No,
didn't.
no, he didn't.
win
Marco.
world
No, he
titles.
didn't.
He
No, he
didn't?
didn't.
Mm.
Doesn't he hold
Look
the
it up.
record?
He fought in 8 weight classes. I think he
Hold
fought
on, we
in
might
more.
have to look this
division
up,
champion.
Marco.
Go
Look it
Hold
up.
on, Marco.
I did, bro. I
You're
did
the
the
Hold on,
same
Marco.
thing.
You're
We
the
might have to
historian,
look this
Marco.
up because he might be
This is
on to
wrong.
something.
I'm
He
right.
might be on to something.
So
Now
how
that
many
I'm
weight
I am
divisions
right.
did he win in?
I think he
many
won
did
a
he
belt
win?
in. I think he won a
Six.
belt. Yeah,
There you
I
6.
go.
think it's 6.
He won a belt in
6
6, but he
division
fought
world
in
champs.
8 weight classes.
6
I
division
want to
world
say it's
champ.
6.
3 of them were vacant titles and never defended them either.
Oh, so he won in 6. But isn't that the record? Nobody else has done that, right?
De La
Yes,
Hoya
that's the
done it.
record. Yeah,
No,
that's the
De La
no.
Hoya.
No, De La
He
Hoya
did
has one
5.
left.
He did
What did
5.
Hearns do? What did Hearns do? Was Hearns
De La
5?
Hoya done 6.
Hearns
And-
is
No,
up
he
there.
and
didn't.
Junior
No, he
Five,
didn't, Mo.
I think
Well,
Hearns
He
did
not
5,
Mo.
right?
Mick. No, he didn't.
De La Hoya done 6 and unified in divisions and fought for undisputed in them. He lost some
Yeah, I
of the
think
fights,
Hearns had 5.
but De La
Hearns
Hoya has
had 5.
6.
See, that I think
De
that's
La Hoya has
Here we
6.
go.
Legit world
Manny
titles.
Pacquiao. Here we go.
There you
8
go.
divisions. 8
Go
divisions.
name them.
he fought in 8. He
Flyweight?
fought in 8.
No, he won belts.
And
WBC
six.
flyweight belt. IBF
Correct.
super bantam. The
Yeah.
Ring magazine feather. Okay, the Lineal featherweight if you count
So
that.
see that
doesn't-
ring
WBC
magazine belt.
Okay, so if
the
you don't
last time
count
that
the
was
ring,
fought for?
if you don't count the ring,
1988.
then Mick is right. But if you count the
No,
ring, Mick is wrong.
but we can because
Well,
see that
how do
ring
you
belt.
not count the ring though?
That's what
I'm
I'm
going to
saying.
explain why. I'm going to
That's what
explain
How
I'm
do you
saying.
not count the ring, bro?
So
That's
Ring
what I'm
before
ring is
saying.
before everything,
Mick
bro.
is
Bill,
wrong.
Ring is
Mick
go and
before
give me a
wrong.
everything,
minute.
bro.
Mick
Go and give me a
is
minute to
wrong.
explain this.
No, before
Okay.
IBF, before WBC. No, bro.
No,
The ring
go on,
is the belt, bro. Ring is the
no,
belt, bro.
go
We
and
all
be
know
quiet
that,
for a
bro.
minute and I'll explain it.
It's arguable, but go ahead, Mick.
That featherweight belt was last fought for in 1988, and then the time after that was fought after Manny Pacquiao was Mikey Garcia in 2013. The Ring Magazine belt isn't a belt; it's a fucking advertisement. There's divisions that's never had a Ring Magazine belt. That's a fact. Go and check then. Go and check.
Ring
Go and
Magazine
check.
belt is wide. Look, there's no rules in
Go and check
boxing, Mick.
126.
Listen to me, Mick. There's no rule. There's no official rules in boxing. We've all agreed. So everything is
There's
subjective.
4 world titles.
Everything is subjective, right? But most people, I could do a poll right now, will consider the Ring, the Lineal, a real championship.
Only because Turkey. So you're
No,
telling me
before Turkey, it was considered the
No.
Lineal.
I disagree,
What?
Yeah,
Marco.
way
I'm
before
with Mick
Turkey.
on this one.
You don't think
I'm
the
with Mick.
Lineal? You don't think people placed onus
Go
on
and
the
tell me
Lineal?
go and tell me the
No,
featherweight
the
belts are-
lineal. Well, no. There's a difference between the lineal title and the ring title.
The
Those are
Ring
two
is the
different
Lineal.
things.
The
No,
Ring
it is
is
not.
Doesn't the ring
Oh.
No, it
doesn't
is
the
not.
ring belt represent
hold
the
on.
lineal?
It's
No.
not. It's not officially the same. Obviously, the Lineal is just something that
It's not
we
a
as fans
commission.
look at, and
It's
the
a
Ring
free
is. But the
promotion
Ring
belt.
always
Hold
recognizes
on,
the
let him talk.
Lineal as their belt, so it is the same. They always
No.
recognize the Lineal.
So you're telling me that the 122 and the 120, 118 have never had, like the divisions of 108 never had a lineal champion?
I don't know.
So there
Maybe
wasn't a
not.
lineal
You know
champion.
why? Because those aren't belts. Those weren't weight classes in the original, the OG categories.
So in 126 featherweight, which is
126 has always been an OG category.
so go and tell me how many lineal Ring Magazine champions has been then, and why has there nobody fought for it since 2013? If it's that prestigious,
I don't
why
know.
did Manny not defend it, and why did Mikey
It
Garcia not
makes
defend it?
spit. Make
No
it
one's reached
spin.
that though.
Let me
No
ask
one's
a
reached
question.
that yet.
Let me ask a question. If it's barely fought for and people barely get it, don't that make it more prestigious?
There we
No,
go.
because what all it is the Ring used to say, "Oh, we'll put this belt up between you two, and it's free advertisement for them, yeah." Because there's no they go, there's no sanctioning fees, so we do it, but we're getting all this promotion for nothing. Basically, that's what it was.
Hey, to Mick's point, his point is nobody gives a fuck about the the lineal title. That's what his point is. So why would anybody fight for it?
I
They don't
kind
give
of
a
get
Well,
fuck
that.
because
about it.
we've
People care,
always cared about the
people care
lineal
about the
title.
lineal.
Yeah.
People care about the
It's the
lineal.
casuals that make the name belts because that's what they know. But
So-
we've always cared about the
Well,
main belt.
The Ring
It's
belt
So
that
I'm
guy
thinking
who
lineal
has
back.
the
belt.
belt.
Hold on a second, guys. So I'm thinking back to the '90s. I've always been a boxing fan. When I
There you
fought
go.
with the Lineal, right? I didn't really think about it. So Mick does have a point, but it's a subjective thing. It is.
Mhm.
He does have a
Mhm.
point, but it
He
is
does.
It was a
subjective.
fucking magazine that just decided the lineal belt. There's no belt for lineal. It's just a name. The ring belt is just a fucking magazine that got
Because the
free
problem with
promotion.
Lineal is when
I've got no
somebody
problem with lineal.
retires or dies, the Lineal technically should be dissolved because it has to be the man who beat the man, and not
Correct.
always
Yeah.
do number 1 and 2 fight each other when that happens. You know what I mean?
Aye, so it's like the ring belt is just a made up thing.
Well,
It was
No.
it has
it meant
a lineage to
something
it.
in like
It
the
has a lineage to
1970s.
it. Like the
It
heavyweight
doesn't.
ring, the heavyweight Lineal has a lineage. Like some of the weight
It doesn't.
divisions,
Do
you're right, don't.
you want to know when the ring?
No, I understand what Mick is right though. What he's saying
Do
is
you know how
right,
Lennox
but
Lewis became the ring champion? They awarded it to him about 6 months after he had a fight in a ring. He didn't fight anybody for the ring belt. They gave him it in a magazine promotion in 2001.
yeah, but you know they dropped that ring belt for a long time. There was a long time where
Because
the ring belt
it was
like
bought
didn't mean.
over.
There was a long time when the ring belt meant something. The lineal belt meant something. But then there was like this
There isn't a lineal
this
belt.
this time,
It's a
this
title.
space and time where no one was really going for unified, like undisputed. That really wasn't a thing for a
And
while. Honestly, if you look back,
No,
Crawford
every
was
fight
really
was
the
that.
guy. Crawford
Nearly
was
every
really the
fight was
guy
that.
who brought back undisputed.
the
He
thing
was the
with the
one.
Ring magazine, Mick, the thing why the
And
Ring
who pushed?
magazine should be coveted is they always stayed out of politics. They were giving the
Because
belts
it's
to
free
who they thought should
promotion.
be champions. So it does mean something.
Like
Now,
the
did we
the
consider
original
it?
ring.
Hold on. Did
The
we all
original ring.
consider it a belt? Not really in the 90s and the 2000s, but it was always probably the most unbiased, real title that there was because they weren't playing fucking with politics.
When it was the first owners of the ring, like, and then it was sold to somebody and they
The ring's been
discontinued
around
all
since
the
Dempsey,
belts.
since 1920. It's been around. It's a
So
long
like
time.
in 1970 or something, they just stopped it. They got bought over and they done away with the belt for so many years, and then somebody else brought it over, and then they brought it back, and then somebody else has now brought it over to try and
but
bring
when
it back.
Pacquiao won it, it was considered. He beat Barrera. That was a real. I mean, that was considered.
Nobody had fought for that belt since 1989.
It still was considered.
And it wasn't 1 versus 2 because that was Manny Pacquiao's first.
We were going into the money era. We were going into like the media era when the lineal ring belt has always the lineal ring belt has always meant something to the real core fighters.
The lineal and the ring are different.
Mick, you're saying some great things. You're saying some great things.
They're
But
different.
to the real fighters, it did become something of real prestigious elite fighters. The ring lineal belts were real,
in the 50s and the 60s,
but there was a time where it went
70s.
away and everyone was wanting names,
It
pay-per-view,
went away
money,
because
Floyd
they
things.
stopped it.
Yeah, so like Mick, specifically the featherweight, Prince Nassim was 97, you're right. But Prince Nassim was, and then Barrera beat him, and Pacquiao beat him. That's a legit. That's a legit. Like, yeah, there was a stop in it for years, true. But nobody was better than Prince, and nobody was better than Barrera at that point. So Pacquiao really was the Lineal, truly, I would say.
No.
For featherweight.
Lineal. But Naz wasn't the ring champion.
Ring. It was ring and
Are we
Lineal,
talking about the ring? Are we talking about ring or lineal?
Both.
Like, what are we?
Yeah, usually they go hand
ring
in hand.
and lineal are different.
The ring always recognizes the lineal as.
So if we're talking ring belts, the reason that the ring belt is ringing is because of Turkey, because he brought it back. Because again, we went through this phase in this boxing era when it was like we call it the Floyd phase, right? But it was really this phase of media, pay-per-view, and guys were getting names. We just talked about it. Guys were wanting to fight names because their pay-per-view, HBO boxing, their boxing is popping. But there was a time where the lineal and the ring belt the prestigiousness of that belt left a little bit.
Yeah,
but it has come back. It has come back to where people are.
did not bring lineal back, man.
No, I didn't say lineal. Turkey brought the ring belt. It's prestigious,
He did not bring that back. Man.
What I'm saying is there was a time when the ring belt was almost forgotten. Okay, we were talking about 4 belts. There were 3 belts. We were talking about 4 belts. There was a time where the ring belt was not considered the prestigious belt, even a 5th belt. They were only talking about.
Let me say this.
You know what I'm saying?
Nick was saying until 97, right? But here's a picture of Riddick Bowe posing with the fucking ring belt. Why do dudes pose with that belt over all these years?
That is the elite belt.
It is. It meant something to people.
That's the elite belt, bro.
This is like 92, Mick, when you said the ring belt was like shot.
So
people care.
So before Barrera won that belt, it was last defeated in 1989. Then Barrera fought twice for it against Manny Pacquiao, then Mikey Garcia. Nobody's fought for it since, right? The strawweight has had 1 champion ever in 2024. The flyweight has had 3 champions. The junior bantamweight's got 3.
You know why?
Right?
Because those are belts that didn't went into inception until fucking late 80s, early 90s. Those are new divisions.
The first one was won in 2019.
Huh?
The first one was won in 2019 for some of them, Marco.
You're right. I don't know why they didn't come out, but that's probably why, because they weren't OG divisions.
Yeah.
How would they know?
And make it such a purist. Make it such a purist. He's such a boxing purist.
I
that
agree.
Some of the business doesn't make sense, but a lot of the it's the business.
I will say, sorry to cut you off. He won featherweight and he won light welterweight rings. So the featherweight, I disagree with you, Mick, because that's an OG belt. There's a clear lineage there. Now the light welterweight, you might have a point. That's a newer one.
The featherweight doesn't have a clear lineage.
Huh?
The featherweight doesn't have a clear lineage.
Well,
You'd agree because
Prince
Prince Nassim
Nassim
was
to
never
Marco Antonio Barrera.
Prince
There it is.
Nassim wasn't a ring champion.
Yeah, he was.
Go and have a look. Prince Nassim never
I
had a
just
ring
did.
belt.
I
They
just
awarded,
looked it up.
they awarded a
Prince,
belt after they
and then
retired for
Barrera
about
beat
10
Prince,
years.
and
No.
then what's his face? Pacquiao
No.
beat Barrera.
Incorrect.
That's what it says when I look it up.
Go and put it into your search engine. Ring award Prince Nassim a belt in retirement.
I just did.
He was retired. He was already beat when they gave him it.
No, in '97 he got it. He wasn't retired.
No, he didn't. Go and look. He
I
did.
just
They gave
did.
him in 2002.
I just did look. I'm not talking out of my ass. I just looked, and that's what it says. So right here, Prince Nassim defeated Boom Boom.
Debate.
He defeated Boom Boom Johnson to be recognized as the lineal and ring champion.
Boom Boom. He
and
was
then
a great fighter.
Barrera beat Hamed, which we all know, which broke my heart when that happened. And then Pacquiao, and then Marquez is a second. Well, yeah, but no, you're right. It's choppy. It's not structured like normal sanctioning bodies. You have a point.
What Mick is saying has some validity, but you're right too. Like you're right. You're both right. You're both right. You're
well,
both
there's no
right.
rules in boxing, so everything's fucking subjective. So
Again,
if I say
that's why you're
Prince
right.
Nassim
That's
was
why you're right.
awarded the ring belt by in 2019. They gave him it in 2019. He didn't win the belt. He never fought for the belt. They awarded
But
it
Mick,
up
but
20
Mick,
years after he was retired.
you gotta remember the prestigiousness of that belt. Some of that left. So a lot of those fighters weren't looking for that. They weren't pushing that.
And it
The agenda wasn't that
it's null
belt.
and void if
All
you
of
win
that
20 years after you've retired.
Look,
but that matters though.
Rolly won a major sanctioned belt by beating fucking Barroso. So, but he's an official champion, so that matters. But
Barroso whooped his ass.
Right, but Manny Pacquiao beating the recognized best featherweight in the world to you doesn't hold as much weight as a stupid fucking sanctioning body corrupt belt. Come on.
How could you claim somebody was a ring champion if they game it 30 years after they fought?
And he still won 6 then. That's That's still a lot.
Yeah, that's still the most ever.
That's great.
I mean, the titles to me of this era will definitely be in question because of the fact that guys like Riley, guys like Wilder was able to acquire titles. I mean, those two are arguably two of the weakest champions.
That's what I just said.
In this era.
I don't agree with Wilder, but
Damn, throwing Wilder under the bus, crazy.
Yeah, I don't agree with Wilder, but
bro, come on.
I mean, it's unfortunate.
No, he's right. Wilder.
It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Great puncher, horrible boxer.
You can't. But
again, he got
Wilder.
To their defense, right? To their defense, you can't fight who a champion when they fighting these champions. If they fought in the fucking 80s, we'd probably never heard of these dudes. But
we can definitely fight because when there's politics involved, guys like Riley become a champion. He did not win a championship,
but he beat the champion though.
He did not beat the champion.
The fuck?
No, the champion vacated. That's different.
It was all politics, man.
No,
they robbed that old man.
Right, so.
No, see, that's one thing. He won regardless of who you think won or lost. I'm saying, dude was a champion, and they gave Rolly the win. That makes Rolly a champion.
No, Rolly became a champion. Right, I get what he's saying, but Rolly was an interim champion for beating Ryan Garcia at 147 or whatever it is now. But then they moved up, right? But at that point, Rolly's has mandatory, so then does that mean that he ducked Rolly and moved up?
Yeah, I mean, but there was no reason for a title to be on the line between Riley and Ryan. There was absolutely no reason.
I agree, but that the WB's kind of
You said there was no reason. You said there was no reason for a belt for that fight.
Absolutely not. Absolutely,
no.
None of them did anything to be.
Absolutely agree.
You know what I mean? For a title to be elevated. That's horrible. Right. That's a stain on boxing.
Agree.
But the interim champ's got to be elevated, yeah. You've got to. It's shit. Like I don't agree with like Tank fucking.
Well, somebody's got to be elevated, but you should earn it though. You should. There's no reason why Rolly should have been in that position because Barroso beat him. So honestly, we're talking about a whole phantom situation. They're just talking about the money making. Again, that's what I'm saying. But Barroso beat Rolly. So if we're talking about just boxing and fighting, none of this would have even played out. This would have played out way different if Barroso would have fought Ryan Garcia, but it didn't happen that way because Barroso isn't the money.
But also
So
didn't vacate though.
it's not always just fighting. It's sometimes it's just money, politics, and what's going to make the money. That's sometimes why we don't get the fights that we really want because it's the money. It's not us. It's not the people. It's the
Like,
people pulling the strings. It's not even
you
the
can
fighters. Sometimes it's
see, like
the
you
you
can
know.
take like the WBA out of it, but like see, like for years the WBO and WBC when they made them the interim champs, they mandated it, and then the champ either vacates or he fights them. But in my opinion, with they bodies, you should that isn't a paper championship. If somebody decides to move up and vacate, but you must defend
Let,
the belt, yeah.
Mick, you're such a purist. Like when the hell did interims really become a big thing? Like, cause I remember watching boxing, and I don't remember like hearing interim. When I was coming up
Lots of
and watching
times,
Sugar Ray and all of that, I don't
Lennox Lewis
remember
was an intern.
interims,
Lennox
huh?
Lewis was an intern for Bo, and
Linux? You say Linux?
aye, aye, interns
So
were
is that when it got big? Like when did interim become such a big thing? Like, oh, I
like
got the interim belt, I got the USA belt, I got the Continental belt. Like, when
but
did interim become
if you're an interim champ, you are the world champ until that person, the champion, either vacates or fights you. It pressures them, yeah. I I get that people get into these positions that shouldn't be with the WBA, but they have about 15 titles. That's why like Tank's won 3 secondary titles. And Boots got his title that way, and Stanley Onis got it that way. So it's not like
Ennis defended it with standing on it.
no.
Tank's always had like a secondary or a WBA. But I'm
Aye,
saying
secondary.
when did the interim belt thing become a thing?
So
Because
so
when I
this
was
is the
coming up watching Sugar Ray's my goat. When I was watching Sugar Ray, when I was watching these guys, JC, I don't remember interim being such a big thing.
Because they
Like a big
stripped them.
thing. I know there was the mandatories.
Interim
There's
wasn't
always
Because
a
they
been
thing.
stripped them, yeah.
mandatories, but
Interim
the
it
didn't exist
wasn't.
when
interim,
That
the
didn't
Jaguars.
exist.
There was
So
none.
yeah,
you got to remember that there's
there's always
always
been
been secondary
mandatory.
titles and there's always been mandatories. The difference is that
Yeah.
before in the
They
past, like
stripped
in
them,
the
yeah.
Hagler Leonard days, there was like the NABF, the NABO, the British
ABF was a
champion,
big one. Yep.
European,
Mm-hmm.
the Mexican
Aye.
champion.
Yeah.
The
Don't
difference
forget
is
Aye.
that
the.
those secondary titles exist to help a fighter build rank in a given
Don't
Yeah.
even forget,
association,
guys.
right?
No,
The
I
Now
understand.
WBO.
though,
No,
those
I understand the
interims, they
plot,
treat
but
them like they're
when
WBO.
real
did it
full
become a
titles.
big thing?
Hold on, guys. The WBO wasn't even nationally recognized until Prince Nassim brought shine to it, and then it became part of the four belt era. That wasn't even
Yeah,
a
because
thing.
there was three
2007
belts.
they made that,
There
yeah.
was three, right? Tyson,
So
three
that's what I'm
belts
saying.
started right
When
around
did interim and
after Ali. After Ali was champion, right when Larry Holmes won it, that's when all the other sanctioning bodies, for some reason, broke apart, started getting more popularity, whatever. That's when the alphabet, the shitball alphabet soup started.
like the
No,
Marco,
USA,
that's
the
a good question though.
Continental, the World
but like
Belt, and all of that shit?
Yeah,
Those are
that's a
the
in
good
the
names.
question, Marco. So, who do you know who the first quote unquote interim champion has been? Because the interim belt is different than
That's what
like
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
intercontinental.
what
the
weight
Like
intern
division?
why
doesn't count unless you get
is
promoted
this a
to.
world thing or is this a USA thing? Is
No,
the interim thing like a media thing that we was like, hey, let's put
no,
again, I know there's secondaries, I know there's mandatories. I
Hustin
no.
understand that.
Rahman is the first heavyweight interim champion, WBC, in
Who,
2005.
who,
Rockman?
Yep,
Lennox Lewis, what when was he intern
Wow.
champ?
interim. He's the very first in
Who?
WBC.
Who?
And then
That's
he
yeah.
went on to beat Lewis and then got beat in the second fight though.
Well,
Nah,
he
that
beat
was after
Lewis
Lewis
before
retired.
2005. I believe that happened in the 90s, didn't it? When he beat Lewis, or 2000 or something?
Who?
No,
I
that
mean,
Klitschko.
was like in the
let's be
90s.
real.
No,
I
Rockman.
Yeah,
That's
Rockman.
I
fine.
appreciate
That ain't ago.
2001. 2001.
I appreciate the interim status. What I don't
The intern doesn't
appreciate
count
is
though, yeah.
the physical element of having a title, having the physical title, being an interim
Nah,
holder. I do
Hey
not
guys, real
appreciate.
quick,
Huh?
we got 2 super chats. Let's try and hit the goal if possible. Let me also pump the Discord one more time. We do have a Discord. We can keep talks like this going. I know Mick does it at all hours because he is in Scotland, so it's different over there. So those of you in different time zones. And lastly, we are raffling off these Grant gloves, 8-ounce Pro Fight gloves, 1998 vintage joints, never used. You want to enter the raffle?
Marco, does Cash App count? If I Cash App you, does that count?
Absolutely.
Because I'll Cash App you right now.
I prefer it because I don't know if you guys know this. YouTube takes 30%.
I only Cash App you. I've always only Cash App you.
I appreciate you.
How I always
appreciate you. I prefer Cash App because YouTube.
I'm not gonna say F YouTube because we're on YouTube.
YouTube grapes. They grape us content creators. A lot of grapes.
But
more than a fucking fruit stand.
30%.
More grapes than a fruit stand.
And they're come on, bro.
Dirty
That's
bastards.
crazy.
But appreciate it. But yeah, so that will count towards the super chat goal if it's a Cash App. Let's try and hit it.
I'm about to Cash App you right now.
You're the man. Appreciate
you.
Go ahead.
So see, for me, the intern belt doesn't make you a world champion, yeah? It doesn't it? But
no, it doesn't.
But it does make you a champion if the champion vacates.
If the champion vacates, then number 1 and number 2 should fight.
The 1 and 2 is already fought for the intern.
Why is there an intern title anyway? Why is that?
That's
because,
a great fucking question. I don't know.
Like in the 60s and the 70s, what they done was the WBC and the WBA, you were either usually a unified champ or that was how you'd say you were basically one champion. So, like, Buchanan won it and, like, he didn't want to pay the WBC sanctioning fees. And it just depended, in that day, who had the money to pay for where to fight. And that's what happened. They just stripped them, yeah? You had to fight. I think that IBF's about the only one that actually still stick to the you must defend or you must unify or defend in 9 months or they'll strip you. And that's what happened, yeah.
Yeah, because I know in the UFC they have intern champions only if the real champion is hurt. So they give the person that he was supposed to face an intern belt, and then if the real champion comes back and face the interim champ, then there's they're called the undisputed champion. But in boxing, it seems like it's totally different.
So I could give you like an example with the best
Marco
example for UFC.
It's all subjective, bro. It's all subjective.
As you're saying for UFC, right? The best example of that at the moment, John Jones just gave up the heavyweight title and the interim got promoted, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how it should happen. But like, I know you're going to hate me saying this, but like Ricky Burns fought Katsidas for the interim title because Marquez wouldn't fight him.
Real quick, appreciate you, Blind Faith. I got it. You're the man. And CJ, extra crispy 5-piece. He's the man. I love 5 pieces with barbecue sauce. Lineal / ring belt will always carry historical significance. True that. Somebody slipped Mick a Mickey.
No, I agree with the Lineal, but nobody weird. There isn't actually a Lineal belt.
Well, that's the truth.
No, what they're missing is that you can't associate the Lineal and the ring. That's what Mick is trying to get people. That's what Mick is trying to get. Plain and simple.
Always, yeah.
For anyone who is misunderstanding what Mick is saying, the ring and the Lineal are 2 completely different belts and situations. So don't confuse what he's saying.
So who do we respect more, the Lineal champion or the ring champion?
The Lineal.
Well, that's what we're debating, though.
But
that's what they're debating.
You didn't
but they're like brother and sister,
belt,
right?
It's still not a Lineal belt. It's a mythical thing. It's a mythical thing.
I mean, okay, hold on. For a while, let's be honest. For a while, weren't they like substituting each other for a minute? Because again, we gotta really honestly talk about the money era. The money era kind of took away from the legacy era.
I want to show you guys something real quick.
The Lineal belt, the Lineal title.
This is crazy.
And this is going to be, and this is going to support what you're saying, Mick. So let me show this. This is from the Ring website. The current Ring champions. The middleweight is vacant. The junior middleweight is vacant. The welterweight is vacant. The lightweight, the junior lightweight, the featherweight, all these are vacant currently.
But we're not getting the fights. Yes, we're not getting the fights.
Have a lineage.
Give me a laugh, Marco. Go and click on that featherweight and I'll tell you all the previous champions.
It
Usyk,
doesn't.
in a way,
This is just what it is
Crawford.
now. It doesn't go into the past. This is current. But
Usyk,
the fact, hold
in
on,
a
but
way,
the fact that
Crawford.
the Ring magazine belts have so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vacancies
Some of them
out of
have
16.
never had a ring champion. Some of them haven't had a ring champion for 30
But
years.
this is
Some of them's
also
never.
newly put together. Hold on, you guys. This is also newly put together by a company with Turkey. Again, this is why I say the ring belt.
So
As far as people who don't, we are in the know. Okay, Mick, you're in the know. So hold on for a second. Everyone on here, this is what Yang was talking about. This is what he was saying earlier. These are people who are in the know. We are in the know because this is what we live. This is what we absorb. This is what we talk about every day, multiple times all day. We're talking about people who are living lives who don't give a about boxing. So we're talking about a very long era where people didn't care about lineal or none of that belts because it wasn't making them the money to
no,
make the company. Hold on. I know you're a purist. Hold on. To make the money to keep the company going, to keep boxing going.
there
When
is
boxing
nobody
was
that owns a
dying,
lineal belt.
it was because we lost the touch of the essence of fighters fighting. It was the
No,
names, it was the belts, it was the money. The
I'm,
Floyd era.
I'm
So
sorry. You're talking
that's why we're
complete
coming out
rubbish.
of it now. We're coming out of
No,
it now where guys are fighting. But back then, it
please let me
you weren't
speak here.
talking about unified
Please
or
let me speak,
you weren't
man.
talking about
Let's
I
let him
will
finish.
just
Let's
let
let him
me
finish.
finish. Let me finish. I
I
will
mean,
let you I swear I will shut up. You have to remember you have to keep boxing going as a sport, as a genre to make money, to keep it going. This is a business. The fighters are
Well,
fighting, but you have to keep it going. So when there's no lineal, no ring or none of that, because back then it was boxing, it wasn't as much money. So they're fighting to make that little bit of money. When there's more money, they don't have to fight as much.
please
So
stop.
the
I'm trying to
guys
save
can
you here.
pick and choose. So now they're preserving the company. I'm loyal to Al. I'm loyal to Bob. I'm making this money. So I don't have to fight you. I don't have to fight you. So the lineal and all of that, it loses its touch because all
No,
these guys who are really big are making money.
like I say, if I'm going to save you
They're
here,
making money.
there's nobody that
I'm
you can type.
money Floyd
Like you,
Mayweather. I'm
go and let me
Pacquiao who
speak.
making a lot.
You
That's all
can't.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
can't
So
go.
don't forget
Go and
that
let me
era.
speak here. I'm trying to save you. You cannot pay anybody money to fight for a lineal title. There's nobody that owns it. It's mythical. It is. It is going from the start of time to the end of time. It isn't somebody that puts on fights. It isn't somebody that has to put on promotions. There isn't actually a real belt. It is a timeline, and nobody owns it apart from boxing. So you can't pay. It's like nobody. You can't say nobody ever cared about the lineal belt because nobody makes money off the lineal belt. Nobody makes money. You didn't pay people to fight for the lineal belt. It goes from the start of time to the end of time. So, like, that is what that is, yeah. The ring
I
something
totally get
completely
what you're
separate.
saying, but Mick, you're such a purist, but you're forgetting this is a business, my
The
brother.
lineal belt,
So
the lineal
you're
thing
such,
is,
what I'm
oh,
saying is, you're saying it's a gimmick. If this is to get, and there's still a business. The companies that are running this, the sanctions that are running this are going to go, hey, this doesn't matter as much. We're pumping, look at Tank. We're about money. We're about
the
money.
lineal
That's what gets you
continues
popping.
no matter what.
The lineal
It
and
doesn't
reign
stop.
has always been like a
The
premise and an elite belt to the
the
guys who
ring only
care
stop
about the
the lineal
legacy.
only stops in death.
But
Let me
there's legacy in money. That's what
let
I'm
me
trying to get you to understand.
But somebody's got to
So
always be the
let me let
lineal
me let me
champion.
business.
let me respond to Mick real quick. Mick, he not saying like we know that you can't make a lineal fight just happen,
No, you
but
can't. Somebody's a lineal champion at some point, at every point in time. Right now,
but
everybody's a lineal champion, yeah? There's got to be a champion, a lineal champion. You can't no have
Mhm,
unless the guy has retired and it dies out with him. And then it
mhm,
becomes starts again. You
mhm,
cannot be a lineal. Everybody, the lineal championship just doesn't stop.
mhm.
So is you
That
Usyk
is a boxing
the
thing.
lineal
You're
heavyweight
right.
champion of the world?
He's absolute Mick. That's what I'm trying to say. Mick, you're absolute. Everything you're saying is absolutely right. But the point you're forgetting, you're just talking about boxing itself. I'm talking about boxing as a whole, as a business, as entertainment, and everything. You have to look at it like how people look at boxing. You look at it as a purist in boxing. This
Only
isn't this, and
purists
this
care
doesn't
about
make sense.
lineal
No, that
belts.
wouldn't make sense to someone like us who's looking at boxing like, why would you do this? But I'm saying, what I'm talking on is boxing as a whole. If you're in a business, that's why Floyd Mayweather is so big. That's why Manny's so big. You have to win. You have to be crucified, you have to be kind of a villain or something. They have to get behind, but the business has to make the money to make you that big. Andre Ward is a great, but he won't be that big because he's not that big as a entity like Tank. You
Oh, I
get what I'm saying?
disagree.
Everything you're saying is correct. I'm not saying you're wrong in any way. I'm just saying you have to expand what you're saying into the business of it, which also helps why the lineage and the reign lost its prestige,
The
but it's
lineage can't
coming
lose its
back.
prestige. It can't lose its prestige because one guy beats the other and it moves on. It doesn't. It doesn't lose prestige. It doesn't
But
have prestige. It
but
doesn't
that's
lose it.
what happens. If I beat you, I beat you. You beat me, I beat you. Like how
So
many
wait,
times have the
Exactly.
greats
so
fought
wait,
each
wait, wait,
other
wait.
like 5, 6 times?
Hold on, let me get this. So Mick, you don't think the Ring magazine means shit? Is that what you're saying? In your
Basically,
eyes,
no.
in your opinion?
No,
No.
I don't think it does. No.
Okay. Did it
But the
ever?
lineal champion means something, yeah.
But the problem with the lineal is you can't always continue the chain because people retire, people
Can I
die.
pose this question?
Correct.
What?
And no, and then 1 versus 2 will fight each other at some point, yeah.
But they don't. That doesn't always
They
happen.
do.
Yeah, that's a fact. But let
Go
me
and
ask
look,
this
go,
though.
go and look at the lineal, every lineal champion in the lineage of boxing. It doesn't stop, Marco.
Let me ask this
Yeah, of
question real
course.
quick.
When Lennox Lewis
When?
retired, with all the belts, the lineal champion was after maybe 5 or 6 years. They recognized Klitschko just because he was there. He didn't fight one or two. They just
How did he
recognized him,
know?
huh?
How did he know?
Exactly. It's
How, no, he did.
what? What?
I think
Of
he's
course he
saying
did.
I think he's saying he did fight the one or two.
No, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And
How?
so it went 5 or 6 years with no lineal champion. That can't be right. It
How?
should immediately
Yes, it
happen.
can. Yes, it can.
No, it happens, but it shouldn't. That's not right. You should get the number one and the number two to immediately fight. But the
No,
problem
but
is,
here's the thing, Marco. The
and
problem
hold on,
with
let me
the
just say real quick. That's how it should be done. And Turkey might now make that be a priority. So this belt is really the only belt that matters and is being run the right way. Turkey now
But
maybe
no.
be like, nah, fuck it.
but
One and two fight.
but
Go.
Marco, that's how you water the title down when you like if it's vacant for 5 years, it's vacant. But it waters down when you're just handing guys a lineal
No,
status.
yeah,
Like Boots Ennis
exactly.
Right.
against
Number one
Stanionis.
and two should fight right
But
away.
that's why boxing died. No one knew who the hell a champ was. You couldn't name a champ in the weight class.
Number
So you
one
can't
and
say
two
water is it down because
fight.
it's already watered. If you that was the point. Back in the days, you knew who was the champ. Oh, he's the
No,
champ.
but how do you
Nassim's
but
the
how do
champ.
you
Mike
how
is
do
the
you
champ.
but how do you determine 1 and 2?
The Ring Magazine has their rankings. We're
Tournaments.
talking about the Ring Magazine, right?
Tournaments.
No,
That's
it's
how
I
called
you
I'll
like
tell
rank.
that.
you.
rankings.
This
Tournaments.
is how
I
you
like
do it.
that. Tournaments.
TRR
Tournaments.
I like
You
rankings,
could
yeah.
that.
It's
even do
real
that.
easy.
You
You
could take
listen.
four people,
You
have
know
them fight
how
off.
easy you could promote
Boom.
tournaments? You know how you know people love people losing, right?
Yeah, but getting a
So
tournament
if
it'd
you're a
be
boxing
extremely hard.
brain,
Yes, tournaments are
it's not
hard. They're lengthy.
it's very hard,
No,
but
you do one
you're
and two.
thinking about a small so look, you're thinking about small. Don't think small. They're doing a 3-day tournament kind of right
Well,
with Crawford. If you think
fighters
about it,
can't
they're
right, but fighters can only
Canelo
fight like
Crawford.
once a month by sanctioning by athletic commission rules. They can't be doing that.
But
So what I'm
I'm
saying is you don't make the tournament like you make the tournament as like so okay. Let's take the top 15 in every division, right? I'm gonna make it quick. Take the top 15 and you do it like the playoffs and you scramble them. Okay, so one is against like 16 or whatever, and you just make it like that. But you don't have to fight every month. You're not, this isn't
Kumite. We're not Bloodsport. You add those other fights. So you have 2 or 3 fights on there, right? That are name fights. That's a tournament. That's already a card. You can do that for 3. You can do that every other month, and then have fights in between, right? But you're having those guys fight, and there's eliminations. You're also having the winners fight the winners, but you're also having the losers fight the losers,
Yeah,
which
they're not
creates
gonna
a
bring
I
whole
that.
understand
nother
all that. I
bracket.
understand all
That's
that,
2
but
minutes.
to keep a championship viable, the second somebody with the lineal or the ring, let's call it the ring now, because the lineal is you don't have 1 and 2s in lineal,
No
but in the
belts.
ring you
We're
have
just
1 and
talking
2s.
the tournament.
So the second they lose, the number 1 and the number 2 ranked fighter literally are ordered to fight each other for the belt. It's that simple.
No, but look, Marco, this is what I'm saying. You make it like a playoff draft. You take
When
the
that
top
person loses,
16
they
play.
should have the
Look,
other
take
person
the
should
That'll
have
top
the
take
fucking
forever,
belt.
16.
Blind Fate. That'll take forever to do 16. That'll
But
literally take 2 or 3 years.
exactly.
Marco, did you
Look,
just say
Yeah.
what
Marco,
you said?
what is your time? Hold on. What is your time limit? Do you have a time limit? All we need is great fights.
Bro,
The
you
ring
know
If
how
technician
you
hard it
got
took
lose
for
paid.
and
them.
you win, now I gotta fight I can
I
make.
get what you're
Now
Bro,
I
saying.
you
gotta
know
fight
how
I
you
can
know
make.
how long it took for them to finish the super middleweight
Yeah,
tournament? That
Took
shit
a
was a
while.
shit.
5
So
years.
everybody
Yeah,
was getting hurt. People was backing out. Like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That
But
done.
look,
agree.
but look, that creates drama. That gets people. Look, y'all looking at it as purists. Y'all gotta start looking at this over thing as if you want to make boxing the best thing,
Nah,
you have to create some drama, right?
blind.
So
We're
look,
looking at
okay,
it.
so
We're looking
okay,
at it like
maybe I went too far.
boxing
Maybe I
fans.
went too far. Maybe
We're
you
looking
take the
at it like
top 8.
boxing fans. I feel like you're looking at it like this isn't basketball. They can't be popping
Hold
off
on,
every
wait, okay,
4 minutes.
Marco,
maybe I went too far. How about you take the
Babyface,
top 8? Maybe take the top 8 and then the bottom 8, and then you do it like
Shit'll take
Babyface. Wait,
alternates,
that shit'll take
can
10
and you
years.
do it alternates. But
Marco,
you have to get the people involved in boxing because we are here. So what do we do new to get
so
people to know the new names? Because what is going to make you fight a new name if you're a name? Because you're getting all the money. And if I'm a promoter trying to get you to get excited about like these guys got egos.
Well, let
The
me say
worst
something
guys in
real quick,
fighting
real
got
quick.
egos. So
My
like,
man Fred here
I
says
agree
the
with that
ring has.
point.
Hold on, real quick. My Fred says the
the
ring
ring,
has rules. Fred, if the ring has rules, why are there
aye,
gaps? Why are there years and years of gaps with
because
no ring champion? If they
I
have
can
rules,
tell you why that is, Marco.
because they're not fighting you. You
and what
gotta
are the
make them
rules,
fight
Fred?
each
No,
other.
But
Put
let
it in
me
the
let
chat.
me
because they stopped the belt. Because they stopped it. They fucking stopped being the belts out. That's why there's big fucking gaps.
I
Because it
never
was
gave
brought
Fred a
over
ring.
and they said they are discontinuing the belt until Turkey came back in, who brought it back in. And how Turkey's not a promoter, he doesn't have fights. Well, how does he make his money on these? How do they make anything back? By making them Ring Magazine belts. Right? That is it. It's like that they were discontinued by the magazine. They stopped it. The Israel for to have it, and it's like one has to fight 2, if not available, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, 1 versus 5, and you must defend it between someday 1 and 5 in 12 months. If you didn't, you get stripped. That's the ring rules, and that's what it's always been.
Wait, where
But
where can we see these rules? Is there somewhere where they're listed?
it's on the fucking. Oh my god! Sorry for
No,
swearing, but
I'm not saying you're
it's
lying.
on
I
that.
just want to read
See
it
that site?
myself
See that website
because
you were
your
on?
accent is like a murderous nightmare. So let me read it.
It is a murderous nightmare listening to this. But see if you see if you go back to that
I
ring
like me.
website you were on, it tells you the rules there. But for that, Marco, you just said about 5 minutes ago, right? If you fight a guy and then they lost, right, for the
Mhm.
belt, and you lost the belt, you said 1 and 2 should fight each other for the belt. No, the person who fucking beat the champion should fight for the belt.
Right, but Fred,
For the belt.
I know that's what should happen, but it doesn't. And that's why Turkey now, if he makes the ring actually coveted, if people give a fuck, then they'll make sure. Like he can order these fights. That's what's
So
great. He can order
this
it
is
and
what
he
you
can keep
forget
a
about
proper
this.
champion at all times.
Do you know when?
Can
Do you
I
know when
how
in the 70s when it meant something? Because the ring rankings were done by 21 journalists. They weren't made up by Turki Alalshikh, Dana White, and whoever else behind it.
Fanboys,
That is
the
why.
lineal belt is not a joke. The lineal belt is actually the realest belt there is because it's the
yeah,
man who
that's
beat the man.
crazy.
But
yo,
that
can
Hey
I
Mick,
makes
hey
us.
Mick, hey Mick, hey Mick, how old are you, brother?
35.
Okay. Not to blast you or anything.
Nah, you know your
I
shit,
like
Mick.
your
Like,
no
you
no
know your
no.
shit.
I like his intensity. I like
You
his
need Google
intelligence. Like
Translate,
I
but
like what he's saying.
Because
you
he's
need
on the
It's
Google.
New
hard
York
to
Times.
understand him sometimes, but I like what he's saying.
No,
Like
he knows his shit.
he knows
Yo,
what the fuck
Marco,
he's talking about.
What's up?
He's on the
let me
New.
let me ask this question. So
Go
when
ahead.
he trying to make it a distinction between a lineal and then the ring, but ain't the
Correct.
ring is just a name, right? The
No,
lineal
they
title.
are different.
So
The ring,
I'm
the
gonna
ring,
tell you the difference. So here's
the
the
ring's
Hold
an
difference.
on, no, let me
The
ask my
advertisement.
Ring
question first. Let
magazine
me ask my question
is an
first.
actual magazine that came out in 1920. It was a publication back
Correct.
then. There was magazines. There was no websites, right? And it was a
And then
boxing
it was
publication.
sold.
So they started saying who they think the champion should be. At first, they were just following the actual belts because in 1920 there was only one champion, right?
Correct.
The lineal is just following. The lineal isn't a company, isn't a person. It's a concept. It's
Yeah.
following the man who beat the man. Because in all of this bullshit since the 20s, there's all these sanctioning bodies start saying everybody and their great grandmother's a champion. So the
Correct.
lineal is a concept that just follows the OG champion. Whoever beat that person is lineal. Then whoever beats that person is lineal. A chain of beating the man who beat the man.
But that isn't what the ring is, yeah.
The
Yeah,
ring
you got to beat the
tries
champ
to
to beat
follow
the
that.
champ.
The ring
It,
follows the lineal for the most part.
it used to about 1960, and then it was sold. And then they stopped the belt for 20 years. Somebody else bought it. They brought it back,
Right, but it's
and then
easy
they
to follow
sold
it.
it.
It's easy to
But
follow it now and go back, say, okay, so this, and then Turkey
but
buys it
how can you follow it back? See, like, but so
because you
now,
know them, you know who
see the
champion was at the time, and you know who beat them or who didn't beat them. What do you mean?
so see the rankings that you were on earlier on the ring website.
What's
They
that?
decided see the rankings that you were on the ring website earlier.
Yeah,
Where
they
you
didn't
The
have.
rankings
A
that
lot
were
of
on
them
the
were
website.
vacant. Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
bet they have rankings for each thing if you click on it, but and it tells you the rules on it, and it's
Okay.
always I'll give Turkey saying that he is trying to follow the rules, right? But they are now deciding who is 1 to 10 ranked. It's been done by a promoter. Where before, where it meant something in the 70s and things like that, it was done by 21 independent journalists, and your average was taken over the 21 rank. So 21 people ranked 1 to 10 in each division, and then it was taken for there. Whatever the average was, that decided where your ring magazine ranking was, yeah?
Okay.
So it wasn't decided by it wasn't decided by somebody who it may suit. So that meant something then. No, it's not. No, it's somebody who's come into boxing and he's promoting something. Whereas before the ring wasn't really promoted, it was a magazine, as you say. But no, I think it means less.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. It is a whole mess. It is a whole
And
mess,
there's
but it's
no sanctioning body or it. It's just one guy deciding.
true. True. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just answering an email here. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's a whole mess. That's why I'm pushing for Turkey to kind of grab it by the horns. And
Can I ask Mick? Hey Mick, how do you
Yeah.
feel about tournaments? How do you feel about tournaments?
Tournaments are great, but they have to have. So me and CJ had spoke before about a 154 tournament, but it must have strict time limits on it. Yeah, 16 fights, round robin, all names into a draw, and they get picked out. None of this what they done in the World Series, the World Super Series, where it was like number one gets to pick what fighter gets to fight in the first round, and that. No into that. Just put all the names into a hat, pull them out, knockout competition. Fight. You must fight before March 1 year. You must fight by September. You must fight by January, and the final must be done by March next year. And that's the way to do it. You can't, as they say, the Super Six tournament took about 4 years to complete, and then Andre Ward got shafted by winning it into a promotional contract with Goosen or whoever, and then couldn't fight. So it has to be for a tournament. It's got to be. You can't have it over 3 and 4 years. And it can't be a league format like the World the Super Six was.
right.
Like they won points and things like that, and then it ended up fighters didn't fight. Glenn Johnson came in, so Kessler didn't fight his third fight, and it just got messy. That got
Okay.
really messy. But
Okay.
Yeah.
they were the best fighters in the world.
Tell Mick to
Now, if it was
breathe.
all under one sanction, do you think it could work? If it was
No,
all like not 1,000 different,
Yes,
just one
no,
of course,
ruling, do you think
of,
it could work?
of
no,
course.
because the people the people that's the bigger names will end up fighting for the titles.
I think
Yeah,
it's a very
it gets
simple
shafted.
formula. You grab the current lineal, and if there isn't one, let's say it's impossible, you make number 1 and number 2 fight each other. That's simple. And then continue it along that path. Number 1
So
and number 2 fight.
the consensus for the lineal is, I think, TRRBT rankings between them and what was the ring at the time. They two, both would have to be 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 there.
My question to you, Marco, who was the true heavyweight champ? Usyk with 3 sanctioned belts or Fury with the WBC in the little? No. Usyk took the lineal from Fury. That's the way it works. When you lose,
Usyk,
the one who
by
beats
far.
you takes the lineal.
No,
And Fury does not have a
Not
lineal.
even close.
I get his question though, or
I
her
don't.
question, sorry, because what happened was Fury
No, that's a
became the
he.
lineal champ by beating Vladimir, but then he got busted for drugs and things like that. But then then became the lineal champion again when he fought Wilder. So when he fought Fury when he fought Usyk the first time, Usyk had the WBA, IBF, and the WBO, and Fury was the lineal champion in the WBC. So what
Right.
he's saying is, at that time, who was the true heavyweight champ before they fought? And it would be Fury, even though Usyk had the 3 belts. In
So
my
he's saying
opinion,
at
Okay,
because
that
he's the
point,
lineal.
I
at that
understand what you're
point,
saying.
at that
At that
point,
I
he
point,
was
yeah.
understand what you're saying.
forever.
Yeah.
So the 1 and 2 at the time were
Right. And guess what?
um,
The only reason we got that fight, people, was because Turkey made it happen. Turkey undisputed, like well, there's no doubt who the light heavyweight champion is. There's no doubt who the heavyweight champion is now. There's no doubt who the super middleweight champion is. That's all because Turkey. And if he could just
And
how
fucking
can
Joe
do
we?
that,
and Joe Joyce stepped aside
I'm
because
telling
if
you,
you remember,
I'm,
Joe Joyce was actually supposed to fight Fury before Usyk. If
right.
y'all remember that.
But I'm telling you guys, Turkey is cleaning all this mess up like a janitor. And then what he's going to do is once all of them are together, he's also crowning them the Ring magazine belt. And then those other sanctioning bodies can slowly become obsolete because the Ring is the one that's going to count. He's cleaning it
Yeah.
all up. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
No, he won all
Yeah.
of them. He won all of them.
Yeah.
So
No more belts. No more
right.
belts except for one.
that's
And
just
I
I
what
hope
think
it
doesn't
that's the way
works.
it
happen.
should be.
Yep.
Then you've got one person deciding. You've got one person, like, for example, Dana White at the moment can pick and choose who he wants to fight for his belts.
Right. So
It means
Fred,
nothing, yeah.
Fred, in
See,
this
that's the bad
case,
part.
if the
That's the
champion
bad part.
retires or passes away or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's the bad
1
part.
and 2 fight. If they can't fight, then the 1 and the 3 fight. You get whoever can fight. The rule is those are the ones who get the belt.
So,
No,
like,
No,
see
people
for
can't
see for
fight
what? No,
1 and
but
3
what
or 2
make it?
and 1 or 2
But
and
what
4,
Mick is
whatever.
saying is like, who determines is who is one, and how
The
does
Ring
number
has
one
its
get skipped by
rankings.
number five?
The Ring magazine has rankings. Blind Faith.
no,
They have
because it's
rankings.
usually
That's who
for the
determines.
lineal for the lineal belt at that point, it's decided basically on consensus, yeah.
Well, the Ring magazine
By
again, they have rankings that they
they have
especially
rankings.
now are continuing to uphold.
So, like, I think for welterweight title, I think Guerrero was the lineal champ at a point, and then Mayweather beat him, and then retired, and then became the lineal champion again when he beat Pacquiao, and then it then went on to Bud being the lineal champion.
Yo, I'm sorry to just go way off topic. Marco, what the hell are you drinking, gang? Are you training again?
Who asked me that?
It's
Me,
Turkey's
blind
love
face.
juice.
Oh, Blind Faith. Oh, it looked like you froze. Nah, it's coffee. Straight up coffee. Iced
Oh, I
coffee.
thought you was drinking like a protein drink. Like it looked like
Nah,
something like
man,
you
I don't
trying
drink
to
that
bulk
shit.
up or something. Oh,
Nah,
okay. My bad.
I could
My
use
bad.
it because I'm not very,
It was
What's
the
up, C
Saudi
Dub?
hate.
Yo, I seen that tent. No, my bad.
You seen what? What'd you say?
Nothing. Nothing.
What are you gonna say? Say it.
No, you got a tan line, Marco. If you pull your sleeve up.
I got a what? Tan line? Oh, I do. I
Yeah.
can't. That's I wish I didn't have. I hate tan lines. I hate worrying about that. I hate putting on sunscreen. That shit I hate.
No, that just means That just means like you probably train with your shirt on.
Yeah, I just walk around. I mean, I get color, but like I wish I hate having a tan or like that I tan. I wish like when I go to the beach, that's one of the things I hate the most about going to the beach. I got to fucking head to toe suntan. Like I fucking would love to have a darker complexion where you don't have to worry about that shit.
Yo, I
But
know you hit rounds every day. Do you ever go outside and like do your rounds? Like, do you ever?
because there's no.
Oh, you
The
can hear
only
me?
time I ever trained outside was when I lived in Arizona. I was on the University of Arizona boxing team. I was a captain of the boxing team, and because it's Arizona, the coach at his crib had an outside gym. And that was good, but it was also Arizona, as you know, 110, 115.
Yeah,
It was hot
yeah,
as
it's hot
fuck.
as hell.
But no,
Yeah.
other than that, you really not everything's indoor with boxing. I've never
Do you
trained outside.
run? Do you run outside?
No,
Like
not now.
hills
I
and
used to.
nothing?
I would do hand. Okay, I would do hand pad work. Like you could do hand pads anywhere. That I would do outside sometimes. But now I like being in the gym. I like the feel of it. You know, you get to know
But you don't run or nothing? Like I know you do like 10 rounds like a day or whatever. Like,
Nah, I never
no
even
running?
competitive. I never ran more than 2 miles a day tops, and I hate it. I hate running. Hate
No
it.
swimming? No nothing?
Nope. You know what I do now though? Whenever I go to a pool, I do 10 rounds in the pool. And I'll tell
In
you
the
right
pool.
now, yeah, but like, because you get the water
Yeah,
resistance.
yeah. Underwater.
That
Yeah.
shit gets me almost
Yeah.
as drained as a normal workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you work
No,
out,
that's
Blind
great.
Faith?
Yeah, I do. I
What do
do.
you
And
do?
that's one of my favorite workouts, honestly.
You
Like
box?
I said before, yeah, I do.
Like
Yeah,
wow.
I'm 175. You know,
Okay.
I try to get down to 160. That's like
So have you ever had
my
any
better.
fights?
Not pro,
Have you had
not
amateur
pro.
fights?
Amateurs, but I'm more like
You
I say
sparred?
like I'm more like a yeah, I'm like more like a gym warrior.
So you
Like, you know,
sparred. How
so
many have you sparred like a lot or just
I spar a lot. Like my main sparring partner is 240.
how
So
often
he's
do
a
you spar?
couple times a week.
Still.
Yeah,
How old do you, if you don't mind me asking?
43.
Okay, so okay, that's dope. So
Yeah.
I just do 10
But I
rounds.
got grown kids, you know, so they're athletic, you know, like I got to stay in touch, you know, that was one of the watching Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford was really what got like I've always like I said I've grown up on boxing and fighting, like I love boxing. But Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford really got me like die
Okay.
hard back
Yeah, no,
into boxing.
I
And
do
then
10 rounds every day. It's mostly I do a couple rounds sometimes on the Cobra Reflex or the double end bag, but the majority of my
mhm,
workout, all I do now is just heavy bag work. That shit
only
is
heavy bag.
That's it. Because for two reasons. One, because it is the best exercise because you know that you build your endurance. You can punch as hard as you want. You get the resistance there, and also it exercises the demons up here. It makes you like you've
So
never
do
felt.
you get the bug to do you get the bug to spar? You don't never get the bug to like spar, even with mitts? Like you don't like just light sparring, touch spar, like nothing?
I sparred and fought for literally almost 30 years. About the last time I sparred was about 10 years ago, and I got no interest. Like, no,
Mm,
unless somebody disrespects me and it's on some like, but even that, like, I'm almost too old for that. Yeah, no, I have no interest at all. Like, I'll
So
play around a little bit
what
with people.
motivates you to do the 10 rounds, but you don't want to like just go in, do you ever go into a gym and just get the feel? Like not
Yeah,
spar, nothing,
yeah,
just
of
kind of just
course,
go
of
in?
course. I've been going to gyms my whole life. It's like my second home. What motivates me? It's a mix of health, physical health, and mental health. You said
Yeah,
you box, right? Don't you
yeah,
feel as calm and as clear headed as you've ever felt after each workout?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what does it. That
Like I yearn for like it's to the point where like if I don't work out or if I don't do something within a couple days, like my body, I get headaches.
there
Like
you
I
go.
can't sleep
I'm
and
the same way.
like
So
I constantly work. Yeah,
and us
yeah,
guys in our 40s, it's super important to exercise regularly when you get into your 40s. And depending on how stressful your life is, and most of us have been going through a lot of stress ever since COVID, it's also great mentally. So that's why I do it.
hmm
I sometimes get worried, like if I broke my arm or some shit, and I couldn't box, I think I'd be super agitated. I'd be in a bad mood.
I
Like I
was
hope
helping my I was helping my sparring partner last year train for a fight, and he broke my rib.
that's no good. Hey Mick, do you box at all? Do you hit the bag? Do you spar? Do you do anything?
No.
He said, "Nah."
Does anybody on here spar or fight? Like
I
I
know Mo
know
does.
Makai, I know Makai.
Mo has put up bag work, and if you want, by the way, Blind Faith, we look at the community members' bag work. We give pointers and stuff. If you have anything you want us to look at, send it my way.
Cool, cool.
Nah,
I
I
mean,
did
personally, I
box.
was interested in doing border wars, but I got some business shit coming up. So I
Oh,
don't
so
really know if
have
I'm
you
gonna be able
fought
to do it.
before?
I'm trying to see if anybody drop out.
Have you fought before, CW?
Back in the day when I was in high school, I boxed a little bit, but not anymore.
Okay, okay. Where are you from?
Hawaii.
Okay, that sound like you made it up, Hawaii. But all right, cool. Hawaii sounds dope. Yeah. So it's
Nah,
important.
man, I'm from Oahu. I be that's a yearly trip. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in the mainland right now though.
Somebody's
So
hitting that
so
bag
you
there
are from
now.
Hawaii. Wow. What'd you say, Mick?
It sounds as if somebody's hitting that bag there now.
Mick is from Jersey. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, what'd you say?
It sounds in the background that somebody's hitting that bag.
I don't hear anybody hot in that bag.
Yeah, I don't hear anyone getting back.
He is in the
Yeah, shout out to
military.
y'all.
They have a base in Hawaii. Maybe. Maybe.
Nah, but that's what they assume when they see you down there. They for sure assume that. They do. Nah, man, I just travel. You know what I mean? I had an opportunity. You know what I mean? And my folks actually live down there and shit like that. So, I mean,
Okay.
pretty simple.
Okay.
But nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Right,
The
man.
reason I called in, man, is respectfully, man. I kind of vehemently disagreed with two of the points, man. Two of the guys was making, man.
Go ahead.
My boy Mick, man, and buddy who was just talking, man. I'm not sure if I called his name, man, because the lineal belt is the ring belt. You know what I mean? Like when that's always been the
No.
thing. Like
Well,
that
let me
is the
say,
exact
let me
same
see,
thing.
W, real quick, and I'll let you talk. But what they're saying is this: they're saying it's not the same organization, and I explained to them the ring belt is is a corporation, it's an LLC or
There is
whatever.
no organization for
Right.
lineal. The
Lineal
lineal
is a
belt, the ring
concept.
belt was
Right.
just created to coincide with the lineal. The
No.
lineal belt was just to determine who is the clear cut
Well,
man, regardless of
the ring
politics and
belt
stuff like that. The
the ring
ring
belt
belt
wasn't
just
created to
coincides
it
with the
wasn't
lineal.
created for that. It was a magazine, but it does coincide with it. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Ring magazine created the ring belt to coincide with the lineal
Oh
champion.
yes,
That's
yes,
literally what it was created for. The lineal
yes.
belt and the ring belt is the exact same thing.
I
No.
That's what I
That's
No.
said.
The
That's what I
ring
said.
the ring
that's the
belt
exact
is
same
a
thing.
the ring belt
That's
is
what
an
I said.
advertisement. It was for
The
advertisement
ring,
during a fight when
every
it was a
belt is an
big fight.
advertisement, bro.
Good point.
The WBO's no selling you
That was a
nothing.
great
The
point.
IBF's no selling you nothing. The
Yeah.
WBC's no selling you nothing. But the Ring
I
magazine want
mean,
you to buy their fucking magazine.
here, here's the problem with that though, right? Like,
He just made it
number
possible.
one, if the champions are the top four fighters in a weight class, the other sanctioning bodies don't even rank the other champions. So off rip, you could potentially have the top four people in the weight class, three of the other top four people in the weight class, not in a sanctioning body. Number one. Number two, again, you pay for them sanctioning rankings. It's got who is Michael Aford, bro? That's Bivol's IBF Memdo. Who is that right now? Who is that, bro? Nobody knows. If Bivol fights Benavidez or a trilogy with Beterbiev or fights a rematch with Canelo, like, and he gets stripped of the IBF, who cares, bro? That is not like that's like who is that guy, bro?
Very, very
Like
valid
the
point.
like, bro, the
Very
it's politics. The lineal belt, the ring belt, it's politics. It's no politics with that.
valid.
It's who is the best. Think about
Oh,
welterweight right now.
there's
Rolly
no
Romero
politics.
is not considered a top 20 welterweight right now, yet he's a WBA champion. You do not have to beat Rolly Romero to become the man at welterweight, my boy. Like that, them belts is just that's like all of that shit is just promotion if you really want to be serious about it. But the ring
So how
belt
do you how do you
distinctly
how do you become
designates
the
who.
champ? How do you become the champ? If that's your point. How do you become the champ? How do you get known?
What lineal,
No,
lineal,
I'm
or
just saying. How do you
wearing the belt?
how are you the man? How are you
But you
considered
beat
the
the
man
man.
then?
You beat the
I
man.
mean, it's two. I mean, for the ways I've always seen, it's two ways. You can either be the lineal champion or you can be the undisputed champion. Because that's basically the exact same thing for real, for real. Like that's the two ways I've seen:
And
lineal
that's what
champ
the
or
ring
undisputed
that's
champ.
what the ring magazine belt is supposed to represent.
It
You know
No.
what I'm
is.
saying?
It still is.
That's what it's supposed to
Look at the
represent.
lineal.
Now, how you
Look at
taking it with it?
no.
I
That's
mean,
what
that's
it
what the
still
you
represents.
said. You nailed it because you said it. They're all advertisements. So when you think
That's
about it,
what it
they're
is. It was an
all advertisements.
advertisement. I was
They're
advertising,
all
yeah.
you nailed it.
Free.
They're all
Free
advertisements.
advertising. It was free advertising in big fights where they could go and say, put their hang up and for that association way boxing, all that time. They say, "We'll tell you what, we'll put this belt up, and we'll charge you nothing, but we'll put the Ring magazine poster and fucking belt and everything in the ring, the lot." That's
But I tell you what,
look,
I'm taking the Ring magazine over the IBF or the WBA or the like the Ring magazine to me just means when I think back when I grew up, the Ring magazine is what everyone. Yes, there was these belts, but when you had the Ring,
what
you're
age are
the
you,
man.
Princess?
You are the man. Now, if you have to
Hey,
defend
what's your
it,
name,
or if
bro?
there's other guys out there who you have to defend the belt against and go, no, you have to beat this guy, you got to beat that guy, and you got to beat that guy to be considered the well, then that's what it's about. Yes,
Princess, what?
but that
Sorry,
doesn't take the fact that you earned the
right.
belt from whoever you earned the belt from.
What age
So
are
once
you?
you earn the belt, you're the man, and then you're the target. Maybe sometimes you're the target before you even get the belt, like a Benavidez. You're
So,
the
Princess,
target before you get the belt. But you
Princess, can I ask you
go
something?
ahead,
What
bro.
age are you? So you're saying that these guys were like, what era did you grow up in watching boxing?
He's in his
Like
40s.
the
Real quick,
eight, like the
I
I
came
say
up on
like
the
the '80s,
'90s, bro. Roy
like the
Jones, Mike
'80s.
Tyson, Floyd Mayweather.
real
I
quick,
came up on the
CJ.
'80s, bro.
Real
I
quick,
came up
just
on
for
the
you
'80s,
guys.
bro.
So go and
CJ
tell,
sent a two-piece and he says, "Salute to
sorry.
Blind Faith and CW. New voices are appreciated." Continue,
So
fellas.
like, go and tell me the big ring holders in like the late 80s, belt holders. Let's go lightweight.
What
Can you name
about
a
lightweight?
lightweight? What about light heavyweight?
What are you
What
talking
I'm
about?
saying,
Yeah, but
yeah. What are you saying?
What are
see,
you
you
talking
No,
got
about,
to
what I'm
think,
CJ?
saying is,
man.
look,
Like
look,
with the
that,
Who were
lineal
the
and
look.
ring
champions?
title, you can't just be number one and number two. You have to be the clear cut and overwhelming top two fighters in the division. Like if the top four guys at fucking super junior middleweight lose or move up in weight, and then dudes like Brand, like fucking Mendoza or something like that becomes number one. Him fighting a dude like fucking Conwell, who might be number two because the other dudes moved up or lost, does not make that a lineal title fight. You have to actually be the clear cut,
How,
established,
how
dominant
was it
number
not?
one, number two, or number two, number three. It's not
That's what the
just you
lineal
just
belt
get
is.
rated there.
It's almost like the Ennis thing. Like, okay, Ennis is the best 147, but he didn't fight every 147 pounder, right? But
They
from
kind of
what
finesse
we
with that.
see,
They finesse with
It's
he's
that.
what
the
they
best
say.
147. And from what they say, he fought the number two guy. And the Ring magazine belt, the Ring belt was added to that because you're the guy, right? So just to go back to it, the Ring magazine belt just holds that. Now, wherever it came from, the origins, it just held that prestigious title, like an unknown, unwritten rule. Like, okay, you got this belt, you got, but when you get this belt, this means something.
Turkey
When you
just
get the lineal
decided though,
belt,
yeah.
it just means something with the fighters, right? So I just say it's like the money that kind of tainted everything down, and then the fighters taint everything down because of the money. It's like you follow the trend.
Hey,
But
so
now the trend is coming back.
I don't
Like
want to.
the undisputed is coming back. Everyone wants to be double champ now. So it's like a it's like a trend thing. You
Hey,
know what I
so
mean?
I
But
don't want to cut
we're
you off,
finally
man.
getting
But you just
fights.
reminded me of.
Go ahead,
I don't want to cut
CW.
you off or nothing like that. I ain't trying to be rude, but you just reminded me of a point, man. Because I wanted to get on you because you mentioned Floyd Mayweather, man, and I feel like
Hmm.
how people talk about Floyd is kind of the problem. Because
Well,
like
what did I
I put
say
this in
first?
the chat,
If you have a problem, what did I
uh,
say?
kind of like basically saying like the Money Mayweather era, he was just after the bag and stuff like that, and that's what these dudes is trying to follow. They just trying to find the bag and stuff like
No,
that. They're
hold on.
not
So
really
let
the
me
best
clarify it
fighters.
before you step into it. What I mean is that Floyd made it seem like the zero was the money, and that was the bag. That's how you get the bag by staying
That's
zero.
true.
But what I was trying to say was before that, because Roy was the man, Sugar Ray was the man. These guys were the man, and they had losses, but they were the man.
Blind
You understand
faith.
what I'm saying? So it
Can I
doesn't
say?
So
matter if you had
that's
a
why.
loss. So I was just saying it was about people bringing money in because we went into this pay-per-view era where money Mayweather is kind of like the blueprint, the
But
green print. But I'm not saying he's the fault. I'm saying what people did was follow that. And instead of fighting the fights like Marco's saying, we're saying instead of just fighting the damn fights like we had and we loved, Now they're talking about, oh, I gotta
Who
fight
would
you, or you didn't do this, or look how many views you got. And it's just like that's what tainted it. So it was like that whole I gotta stay perfect thing because the media kills us.
Well, Floyd did
So
But
both.
that's
yeah,
not
that's
what
what I'll
fighting
do the
that's not what
pushback
fighting's
for
about.
because I feel like
should
more so, man, the issue isn't really Floyd, bro. It's that these new fighters want to be Floyd but are not good enough to win the type of fights that he was actually winning. Because
so
even
like
if
That's
you
what I'm
look
can
at
I
Money
that's what I'm
Mayweather,
saying.
like
see for
Money Mayweather went on a run where he fought
Right.
like
Marco's going for a fake yawn,
10
I can see it
straight, like
coming.
everybody from Oscar De La Hoya to Manny Pacquiao was a current top 5 rated champion
So
in
Hmm.
the
like
weight class
see
or
super
a top 10
middleweight when
pound
you
for
were
pound
growing
dude.
up, super
You know what I
middleweight
mean?
was a
So like
decent division, yeah? So who was like the ring super middleweight champions? Ever? Can you
There's
name
at what
any?
class, weight class?
Well,
Super
super
middleweight.
middleweight, the
Pretty sure the
first ever super middleweight champion was Sugar Ray Leonard when he knocked out Donnie Lalonde. That was the
Lies.
first ever.
He wasn't a ring champion at super middleweight.
No, I said super middleweight.
Oh, sorry.
No, super
Right.
middleweight, not ring, whatever the whichever
Sorry, there you
sanctioning
go.
body first incepted that weight class. 'Cause that weight class it wasn't around before that fight.
It was the
Before he
So
did,
like you would
WBC.
it was
so
the
you'd say
WBC.
like they were but there was great super middleweights all the way up for a long time, yeah, in that division fighting. The first super middleweight champion was Joe Calzaghe. And for the ring.
The first ring, you mean?
Aye, Joe Calzaghe, and he didn't
Oh
even
yeah, well,
hold it.
Sugar Ray Leonard's the
He
first actual champion.
and he didn't even hold like a primary belt at that time because he was a WBO champion. That's
Yeah,
secondary
well,
But
belt.
you're
but
right though. Like,
what was bro saying about Floyd? Because we never said Floyd was the problem. We were just saying like the mentality of
well,
not
here's what he
fighting the
said,
fight and trying
Shane.
to keep your
Shane,
But see,
appreciate
nah,
you
that's again,
guys. We need
that's what I
five.
was pushing
Hold on, real
back on
quick.
because, like, if you look at Floyd mentality when he became Money Mayweather, his mentality was, "I'm the best. I'm gonna show you I'm the best, and I'm gonna get paid like the best." It wasn't
Let,
just about money. Like every
But
single,
I'll also
like
fight
let,
the
the
let me
dude
say
best.
something
unified
real
3
quick, guys.
belts
Hold
at
on one
welterweight
second.
and
Hold
2
on.
belts
Hold
at
on one second.
154.
1 second. First
hmm
off, Shane, thank you guys. We need 5 more to hit the goal. 5 more super chats. That'd be dope if we could do that. So Floyd did a lot of shit that looked to be superficial promotion garbage, right? Like he did the flashy hand pad work, which is garbage. It's not. He threw money at people. He talked about his but the difference with Floyd is he had the skill, possibly one of the greatest, possibly the greatest fighter who ever lived. So the problem with this is you have all these carbon copies because Floyd also was the highest paid boxer in history. Now you have all these carbon copies trying to follow him. But the problem is they don't have the work ethic or the skill. They just think doing flashy pad work or fucking doing this with money will make them famous.
hmm
And they think negotiating the way Floyd did, A side, Floyd birthed like fucking Octomom. He birthed the A side, B side bullshit, which for
No,
him might have got him
no,
quote the money, but it fucked up until Turkey came around. It fucked up so many fights.
nah, that's not really true. Because
I
like,
think it's true.
because when he fought De La Hoya on De La Hoya's promotion, Floyd was the B side, yeah.
That was that's what. Okay, Mick, come on, Mick. That fight
That's
So
what
birthed
turned
Money
Floyd
realistically,
Mayweather.
though,
into
the
Money
A side,
Mayweather, though.
That birthed Money. We're talking
like,
about the dude after him.
Yeah, right.
nah,
So a
bro.
lot of these
Realistically,
fucking
the A side,
fighters,
B side.
all they
But that
care
was that
about.
was the
Hold
that
on,
was the narrative
hold on.
then, though, yeah.
So like Tank is a good example, and mind you guys, I think Tank is skillfully one of the best fighters in the world, skillfully. But Tank is a good
Nah.
example. All he cares
hmm
about is his O.
hmm
He's gonna get knocked out by a
He
YouTuber.
Right.
doesn't fight. He doesn't fight big fighters. Like he's doing all the shit Floyd did, and it's
Yep.
hurting his career, his legacy. I think he has the skill in him to be one of the best, but we're never going to see it because he's
When was
not taking
Floyd
those.
doing that though?
Floyd didn't do that. Floyd put his emphasis on the O, and these guys don't look and say Floyd
There
was
you
one of
go.
the
See,
champions.
that's what I'm
They don't
trying to
see that.
say. That's what I'm trying to
They
say.
don't see that.
That's what I'm trying to
They
say.
just see I need to have an O, or I'm not going to go down in history. So
There you
they're
go.
taking what he did and they're convoluting it, and they're picking and choosing what to copy from Floyd's career, but where they need to copy the fucking
The
hard
diff-
work and all the opponents.
the difference between
But to throw more dirt
Javante
on
Davis
that,
and Floyd
the
is
problem is these guys. But they not only everything you said, Marco, but these guys are scared to take the fights. Like Floyd had literally
Mm,
3 different careers.
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 different careers, and he took on everybody that was available at that time in his career. Okay, so let's say he dunked, okay, a Thurman or something. But what these guys don't do is they never went through the pretty boy play. They never went through the pretty boy place. They didn't fight everybody.
You think he dunked Thurman?
The person that fought,
I've
the
never
person
really
that
I'm
understood
not.
that.
Okay, look. How about
the
this?
person that fought
Are you
everybody
gonna? How about this?
We're
If it's
talking
your
about a
last
guy.
fight, are you gonna fight Thurman or Berto?
Wait.
And
We're talking
and
about.
all you raise your career on is the W or the 0.
We're talking
Are
about a
you taking
guy.
Thurman or Berto?
We're talking about a guy who holds the
Battle.
record for the most amount of champions he's fought. Like, how can we say he ducked anybody? Like, he didn't duck. You can't fight everybody. And you know
Yes.
what? His last 2
But
fights.
he fought McGregor.
Hold on.
He fought
His
McGregor,
last
Marco.
2 fights.
Hey, he was retired for 3
Give me a
years.
second. Give me a second. His last 2 fights, I'm going there. Berto McGregor were not at the level of opposition and the level of contention that he's been through his whole career.
Right.
Yes, but I think he deserves
You've
that.
got to
After
remember
his
he
career,
He definitely
Berto as
deserves
well,
it.
yeah.
He absolutely
promoted
deserves
Berto.
it.
What'd you say, Mick?
He was Berto's promoter then, yeah.
Was he?
Berto fought on. Of course you were. Aye.
I don't
That's
remember.
why
How about this? If Floyd takes on Thurman and loses in his 49th fight, what are y'all
he ain't
saying?
going to lose to Thurman. Thurman got beat after you
He
guys.
was just old.
I'm just saying if. Because we
course,
don't know.
nobody's-
We know politics and we know how people like to play the decision game. Floyd wasn't going to knock Thurman out. And Thurman wasn't damn sure going to knock him out. But Thurman was the new blood.
Nobody was
And
shouting
Floyd
for
may
fucking
be
Floyd
let me
versus
tell you
maybe
guys
lose
Thurman.
money in the rematch.
When Floyd Mayweather at 38 or whatever he was faced a 23-year-old, way bigger fighter in Canelo, where he had nothing to gain in that fight. Canelo wasn't the Canelo of now. The star power wasn't. When he fought him, I was like, this guy.
He also had a
I gave
management
him
deal
so
with him
much.
as well,
Hold on
though,
a
yeah.
second, Mick. Hold on. I gave him so much props. That was a lose-lose fight for Floyd, but he did it to shut everybody up.
It wasn't really
Absolutely.
a lose-lose, Marco. It was a win-win because
I mean,
he had an agreement with Canelo. He promoted Canelo as well at a point.
What do
There
you
we
mean
go.
No, that's a lose-lose, bro.
If he
No.
loses,
That's a lose-lose,
If he
bro.
loses, he's still going to get all the money from
they
Canelo.
say, "Oh, he beats a
And
fucking."
if you
young
think
dude.
about it, Floyd
Okay.
rematched everyone that we thought he lost to. Floyd rematched them, though.
and beat him convincingly.
So you can't say nothing about Floyd ducking. I'm not saying that. I'm just
Absolutely.
saying
Amir Khan.
to keep the appearance of the O in
He shot
Absolutely.
it for Amir
this
Khan.
era and the mentality of this
Mick.
era in business.
No,
You guys got to
Marco, he
think
did.
about that.
Mick,
The
Mick,
O is
Blind
what
Faith.
makes business
hold
move.
on
Come
one
on.
second, Blind Faith. Mick, you can't fight everybody. He can't fight everybody.
It was his
He
man
literally
for
holds
3
the
years.
record for the most amount of fucking champions. How are you even arguing this?
Because, like, he did duck him. That is a fact.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
I'm talking about
he did.
Keith Thurman
Like,
became the mandatory
No, he's
after
talking
about
Floyd
Amir
Mayweather
Khan.
unified titles
saying-
versus
he's saying-
Maidana.
CW.
No,
he's
because-
saying that Floyd ducked Khan. That's what he's saying.
he fucking did.
How did he duck Amir Khan?
Because I'll tell you if you let me speak.
Go
Floyd Mayweather, Amir Khan destroyed Marcos Maidana, right? Floyd
What?
Mayweather.
No, he didn't, bro. No, he didn't, bro. He really
He said
lost
he
that fight.
ducked Khan.
Yeah,
Amir
Maidana
Khan-
beat the hell out of Amir Khan, bro.
Right, but
That's
let me finish here.
crazy,
So
man.
what he done was Mayweather was like, "Oh, I've got to fight somebody next. Who do you want it to be? The guy who's Amir Khan or Marcos Maidana? I'll put it out to the fans who you want me to fight." And the fans voted for Amir Khan on Floyd Mayweather's promotion.
No, they didn't, bro.
On Floyd Mayweather's
That is true.
page.
No, he's telling the truth. Mick is
And
telling
then-
the truth.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, that did
Amir
happen.
Khan-
This is what-
Don't let me finish.
So this is
Amir
what
Khan
actually
was
Wait,
happened.
hold on,
mandatory
guys.
there.
Let Mick
Let him
finish.
finish. Let him finish.
Let him
Let him
finish.
finish.
Go
Amir
ahead.
Khan was his
My
mandatory.
bad.
Amir Khan was his mandatory and number one for years, waiting for that Floyd Mayweather fight, and he fought Maidana. When Khan even fought Canelo, Khan was still the number one rated welterweight with the WBC. Khan had been that long been the number one mandatory that he had to duck him. He had to. And I think Floyd wins that fight, but he was scared of his speed. And he never had to punch him.
Okay.
But
I can't say he's lying, but you're not
Because,
lying, but you can't say he ducked him.
Didn't
who do you want me to fight?
Didn't Floyd fight Canelo after he fought Guerrero? because Guerrero was the mandatory
Yeah,
for the
this was
WBC when
this was
Floyd
even
fought him.
after.
He was
This is
also
well
the
after
number
that.
3 welterweight
This was
and
after
pound for
that.
pound number 10.
This is after.
Say
This is
that. Say one
after
more time.
Garcia beats Khan. This is like 2014. Before
When
Khan moves
yeah,
up.
when did Amir Khan moved up to 147 in what year?
Um,
Okay, yeah, think about it.
it must have been about
Next,
13,
bro,
2013.
I'm not. We
You know
we
what?
can
This
debate the
conversation took a left
Maidana
turn
Khan
because
fight.
That's true.
we weren't
It's
even
true.
really talking about
We
Floyd.
can.
This had nothing to do with Floyd. I was just using it as an example.
Yeah,
It's crazy how I turned it.
Bad
But I was just
example.
talking about the generation
my
now
bad.
that went to like the money in the media and the zeros
Oh no, they
and
just scary,
you
bro. That's what
know
I think.
Nah,
They
that
scary.
type of thing. I
see,
wasn't saying any. I just said Floyd in his
see,
later
since Oscar,
career.
but
Floyd in his
see how
later
close
career just
Oscar.
created this thing.
Uh, so see how
Go ahead,
like
man.
Oscar De La Hoya put like a pair of high heels and fishnets and that on. Like he's like seen as like the clown, yeah. He acts, does these stupid interviews, seems out it. But Oscar De La Hoya was the person who fought everybody.
Yeah.
He was the person that
But
fought
so did
everybody
Floyd, though.
and everybody
Yeah.
in their prime. And in their
Yeah.
prime.
Hey, so one more point on the Amir Khan thing. Like, you do know that nobody actually really knew that Floyd Mayweather had a website, and they put that same poll up on ESPN, Sports Illustrated. They put it up on Yahoo Sports, and overwhelmingly, Maidana won because he
No,
was
it
coming off
didn't.
the beatdown of Adrian Bronner. Like 100,000, 200,000 people voted on
No,
Floyd's website, and millions of people voted on ESPN.com. And they was like, okay, 1 million people voted here, 5 million people voted here, 3 million
that
people
could
voted
be
here,
anybody
and
though.
only 100,000 people voted on my website. I'm gonna go with who won all these other polls. It wasn't
No, no,
like
no, no, no,
you
no.
got
He just went. No, he actually
that's
done it
you have
twice.
to actually look that up, bro.
Floyd actually
When,
done it twice. He put it on his Twitter first and then said, oh, no, 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 wait there. I'll put it on the TMT website. And they put it on there. And then they went and voted and can one again. And then he still didn't fight him. Then he fought
yeah,
Maidana.
because
After,
no average person knew that Floyd had a website.
it was the
Other
fucking
sites
Wait,
most.
picked
Mick,
that
He's
up
the
Mick,
and he
biggest
are
fighter
you
had
in the
saying
world.
polls.
Mick, are you saying that Floyd literally ducked Amir Khan because he
It,
was
it,
scared? Is
no,
that
I
what
don't
you're
think.
saying?
I think he had the one thing that Floyd was kind of scared of at that time.
Google ESPN, Sports Illustrated, and all those other sports websites polls that they had. Look at the polling numbers. Look at who they voted for, and look at the one on Mayweather's website, bro. It's like a 10
So
times difference, and overwhelmingly people voted for Maidana, not Amir
I'm
Khan.
just wondering
Like,
if
Mayweather
you
Mick
got to
asked
think,
actually
his
bro.
thinks
fans.
Floyd
that like
Mayweather
Floyd was
unified
scared though.
3 belts.
Forget ducking. Do you think
Like
Floyd was scared of Khan though? That I don't
Definite.
care about ducking. Do you think he
I,
was scared
I
of
think
to
he was the
fight
only
Amir
fighter that
Khan?
at that kind of time that Floyd had lost his speed and he didn't have the punching power at that time to knock out Khan.
You think Floyd was scared?
Well,
so,
he didn't
Are
fight
you
him for
hearing what you're
four
so
years.
he
saying
ducked.
though?
So he
Uh,
ducked
Floyd,
Amir Khan
Floyd
to
Mayweather
unify 3 belts
scared?
at 147 and 2 belts at 154. Is what you're saying?
He
I,
fights
Because
a
you know that's what he
Canelo
did is
at
Money Mayweather. He unified
he
3
fights a
belts at
Canelo who
147,
what?
and he unified 2 belts at 154.
so why did he not
He
fight
was
him
he
then?
helped when he retired at
Bro,
the Berto fight. The man had 5 titles because he was
bro.
unifying the
I'm not
belts. He had
denying
5 titles when he
defying he
fought
was
Berto,
great.
bro.
I am not defying he was great. I'm not defying he was the best fighter of that generation. But he fucking ducked him. He
So you're
ducked
Yeah,
him.
saying
how do you
did
duck a
he
guy to
also
fight a higher
Hey
rated
Mick,
guy
did
who's a
Floyd
champion?
also duck Thurman? Did he duck Thurman then?
Nah. You're speaking as if Thurman and Khan were even on the same level on a global scale.
But you're saying Floyd was scared of Khan, but he wasn't scared of Thurman?
Well, who's
I'm just
scared
trying to
of
get it
Keith
right.
Thurman?
I'm just asking, brother. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Did they have
that's
that poll out? Did they have a poll out saying Floyd versus Andre Berto or Keith Thurman?
Because what is Khan going to do to a Floyd that Thurman can't do? You, I'm just trying to get it
Speed.
in my head, bro. I'm just trying to get it right in my head. What have you seen fucking Amir
Speed.
Khan do to an opponent that Keith Thurman hasn't done lately? And
Keith
Keith
Thurman's
Thurman
I
not
is
won
mean,
a
not
fight
a
in about
one.
realistically,
five
bro.
years.
Realistically, every time Amir Khan was supposed to be in position to fight Floyd Mayweather, he lost or got knocked out. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
he
That's
didn't. Eh?
really what happened.
Who?
Or
Every
was
time he really
mysteriously
got
hurt in
made.
That's
camp.
who.
Like what?
Nah, that's Keith Thurman, but you know what I'm saying. Danny Garcia slumped his ass, and then he
That's
spent
at
most of his
140, yeah.
like.
That was at 140.
What did he do at 147 though, bro? He never like in the make it so bad. When the whole thing came out with the poll, Maidana
You get
said,
him, bro.
"Fuck Mayweather." My bad. I'm sorry. He said, "Forget Mayweather. I'll fight you in a rematch, and the winner can face Floyd." And Khan ducked that boy and said, "Nah, I'm
Fit
good."
Maidana.
Like that literally happened, bro. That
Fit
literally
Maidana.
happened.
Nah.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But
So that doesn't even
nah.
Nah. You just know that's not true.
Yo, Marco,
You can
hold on.
Google it, man.
Marco,
I
you
try to
think
be honest, bro. Not on
hey
no.
Marco, do you think Floyd would rather fight Amir Khan or Keith Thurman? Just a question. Don't pick a side, just pick the names and we'll leave it at that.
Floyd or Amir Khan? I mean, Amir Khan or Thurman.
Yeah.
Back then, we're talking, right?
Fuck any era of Floyd.
Probably Amir Khan.
I mean, Amir Khan had more opportunities for big fights. If he would have won, that would have been a
Amir
bigger
had the
win.
speed and the size that might give, but Thurman was a better fighter overall. So
Like you see them box the lugs off of Canelo. Like,
I mean,
for
Roy
fucking
Jones
6
said this
rounds.
recently. Roy Jones said that because of Amir's
Even when he
style,
slowed down,
he would have given a problem to Floyd. And I'm not so sure that's true, but the dude was
I think
super
Floyd
fast.
still wins. But that was basically what he feared, yeah.
Maybe.
He feared that with Pacquiao as well for
I don't
years.
think
But
Floyd.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think.
I guess this is why this messes with my head. Because from what I get from Mick, he knows his boxing.
Right.
There is no way that you feel that Amir Khan poses any kind of threat to what Floyd does.
Well,
okay, speed. What can Amir bring that Zab Judah didn't, or Shane Mosley didn't, or like what does Amir Khan do?
Amir
it's
Khan
not what
has
Amir Khan could bring
very
at
fast
that time.
hands.
I had
Hey,
fast
all I
hands.
hear
It
is
wasn't.
excuses, Marco.
It
All I
wasn't.
hear is excuses.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Wait, it wasn't what Khan brought. It was what Mayweather lost. Yeah.
No, see,
But Khan brought speed.
Look,
but like
Khan
beating Judah in
had
2001 when he was in his prime
Khan
and
had
fast and had speed is
Hey
completely
Marco,
different
did
from
Khan
2015
had
Amir
very
Khan.
fast hands, and he was able to stay at range. So there's a chance that might have given Floyd a little problems. I still think Floyd beats him, but maybe that's
I think Floyd wins.
chance. There's a chance. But
Hey, Marco, what does Benavidez bring but 20 extra pounds? What else does Benavidez bring?
Great point.
What else does
There you
Benavidez
go.
bring to Duck Nello?
So wait,
Bro.
I don't get it. What are you comparing that to?
Great point.
All I'm saying is they're making excuses, man. Like, come on, keep that same energy.
Zab's speed was that good that fucking
Excuses
Khan
for
knocked
what?
him
I'm
out.
confused.
For Floyd not fighting Amir Khan.
Oh, so you're saying that Floyd was scared of him? Is that what you're saying?
I think I think he taken what was an easier fight.
You think Floyd was scared of Amir Khan? You're out of your mind. I'm not saying Amir might have.
Canelo's not scared of Benavidez either. Then
can I ask
says
y'all
bigger
something?
money
No,
fight.
the difference is Floyd fought. The difference is Floyd fought 24 champions, whereas fucking Canelo, there was nobody else around. But
okay, so let me ask you a question: Who do you think's a better fighter, Bud or Benavidez?
Right now, I'm going to say Bud.
Bud.
No, for now and
Benavidez
forever,
is
since time
vastly
immemorial,
overrated.
Bud's the better
I don't
fighter.
know
And
forever,
he'll
'cause
always
I
be
don't
the better
know-
fighter.
I don't know how high of ceiling Benavidez is. I think he has a very high ceiling, but we got to see it first. So
Can I ask a question? What did Floyd already fight Canelo before this supposed Amir fight was supposed to happen?
I don't remember Floyd ever being lined up to fight Amir personally. I don't remember that, so I can't answer that.
So this was later in his career, right?
He
This
fought
was later in his
Canelo and then he
career
fought
that.
Maidana.
Okay, so are we saying that Floyd fought Canelo but was afraid to fight Amir?
Yes, because styles make fights.
I'm Faith putting in work on my behalf.
Even though we saw what Canelo did to Khan?
Yeah,
And we
because
saw
styles
what
make fights.
we saw
But
what
styles
Floyd
make
did to,
fights, though.
but we saw what Floyd did to Canelo.
Yeah, but styles are different,
Danny
though. Okay,
Yeah,
Garcia
we
can
that's
saw. Okay,
outbox
kind
Amir
of
Khan,
scary.
but
let's do
Floyd
this.
Mayweather
Let's do
can't.
Okay,
this.
so you're making my point. If Canelo was
Hold on.
able to catch
The
Khan
Floyd
and put him
Maidana
out
fight
his
was
worst,
2 years before Canelo. It
huh?
was 2 years before Khan even fought Canelo. When he was supposed to
So
fight.
you're
Man,
saying Canelo fought Floyd first, right?
No, Khan fought. Khan fought Maidana before. No, Khan was supposed to fight Mayweather
No, I'm
before he
talking about
fought
when was
Canelo.
Floyd supposed to fight Khan?
I don't fucking remember that, so I don't know.
like 2014,
Because
2015.
okay, we're not
The
supposed to use
Maidana fight,
boxing logic,
first
right?
Maidana fight.
We're not supposed to use boxing logic. But we saw what happened with Canelo fought Khan, right? We remember the whole fight because Khan was doing
Floyd
well,
hadn't seen that
right? As
yet.
he always does.
That was 2 years after
Li-
that,
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen
and
to what
about
I'm
five
saying.
weight classes above it.
So that means Floyd was even younger. So as Floyd gets older, did he fight Canelo and Canelo slept Khan? And we're saying that Khan posed a real what?
Khan
No,
fought.
Floyd
Khan
was
Hey,
a
fought
get
Chris
out of
Liddell
here
for
with that
fucking
triangle
six
theory
rounds.
stuff, man.
right
Get out
because
of
And
here
I
with
Floyd
said
that
was
it
a
triangle
doesn't
younger
theory
really
stuff.
Danny
work.
Garcia.
But who's the better fighter, Khan or Canelo?
Danny Garcia, bro.
Canelo.
Khan.
Exactly. So what would Khan do with Floyd? All I'm saying is there's nothing that Khan brings that
Appreciate you,
Floyd
CJ.
hadn't seen that would make Floyd go, oh, I'm not going to fight Khan. Like, what does Khan bring that
Well, why even
Floyd
put him on a
fought?
fucking pole?
Floyd
Why even
fought
put him on a
Zab
pole to
Judah,
fight?
bro. Floyd fought Zab Judah and Shane Mosley.
Khan
Khan
fucking
is not
beat Zab.
nowhere better
Khan
than
knocked
them,
him
bro.
out. Khan knocked Zab Judah out 5 years before this.
When? At what point in their career?
Exactly. 2011. But you're on about Judah and Mayweather in 2001. It was 15 years apart. Like, is
So
this
you're
like
saying
Floyd
Khan?
did so do you
Hey
think if
Mick,
Floyd
you
was a do
Mick,
you
you
think
think
Floyd was the
Khan is
same
better
fighter
than
then?
Mosley? Mick, you
Do,
think Khan is better than Mosley and Khan and
no,
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 but
no, I don't
but
Zab?
think
blind
so.
faith. What I don't think you're getting is like it's a stylistic thing. People think that Khan's style might have posed more of a problem for Floyd than these other guys. I'm not sure I agree, but that's
I
the
understand
concept.
that, but what I keep saying is, what does Khan bring that Floyd has not seen in a style when he beat the style that knocked Khan
I'll tell
out,
you right
y'all?
now. I'll tell you right now because what knocks Khan out has nothing to do with Khan's style. That's just what he's susceptible to. That's not what his output. His defense is tested, not his offense. His offense is something Floyd hasn't seen. Floyd hasn't seen anybody as fast as him and as tall and as long and that moves. Oh, that combination of if Khan could just like and circle around the ring for 12 rounds and stay out of Floyd's range because Floyd doesn't chase you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe it would have
No,
given
and
him
I
some
said,
problems.
and I led with my conversation, even though everyone's going. I said I understand styles make, and I'm not saying that I understand the triangle theory, but as far as skills, if Canelo is skilled enough to eventually catch up to Khan and clean knock him out, and Canelo never got anywhere close to Floyd, that means the skill gap is
But
huge.
Floyd's
So
power
if you
wasn't the
put
No,
same as
it's not.
Khan.
all I'm saying,
Your logic
all
is
I'm saying is
backwards.
no,
Your
no, no. I'm
logic is
And
saying
back. When
if
have when
Khan
did we
has,
ever watch?
and
When
by
did
the
we ever
way,
see Money Mayweather walk a guy down and knock him
this
out?
is okay. How about this? I'll
Conor
make it simple.
McGregor,
Never,
Y'all saying
Conor
never. Say
McGregor,
never.
Khan's
Say never because
style
the
Conor
and
answer is
McGregor
never.
did
speed.
that to him. But well, look, wait, Koki, I think Khan was faster than Judah, but they were close. But the difference
Oh,
was, but you
Judah's a
see how
great fighter.
Judah with his speed was piecing Floyd up. So you're just proving my point.
And that
Khan
was a
made
No, I'm
young
just saying.
Floyd,
Okay,
Supposedly.
we're talking
not an
about
old
athletics
Floyd.
and attributes. I'm talking about IQ, y'all. Y'all are
It
missing
doesn't
the
Floyd
point.
can't
matter.
even
I'm
But the
spell.
talking about
styles, the style
IQ.
matchup.
Floyd can't
Okay,
even read and
okay.
spell.
Get this. Make this make sense for me, Marco. So
Okay.
Canelo is a simple, low IQ, flat-footed,
He's
come
not.
forward fighter.
He's
But he
not.
knocked out. But he knocked out Amir Khan. So you're telling me
Correct.
that Floyd couldn't do that? Is
No.
what you're
Floyd
saying?
couldn't knock
Right.
out Amir
Y'all
That's
Khan.
my
bringing up
point.
So
Canelo,
why
The
bro.
didn't
only
he do
Danny
reason,
it?
the
So
only
Garcia
why didn't he
reason,
do it?
hold
outboxed Amir
on,
Khan.
guys, give me a second, give me a second. The only reason why it's not a given is because Floyd didn't punch like Canelo. He could hit him for sure,
True.
but he didn't punch like
True.
that.
True.
If it's Pretty Boy
Bro, Danny
Floyd,
Garcia
if
knocked out
talking,
Amir Khan and
But what
outboxed
I'm
him.
saying
Y'all
is
bring
there's
up Canelo.
nothing that Amir Khan brings that would make Floyd go, "Oh, I'm not fighting him."
No, he didn't
That's
say.
my
there
point.
is.
I think
That's
There
all
is.
I'm saying.
Amir could
That's
probably
all I'm
pile
saying.
up some rounds doing what he does, but eventually he get caught.
I
I
don't think
disagree
Amir
Or
knocks him
entirely.
out,
adjusted to.
but I think
Floyd beats him
Mayweather.
10 out of 10 times, is all I'm saying. How about that?
Then he should have fought him
There's
then and
nothing that
knocked him
Amir
out.
Khan
Floyd
can
couldn't even
bring
beat Logan
ever
Paul.
that Floyd hasn't seen. There's
You said
nothing
he
that
should have
Amir
fought
Khan can
Khan and
bring
not
that Floyd
Canelo.
hasn't seen.
That's crazy.
What did you just say?
Say again?
Say that one more time.
It sounded like he said he should have fought Amir Khan and not Canelo Alvarez. That's kind of crazy.
No, it sounds like he's saying that he fought Canelo, but he was scared of Khan. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, he's not.
Hey, let me give you a historical
No.
parable. Let me give you a historical parable, right? In the years 1984, Sugar Ray Leonard comes out of retirement. He fights some journeyman dude that no one gives a shit about called Kevin Howard. Kevin Howard knocks him down for the first time in his career. He embarrasses him. He makes him look like a fucking bum. And then Sugar Ray Leonard, out of sheer will and grit, was able to knock the dude out in the latter half of the fight. Okay, he went 12 rounds with Marvin Hagler, right? Does that mean that Kevin Howard is a better fighter than Marvin Hagler?
Not at all, and that was a great point.
No, it's about styles, guys. It's about styles and age and all these things.
We call that a triangle.
But I'm not saying that. What I was saying was that he was
At any
saying
other
that
time in
he
Floyd's
ducked
career,
Floyd,
it
and I'm just
knocks him
saying
out.
Floyd ducked nowhere near Amir Khan. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't believe he ducked him.
I don't care what style you
Okay,
got.
then if he
Floyd
didn't
did
duck
not
Amir
duck
Khan,
Amir.
Canelo didn't duck Benavidez either. Then I don't see how that logic pans out.
Comparison at all.
It's the same thing.
That was
It's the exact
crazy
same thing.
comparison, bro.
Exact same thing.
When you
In fact, I'd say
No,
Amir Khan's a
not
better.
even
I'd say
close.
Amir Khan's a better fighter than pound for pound. Amir Khan's a better fighter than
one more
Benavidez.
time. Why it's different is because Floyd fought everybody, and when he was supposed to fight Khan, he had a bunch of other fighters who were just as good, if not better, to Khan to fight. Canelo did not have that. There was nobody near Benavidez' skill or ranking to fight at that time. That's the difference.
And he was
Except
the
for Bebo and
mandatory
Bud,
for
right?
2 years.
Except for Bebo and
The
Bud and Triple
mandatory.
G. And Bebo and Bud and Triple G. They're not better than Benavidez?
Hold on. At the time, Benavidez was the only one there. It's not a career at the time. At the time, Floyd should have fought Khan. He had tons of other higher, better fighters, more established, better skill to fight, which he did. It's at the time.
Okay, well, riddle me this.
And Benavidez, remember, when you use Benavidez, remember this. It'll backfire because Benavidez was a mandatory for 2 years. Neither of those guys you mentioned was a mandatory for Canelo. That was just a fight we wanted.
That's true, too.
So remember that, bro. That's going to backfire.
And when Khan was
I mean,
supposed to
personally, I
fight
put that on both of them, man. Canelo, he seems like
he only fought
he's
another
done
once,
enough,
wasn't he?
so he don't really feel like he should chase fights. And Benavidez, he really kind of been slacking off anytime
He don't have
he's
to
had
chase.
the
He was
opportunity
being
to get a big
hunted,
fight.
bro. That's the difference. He wasn't chasing. He was being hunted. When you're the man, you're hunted.
Nah, man.
And no
After
one
the
was
shit that
calling
David
out
pulled,
Canelo
bro,
like Benavidez, bro. That's a duck, bro. Do not give Canelo that credit. I don't have. No.
I don't know, bro.
You're the man. You take on
After the stuff
everyone
David pulled last year, bro, I can't ride with him. After what he did last year, I can't really
Marco,
ride with him.
he not the mandatory for 2 years? He knocked off everybody that Canelo said he wouldn't fight. Like, bro, what are you saying, bro? And then he went up to fight Bivol. Bro, that's a duck, bro. That's a duck, bro. If a dude is blocked.
Yeah, you know that Benavidez ain't really fight nobody until the Caleb
And you
Plant,
beating up
Demetrius
on everybody.
Andrade fight.
But the smallest kid out there beats you up one day, and then you go, oh, that was his lucky day. But you never fight him again. Bro, he's the king.
Listen, fellas, I got to unfortunately wrap this up. We're having fun, but I got to go. But I will be back tonight, so jump on around 10, 11 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Blind Faith CW, call back in, dude. I like you guys' takes.
Come back.
Blind Faith, nice to meet you.
Peace out, guys. Come back in tonight.